And 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to another episode of No Jumper News. It is Friday, February 2nd. And you guys had some good convos going on here. Let's jump right into it. I got Flacco. I got Remo. I got Dre to Truth. I got Yuri in the building. Shut up, Siri. Let's get started.
She interrupted.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Y'all.
We got Dre here too. Josh missed.
Man.
Dude,
I missed Dre.
Oh, he gave it up. He
Oh,
said-
word?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Flacco
okay,
likes
he
not
gave it
to
up.
listen
Flacco
and then just
on
make
it,
a
I didn't
Flacco
hear
got my
Dre.
back. Flacco
Hey,
got my back. I just drove in, man.
you got
I'm feeling
Don
good.
King,
Don King.
AKA
Don King.
Yuri.
I came in and Flacco was like, he's like, you still work here, Yuri? And I've seen that a lot of people have been asking that too. They're like, Yuri, do you still work at No Jumper? Because I haven't been on camera in a while. But I was like super late to one of the episodes. I didn't realize you guys started at 10. I thought you guys still started at 12, and I just came here hella late. And then I missed another episode, and then now I'm finally here, basically.
Hey, now listen though.
Tell Yuri?
No, it's from my glasses.
Okay, I was about to say, you
know.
like
I know.
us back in the 80s.
No, now though, let's speak about the Don King Yuri staging fights.
Staging fights.
The Pot Lord and House Phone shit.
Oh my god, I didn't. I had
That
nothing.
real?
Yeah, that was 100% real.
I just don't see Pot Lord saying I'll beat your ass.
It was they argued over DC shoes and Adidas, whether DC shoes is just as popular as Adidas, and I was disagreeing with Paul Lord. I was on House One side saying like, bro, you're tripping. DC shoes not even close to as popular as Adidas, but they just got in that argument, and then like it went from arguing about shoes to saying fuck you, and then it's like, oh fuck me, no fuck you, and then things just got worse and worse. But no, that shit was 100% real. They would and also if you guys know anything about them, like they argue like that, semi often.
No, but that was bad though.
That was bad. That was like a scale above of usually what people see, but they always just go crazy and just like yell at each other and say crazy shit. But I feel like maybe Houston just felt disrespected at a certain point. Stood up.
Now, hey, listen though, I'm gonna say this though, man. Listen, like shout out to House Phone, you feel me? And when Pot Lord said I'll beat your ass, he stood up and said beat my ass. You feel me? So you feel me? Right now, I do think though that if the homie is drunk, then you have to give the homie some grace. You feel me? Right? Yeah. Right. If my friend is drunk, he can call me all type of shit, right?
Yeah, you can't whoop him.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, right. 'Cause he's drunk.
Not unless he take off on you.
Well, yeah, no punches were thrown. It was completely fine. And also,
I'm
like,
not completely buying that was like 100% real though.
Flacco, do you have a best friend?
Yes.
You do,
Yes.
like a dude that you hang out with like semi consistently and you talk with like a lot. Pause.
Discord.
No.
Not Discord,
No.
real person.
Yeah. Well, we talk a lot now since I moved, but yeah.
Well, I just feel like when you have a friend like that, shit like that happens. I've had a lot of best friends in my life, and like we've all basically damn near gotten fist fights many times.
You know the thing is though too is that taking things too serious at times. You know what I mean?
No,
and
yeah,
that's the thing. Like it's like arguing about Biggie and Pac and years ago saying who's better when I can never change if you like Biggie or Pac better.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's no point for me to get mad at you. You know what I mean?
Nah. Like the only time like me and my friend like it almost fought was when we was like and arguing about like and who was better, like LeBron or Steph Curry, and this was like during when the Warriors went up 3-1. You feel me?
Yeah.
We was in the middle of the mall, like about to fight because we were. You feel me? Like
Because
That shit
it's
is
like
crazy.
it's about LeBron and Steph Curry, but it's also because one of you probably said you're a fucking idiot, fuck you, and then
Nah.
it's like, oh fuck you, you're like I'm not an idiot, and then it just escalates from there. You know what I mean? So
Because you got to think LeBron and Steph is going home with the check still.
So wait, you had the hot take that Steph was better than LeBron in 2014?
Yes. No. That was
15?
like what? That wasn't like 2014. That was like
15, 16?
16. Yeah.
That's impressive.
is that a hot take at that time?
Dude, that's a hot take as of maybe 2 years ago.
And now, guess what though? Like 7 years later, it's kind of like
No,
like it's probably not true, but I'm not mad at you. But I still think it's true though.
I think you could have that debate.
Yeah, of course.
Doing this
Listen,
debate-
Steph changed basketball.
Yeah, but having that debate 7 years ago is wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And he thought that it was like wild too, feel me, man. But I is glad to know that y'all not faking fights.
No, yeah,
Right,
that would not be fake. But I want to
was
ask
still
Josh
hella
something
entertaining, though.
because coincidentally we were like both traveling at the same time recently, and I was only gone for a week. and I haven't taken like a 9-hour flight in a long ass time. Well, like yeah, probably like more than 10 years now, and I quickly got over it, bro. I quickly got over the traveling. I really wanted to go back home, have my comfort zone, have my room, my computer, my weed. Like, you know, I just wanted to go back to my chill zone at a certain point. And I've had dreams before of wanting to become like, I've thought like, it would be so sick to be a traveling YouTuber, a person who goes all throughout the world to different countries and films your experiences. I now realize I could never do that shit. That is not me.
Out.
If you didn't have to scavenge for weed, would it be a different story?
No, the weed was not the issue. The issue was like just the food. Like, you know, it's like I'm just so accustomed to the American palate. I feel like that it was really hard to just eat Greek food and be satisfied. And
So you found Greek tree?
I found HHC.
Oh, what's that again?
It's like a you know, like what they do with Delta 8. Like they'll find like a version of weed that's not you know, illegal, and they'll like use that instead. People were saying that's like sprayed weed basically, but we know a dope ass Yola, he has an HHC brand, so that was kind of like a selling point for me. I was like, if he sells
THC in it?
it's like it apparently gets you high like THC, but it has no
Were you
THC
high?
in it. I thought I was, but when I got back home and I smoked my first spliff, and I was having like almost like an anxiety attack because I was so faded. I realized like, no, I don't think I was high the whole time.
Yeah.
I think I was like, you know,
Just
placebo.
in the Greek euphoria and just happy to smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
real
well,
talk,
I also smoke spliffs, so maybe I was just satisfying my fucking tobacco urge.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But do you feel like you could be a traveling like YouTuber? Like, you think you could travel all the time?
After doing 2 weeks, yeah, that was pretty sick. And I didn't think I could do it before. What you said about the food, though, not having like what you're used to having for like breakfast options available really throws off your whole day.
Bro, thank you.
Having to sit down for a meal and having to sit down for at least 2 hours to eat this meal and not being able to order at the speed you want,
Right.
that takes some getting used to. And that kind of made me feel like, damn, are we like out of whack as Americans are feeling this way, or are these guys just really just not caught up?
You think some of the food is better? Like, because
Oh, it is.
France and
That
go to
is
Europe,
un-
food is better.
unbelievably
Less sugar
better.
in
That
the
was the best
ketchups.
food I've ever had. Dude, I ate tomatoes out there that like tasted like nothing tomatoes ever did out
Right.
here.
I was just talking about this with Hurley, where like I noticed this also when I went to Hawaii, where like the egg yolks out, like this is just one good example because it's so visible, but the egg yolks we have out here, they have this like unsaturated yellow color. In Hawaii, I went out there, bro, their egg yolks are like this dark ass yellow. It looks like some super crazy organic egg. I noticed the same thing was going on in Greece, where like all their eggs had this like crazy dark yellow yolk, and when I was eating their fruits, I had that same like experience of like, it tastes like a watermelon or it tastes like a strawberry, but it's like, it tastes like way more natural, I
real,
guess, or less
more real.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it tastes the same but different. You know what I mean?
Probably less preservatives and less bullshit of what they're putting in it, less pesticides. Bill Gates has that new thing called peel coming out, which is a clear type of coating of what they dip all your vegetables and shit, and you can't taste it or nothing. Is to keep things preserved.
He needs to go.
In Greece,
He needs to go.
He's an evil guy.
Oh, he needs to
He's
go.
an evil guy. boy.
Listen,
He'll be
man.
looking evil, boy.
So when you
Listen,
were in Greece, like when you went to a spot to try to get like coffee or breakfast or whatever, were there people just sitting there at the counter drinking what they bring out to you immediately? Because there's no really like to go. People will sit right there at the counter, drink their coffees that are only about yay big, eat whatever, and then bounce. And that's like whereas we're used to just grabbing everything in a bag
Yeah.
to go.
We didn't really try to do any to go. If we went to go eat somewhere, we like just wanted to experience it, so we sat there and ate there. But no, I don't think I noticed that. It could have been a thing, but you know what I did notice is every restaurant I went to out there is like, out here we're used to getting the check. You put your card on the table, they take your card and they bring it back, and then you sign the check, you leave. Out there, every time they tell you like, you got to come with me to ring up your card. They're like, I'm not gonna touch your card. And I had that experience like every time where I put my card on the table. They're like, no, you gotta. They'll either come to you with the machine or they'll take you to the machine where you gotta
Mexico
ring it
brings
up.
it to you. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
really?
Like they bring the machine to you. You know what I mean?
And I asked one of the servers, I was like, it was a dude. I was like, yo, why do you guys do this out here where you don't take the card? Because in America they take the card. And he's like, it's your card. He's like, why would I touch it? Like it's that's your sensitive information, you know, and property.
that.
He's like,
Respect.
we can't touch that shit. And I
One
was
thing
like,
that's interesting though too is like when they bring you the thing in Mexico, I was in Mexicali, is that they stand over you while you're choosing the tip. You know what I mean? It feels a little pressure. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you feel like, well, was he 15, 10, or was he 20?
No
Oh,
tip.
my God, we're going to give him the 20, man. He's standing
How
there.
much did you love that?
The no tip thing?
Yeah.
Well, actually, bro, when I was out there, dude, a shot out here at a bar costs like $10 minimum, right? Maybe on happy hour would be cheaper, but like $10 minimum. A drink would be like 15 or more. Out there, bro, a shot was $3.
Damn.
I was tipping just because I felt like I was saving so much money.
Yeah, you got to.
I was like, bro, like I'm saving $7 right here. Here's an extra $2. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
that
because I was
part.
like, bro, like I'm getting this is like a huge deal right now.
And they super appreciate tips on top of it. You can give just like
'Cause
a
no one
couple
tips
of
out there, like
euros,
you're saying.
Right. No,
Wow.
well, there's like a 13.5%
American
service fee
shit,
on
though,
everything.
right?
What do y'all feel about us though? Like when we go now, I'll go back in the day before the pandemic. I would go there and I get something to go. You never tip. Now there's an option every time to tip, and sometimes I feel bad. Like, oh shit. Like, why would I tip when I'm getting it to go? And it depends on how nice somebody is.
No,
If
it's
they're
like-
extra helpful, then I'm gonna go ahead and slide them a tip. But for what?
I know what you mean. Like I had that mental battle before too.
Yeah.
I've already like accepted it. Like no, like no one deserves a tip. No service has been provided.
I'm picking up
The
my
food
own
that I'm paying for
Yeah.
is the service has been paid
That
for,
part.
right? If
Yeah.
a server is like working with me for 30 minutes while I'm eating dinner, okay,
Yeah.
then he
For
or
sure.
she deserves
Yeah.
a tip.
Got the machines where they asking you for the tip, like right in their face.
Immediately, that's what I'm
Bro.
saying. Yeah, you feel the pressure. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
They're looking at you as you decide on what you gonna tip them.
Bro, I saw a couple grocery stores now are recently adding the tip option to the self checkout.
Self checkout,
Come
right? I
on,
seen
man.
that.
Who you gonna tip? The lady?
They're saying that the store's going to use the tips to like divvy it up amongst the
on,
workers.
man.
But then
They
also,
tripping.
I've worked with a bunch of different companies for commission.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to be on top of your commission thing to make sure you're being paid properly and like correctly. I'm sure those employees have no way of checking how much money is
Hell
coming
no.
in compared to how much they're
That's
getting.
like being a
On,
DJ.
on top of
at the
commissions,
strip
it's
club.
crazy.
Right.
You'll get fired fast.
what?
Right? Now,
for being on
come
top
to
of
your
commission.
boss like, hey, listen, I got tips like $22 yesterday. You feel me?
Oh,
Like,
well, you kind of have to do that. Like
being a stickler is crazy for some tips.
you're not okay. Well,
Right? Like, that's crazy, though, right? Like, say, hey,
I don't know
listen.
if you're getting paid like minimum wage and you're kind of your boss at certain jobs. That's the selling point. They're like, hey, you get minimum wage and commission. That's how they try to get you in the job sometimes. So if you're promising commission, then you're like being shady
You
with
got
it.
people in restaurants though. The owners will. I saw this on a Kitchen Nightmares with Chef
Yeah.
Ramsay, where the owner was taking the tips because the restaurant wasn't doing great, so he was taking all the tips.
I've seen that
Yeah,
before
from
too.
that's a piece
That
of shit
yeah,
ass guy
that
right
gets
there.
super shady right there.
What
but-
makes me mad is if you tip someone and then they tell you, well, this is getting split up, but that wasn't the person who was running all day for me.
Exactly.
Now she has to split it up or he has to split it up with this person. No, this 100 or this 50 or this 20 or whatever it is for them.
I've done that a couple times where I'll tell the server like, "Hey, do you guys like split tips?"
Yeah.
And then I've done a couple times where I'll be like, "Yo, this is for you," like,
Yeah,
and try to
that's-
like
that's
sneakily
better.
slide it to them, so
Yeah.
they'll be like, "You deserve this
Yeah,
because you
that's
did all
real.
this work," you know.
Well, it was a big story where a woman was tipped 2,000 or something, and they were making her split it with everybody, and the dude was like, "No, this is for her." So it was a big old ordeal. I think she quit.
Yeah, I think I seen
Yeah,
that.
it was a while back, and
Wow.
and it was crazy because somebody left you a tip for $2,000, and they telling you to split it up, with 20 people.
Nah, that's specifically for her.
Because for what she did, she
Yeah,
earned it.
that's crazy.
You
Man,
know,
no, right? But Josh and Yuri, right, did the most American shit ever, right?
What?
They go to this country, right, where there's obviously some cultural rules, right? Study place, it's just like, yo, listen, like there's no tipping here,
yeah.
And these American fucks went and try to disrupt the fucking economy by like introducing tipping to these people, bro.
Right.
That's some fucked up shit, though.
Bro, like I'm saying, if I'm going to a store where like a Rockstar would normally cost me $3
Yeah.
and I get it there for 50 cents,
Yeah, you gonna tip a
I'm gonna just
buck.
give them the other 50
least,
cents.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
for
or
sure.
whatever it is. It's just
That's
like,
fucked up, though.
oh my
Now,
God.
I've had that happen. I've had things where I've gotten a plug for something for an event.
Yeah.
And it could have been $1,000 for the plug. And when I got there, I'm like, yo, I ain't even pay for this. Let me go ahead and tip big.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
And even the people like, damn.
No,
I'm like,
facts.
shit, I got this.
Because
It
it's
made
like,
me
I got
feel
it for
away.
free. It's like,
it's
let me.
like paying it forward.
You feel
paying it forward.
selfish if you go home like not doing that because you're like,
Yeah.
now if you feel like a stickler because you're
Yeah.
like trying to keep every penny. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I just saved money. Let me save more money.
Then it feels like that if you're tipping and you look at a percentage, you say, okay, I'm gonna leave $11, but then you're like, I got 2 more ones in my pocket. It's just 2 ones. Like, let me go and drop these other 2.
Exactly.
But the meal could have been
Listen,
$20.
bro.
No,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Shit, listen, yo, like those 2 ones adds up fast.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
Listen,
Yeah, facts.
Right? No, though. That's different, though, right? Than like us as Americans, where,
Right.
like, for example, there's no locals in who tip, right?
Right.
Now, Imagine you as an American go there, and now you're introducing tipping and fuck up the entire economy. You feel me?
When's the last time, Flacco, you went out with a chick and you paid for the meal?
When she was out here
Oh, your girl?
yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
Like that was what, March, right? Yeah.
Okay,
March,
yeah.
March.
So you do it and you tipped in at that situation. Come on, you
Yeah.
can't. That's embarrassing to the woman if you don't tip. You gotta tip.
Damn, that is kind of
In the
embarrassing.
car
to the
though,
woman.
in the car.
Let me ask you this,
is
Flacco.
is like 15%, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
10, 15,
but
20,
like
whatever, 25.
a cash tip, I can't tell you the last time I left the cash.
No, it don't matter. A tip's a tip.
Yeah,
Don't matter if it's on the card or
I was
not.
talking with Almighty the other day in here. We were talking about DoorDash tips and shit. He said he never leaves a tip.
Nah,
when he
that's
does
crazy.
DoorDash.
I have before because I want people to pay it forward and not do something to my food. I'm very untrusting.
I always-
I tip every time
That's
though.
why I tip every time
Very
too, because I don't want them
untrusting.
to. All right, so how much are you tipping?
Like probably like $4 or $5. Like
Yeah, you know?
But if you, because DoorDash, you tip ahead of time, and they
Yeah.
can see, like you're saying, like it adds a little trust barrier where they're like, all right, he gave me $5. Let me not
Not
steal a
even
fry.
that though, bro. Like,
Right.
bro, they're driving like 15, 20 minutes to bring you your food.
Not only that, they're sitting there in line waiting to get
Yeah,
your food.
bro.
Like if there's
you
a
don't
big
tip
ass,
DoorDash, you're a piece of shit.
Almighty said he don't tip DoorDash. He said
That's
they get,
crazy.
He said they get paid to drive that shit.
Nah, that's nuts, bro. Look,
I'm telling you.
if you don't tip DoorDash, yo, you are like a sociopath.
but that blame, that guilt should not go on Almighty's shoulders. That should go on the DoorDash company's shoulders.
What?
There's no way that they should have these employees literally fucking surviving off praying to God that they get a tip. It's like they
Yeah,
should be
that's
paid.
burn.
They should be
Yeah.
paid fairly enough to their
that's
like
real.
where it's a bonus, but
Yeah.
they're not surviving off the tips.
I do like the tip, especially if I'm involved with delivering it somewhere else. If I'm dropping off something for my girl or family, I want a tip because I want that experience for my family to be treated right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I want to make sure, let me slide them $5-10 to be cool because I want the experience to be right. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? I don't want them to be having an attitude and shit coming up to the door.
paying drivers, like for example, right? Like, if we're saying, yo, like pay like DoorDash drivers like a set, like per hour, like that don't make no sense. Right? Like for example, right? So let's say this, like they could probably do about 3 deliveries.
It doesn't have
max,
to be per
Right.
hour.
right? Max, right?
Right.
In 1 hour, right? And let's say this, like the average meal is about what? Let's say like $20, right?
Yeah.
So the store gets majority of that money.
Right.
DoorDash gets like the like the $4 fee, right?
Right.
So DoorDash is about to pay you, let's say, $15 an hour, and they made $12 that hour off the fees.
Well, we're not in like a world where we should give companies sympathy. Like, oh, they're not making enough profit. Like, we
No,
need
they're
to.
killing the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
They got so many people driving. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Let me ask you this. If y'all getting food delivered, this is the way I like. I like my shit to be knocked on the door and the food left at the door. I'd rather not deal with it. I don't want to talk to nobody.
yeah, I feel
don't.
that.
I'd rather tip them without them, and leave the food. I don't really want to say hello and what's up.
I
to
feel
everybody.
that,
I
but
don't.
it's gonna be people like kind of ironic for me to say this, but like I feel like on some germaphobe shit,
Yeah.
when they leave it on the floor,
Yeah.
you got to put that bag on the table or somewhere eventually, unless you put it back on the floor and open it up on the floor and take
or
things
you just,
out.
Yeah, or you lay a paper towel or something
Oh,
down. I'm
I
a
guess, yeah, you're
germaphobe,
right,
too.
paper
I just
towel.
don't want to deal with the politics of an individual who I may not want to look at. You know what I mean? Because I've had some shady characters before that look crazy. Like, damn, then I've had people that look crazy, but that was the best. So the other day, Starbucks got ordered on set, and I said, hey, call Starbucks, y'all, and tell them to tape up, because I'm a germaphobe. So tell them to tape up the bag and tape up, the damn drink.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't do that. We don't. I was like, what? But it ended up coming, everything was taped up because a friend of mine who's an engineer I work with, he said, man, when I did DoorDash, I used to eat people's fries. I dipped it around. See, you're a disgusting type of guy. So
yeah.
I'm very untrusting to get things delivered as much as, so I want to
Mine's
tape
different,
up.
though.
You're
right?
adding too many middlemen. There's a person who cooks your food.
That's already
There's the
dirty
cashier
enough.
who hands it to the driver,
yeah.
and then the driver gives it to you. There's like 3 or 4 people who touch your food before it even gets in your mouth.
And the chefs don't have any damn gloves on. Yeah. So you got to think all the chefs, I don't care if it's Chef Ramsay. What about when he's digging in his nose, scratching his nuts, touching his woman, his
Scratches
wife,
his arm,
anything, and then you touching the food and everything. I think there needs to be gloves. I was at a sushi spot in San Diego, and I asked the guy, it was a little uncomfortable. I said, hey man, can you put gloves on?
Yeah.
And he kind of was looking kind of mad, but he understood. I tipped him well.
He was a sushi
Yeah,
chef?
sushi guy.
They're known for doing it with
with
no
the hands. So I had
yeah.
to ask him, yo, Could you put the gloves on for your partner? And then I've walked into places back when I was eating more sandwiches. I said, hey, excuse me, dirty gloves. Are you the manager? He said, yeah. I said, I'm going to need you to change your gloves. Because what you're doing is protecting your hands, grabbing all the trash, the cabinets, everything. I need you to put new gloves on and only touch my stuff. You know what I mean? I called them dirty gloves.
I ordered pizza the other day, and I walked inside to go grab it, and the dude in the back was like fucking licking his fingers and shit. That
that's
shit
out.
Made me, I was like, man, I'm good on the pizza.
I had a
I
waiter
didn't
come
pay for
scratch
it.
his nuts and ask me, what do we want to order, me and my chick. I was like, bro, nothing now after you just scratched your nuts.
Dude.
I need somebody else. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
for me, it's like, listen, right? So when it comes to like how I know that I can go down and grab the food, right?
Yeah.
If they're like a foreigner, like for example, like a crazy name like IE or something,
Yeah.
now I can go down and grab the food from you.
Right.
If they got like a nigga name,
This guy, get the fuck out of here. You hear
or like an urban
Tyrone
name, right?
scary
right?
ass.
No.
He's scared somebody gonna notice his ass.
No. Right? If it's like a nigga name or like a urban,
Right.
you know, it sounds like they watch No Jumper or they know
right.
hip hop.
I feel
Bro,
you.
what?
I feel
Listen, I'm not meeting you. Why?
So Harry Pondu you'll go get, but Tyrone Green.
No.
Yeah, you ain't fucking with
like a
Tyrone.
racist.
no.
I get my food
Nah,
handed
bro.
to me every time because I don't know. The way my building is set up, it's hard for them to even get in that shit.
I feel it.
So I have to fucking go down there and
I gotta
fucking meet them
buzz
at the
people
door.
in the building and
yeah,
buzz them,
it'd
and
be
I-
too much. So I just meet them at the door every fucking
Phil,
time.
listen up, bro. I don't want nobody who recognizes me
I feel that.
to know that I live here.
That part. I feel
feel
that.
me, man?
I feel that.
Yeah, man,
you
come on now,
definitely
bro.
where you stand, you rest your head, you want that to be low key.
Yeah, man.
You know?
No. You know what's crazy, right? Is like there was one person in like my building one time, right? And he was like a young Hispanic kid though. Like he was like, I don't know, like 19 or 20. Oh, like Flacco.
Yeah.
Fam,
That's the
listen,
worst. Yeah,
man.
it is the worst though. As cool
Listen.
as it is, it's bad.
Dog. Fam, bro, look, right? Hey, right? So look, I found out like where he lives. I went down to you know, say, yo, who's that guy right there? Right? Now I know he lives here. That's his name. So hence, if anybody, you feel me?
Oh my god!
knows where I
You're just gonna
live.
blame him if anything ever goes missing in your
That's
house.
Well,
crazy.
look. Hey, check this out. My boy, y'all know G Perico, right? So
Yeah.
G just got a new crib in Vegas, right? He got a fly ass crib, gated community, everything. So he sends me his what is it called? The ring. He sends the ring. So two little kids is riding past, two little Latino kids riding past, and on scooters. They see his packages. They come over there and grab them. They get on. So I guess their mom or something told them bring that shit back. So they come over there, sorry, sir, here's your stuff. He's sending me all the videos and shit. He said, I
my
still didn't
God.
get everything back. But it's just to think you're in a gated community, very well off, upper middle class, rich area,
Yeah.
and kids are stealing. You know what I mean?
Kids are
Package
gonna be
stealing.
kids. You know what I mean?
You know
Like,
what I mean?
no
Don't matter
what.
where you at.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, they know kid shit. Like
Yeah,
shit
that
like
is.
that. Like
That's definitely kid shit.
Nah, listen, that's young criminal shit.
Oh my god!
Like you going to prison.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wait,
All
the
kids
police
have
on him?
stolen
No, hell,
something.
G would never call the police. No, that was actually a
shit.
fly way for him to actually be new in the community and go talk to the parents and let them know he's an understanding father as well.
Yeah.
Kids make mistakes.
Shit, this
You know
is-
what I mean? And then they didn't know who
listen.
they were stealing from. When they found out it was G, they knew who he was too. They
Phil,
was like,
listen.
oh,
So
So
shit.
you would have called the cops on those kids?
Wait, hold up, right? Look though. And they brought it
Wow.
back, and there's still some shit missing, bro. Of course, police being called.
Call the
Oh
cops.
my
Yeah.
god!
Here's a
What
better
police being
question.
called?
When was the last time you called the police on somebody? Give me that. I want to hear that.
Look
story.
at his recent
nigga
phone
thinking
calls.
about it. Yeah,
It says
yeah.
911 like
Yeah.
When
4
was the last
times.
time you had to call the police on somebody, Flacco?
Oh, yeah, right. So, again, this is not snitching, right? So, right now, right. Listen, right. No, right here, right now. Look, right. So, and it was like when like Mom Beast, right? And he sent me merch, right? And like, it happened twice, right? Where like they kept on saying this shit got delivered, right? But like I never had it delivered, right? First time, you feel me, right? Cool. The second time it happened, nah, bruh.
You called the police over a missing package.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
In Los
Taxpayer
Angeles, I'm sure that is literally like
They ain't
beyond
coming.
the bottom
Did
of
they
the.
Nah.
Told me to go on,
They told you to go
$1,000
fuck yourself,
file a police report.
bro. Even if you file that police
Online.
report, they're gonna crumple it up
called
and
the
throw it
police
in the
once,
bin,
Remo.
dude.
I called the police
Dude.
one time, and I'm gonna tell you why. It took me 2 hours to call the police. My car was stolen. from the people who sold me the car. I had a middle person that sold me a 745 Li years ago, like 2005. Sold me the car. I'm riding around in the car. They were the middle person. Back then, we was getting plugs on the car, brand new off the lot. He tells me I wanted a different color. I had this brand new whip, 20 miles on it, something. I'm driving about a week, 2 weeks. No, maybe longer, maybe a couple months. And he's like, hey, come get the color you wanted. Let's switch. We in Beverly Hills. It's a Bank of America across the street, right on Wilshire in Beverly Hills from the BMW dealer. I pull up. Next thing you know, I'm outside. He tells me, come on. I see my car drive past. It was just my birthday. It was March. I was like, hey, is that my whip?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? Now, mind you, my strap in there and everything, right? So I'm like, I just pulled up. So I go in and ask the people at the bank, do y'all got cameras? They like, nah, we don't. In Beverly Hills, you ain't got cameras? So everybody, I'm calling the homies. I'm calling the G homies. Now, I'm from a hood background and everything, so we don't call police. People had to tell me, yo, Dre, you have to call the police when your car is stolen. You have to. So it took me hours to sit there like, I ain't calling the police because I never experienced that before. Somebody taking something from me, for one. And for two,
having to call the police.
I felt very uncomfortable. I felt like...
But you're doing that for like insurance purposes.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
Somebody go
in
kill
there
somebody,
as
do
well.
anything. I didn't tell on nobody. I didn't know who took it, but I'm just saying you have to report your car stolen. But that made me alone. It's hard for me to have to... If I had to call the cops, I couldn't even...
But like you're saying,
hard.
they
But
can,
I understand, like maybe calling the cops because someone stole your car,
You
your
have
guns
to
in
do
there,
that.
but
You
for
gotta
some
do
merch.
that. Oh, nah.
But bro,
we
like
ain't
someone
doing
could
that.
take your car, run someone else over,
And you
and then
get
if you
charged
had
with
not
it.
reported it, they're gonna be like, oh,
That's like a gun.
Were you driving?
If your gun
Yeah.
gets stolen and you have a legal gun, because I'll carry legal guns in different states, you better report that motherfucker stolen because you'll have a murder on your hands. You know what I mean? So you got to report it stolen. I don't know who took it, but it's reported stolen.
It's
you
no
make
longer
that
in my custody.
with the police. So, but to walk in a police station to get the looks, to get the feel, and I'm well spoken, but to communicate with them like something's been stolen from me, you kind of feel like people drag their feet a little bit. So I had a car broken into, my car, and my building is a guard gated building. They told me, yo, you got to report it if you want to find out what happened. So I reported. The cops never came. But I went to the station like, yo, somebody broke into the whip.
Shit, listen, man.
I needed that to see the cameras. You had to make a report so I could see the cameras and see who did it. But I'm never gonna tell on somebody. Like,
Yeah, just calling
Now,
them.
the back-
Now, I got a question for y'all, huh?
You
Hey, you're-
throw the car back?
Yeah, I did.
okay.
Yeah, I did get it back. It was a trip because the police was working for me.
go.
I never felt that before. The police like, hey, Mr. Truth, hey, we got a line on it. I said, wow, this is how this works.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't
It's
understand
amazing, ain't it?
I didn't understand.
Amazing,
That's the only
ain't it?
time I experienced it. That's the only time.
Oh,
but
man, listen, man.
But
it's amazing
it was a trip.
Bro,
Yeah,
one
it's a
time
trip.
I had to, I live by, I didn't grow up with the probably history you did, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have an issue with calling the police.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one time I had to call the police because long story short, two homeless people were like trying to break into cars in my garage,
Oh,
and I
shit.
like chased them out, and then one of them like fell back, like ran away, and I was chasing one of them. We're like walking behind one of them, and the other dude just sneakily just ran up and just punched me in the back of the
Oh,
head.
shit.
I fell on the floor and they just ran off. And then I kept running after him. And I was like, fuck it, you punched me. I'm calling the cops now. I called the cops, and then they ended up getting away. I gave the cops a description of the person who punched me, and I was thinking like nothing's ever gonna come of this, right?
yeah.
And then literally the next day, bro, like 6 a.m, I get a
got
call. I'm like, hello, like what's going on? She's like, hey, we caught that guy who
What was the description?
who beat you up, blah blah. I don't even remember.
Black tall, black, with a beard. Hey, look,
With
the beard?
What was you gonna do when you caught him if you would have caught up to him before he punched you?
I was gonna punch him back.
Okay, now would you have called if you punched him? Would you have called then after you assaulted him back? But before he punched you, when you chased the first one, what were you gonna do before you got punched?
Well, at first I was just trying to basically like tell him to not like come to that garage anymore.
but you were
I was-
chasing him, so is that what you were gonna do when you caught him? Because that's aggressive to chase someone.
I guess you're right. No, okay, it wasn't a chase. It was like me walking after them because
Okay.
basically I catch them red-handed and they
Okay.
just do the thing where they like ignore me, turn around, just start walking, and I'm
Okay.
like walking after them, going like, yo, blah blah blah, whatever. Like, what the fuck? I just saw that. I saw you pulling on door handles. One of them just like as I'm talking, just walks away to the right. And I just like for some reason I'm an idiot. I didn't pay attention to that person. I just thought whatever. They walked away, and I was talking to the other person who actually saw pulling the door handles. I'm like, yo, like what the fuck? Where you going? Like stop, come to, and then boom, and I fucking
Did
get
you press
punched.
charges?
I don't I
Not
don't think
on the
all I
homeless
was gonna
man.
say is like I don't think there's any charges to be pressed because they called me in the morning. They're like, hey, we caught the dude, and they're like, we didn't catch him because we were like searching for him because of your shit. They said we caught him because he was breaking into another garage up the street.
Damn, that's his MO.
and
burnt
someone
out.
else caught him, and they're like, and we got him
Y'all need to
arrested.
get him off the streets.
And then they were just basically saying they're like, they're like, there's really nothing you could do. They're like, he's gonna be behind bars for like 11 hours, and
Did
then
you go to
he's gonna
police
be back
station
out.
and looking at him and line up? To
Nah,
see
I didn't have to do all that.
Well, one of my homeboys has a fly ass studio and stuff. My homeboy Cav and
Cause yeah, like her.
Caviar in Hollywood. And when he first got to his building, bro, it was the homeless tribe staying at his building. He has a big facility. George Clooney, Beyonce, Puffy, all kind of people rent his spot out, right? So he had to move the homeless people out of there. They was like, we ain't going nowhere. So he had like 3 or 4 white dudes, 2 black dudes, and some other guys. He said he ran the white dudes off quick. Black dudes like, we ain't going nowhere. He said, look, brother, if y'all don't go nowhere, we gonna beat y'all ass.
And they were sleeping outside, or they were
in
actually
front of like,
yeah,
it's like being right here, no jumper, and they're right at the front. And you like,
You got guests coming in,
and y'all just moved here, so they've been here when this was shut down. So now they're there, and the guest is coming in. So somebody got to get their ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he had to whoop a lot of ass.
Oh, they ended up fucking him up.
Oh, they whooped ass for days, for like a week straight.
They
Let's
kept
get
coming
it.
back.
Yeah.
Yo,
All right,
shout out
man,
to
let's
Curtis
get
with the $100 donation, by the way. That's crazy.
What'd he say?
Yeah, what the Curtis?
I can't read the full message.
When do you get donations on?
Super chat. I just saw it come in right
Oh,
there.
wow.
And I just saw it was a red.
So shout out Curtis. He
gets that
said, "Rich Ninja,
Who gets the money?
check
Remo?
in. Shout out to Flacco. Anytime he starts stuttering, he's lying."
Shout out to Curtis.
That's funny.
Bro paid $100 to say that. That's crazy. Shout out Flacco.
I perfect, man. Let's get to it. So let's go with Gunna.
All right, so Gunna released his first song since being released from jail after taking the plea deal. He said one of the rappers who flipped on him is in business with a rat, but nobody speaks on it.
All right. Another player.
Can we hear it?
Nah.
Oh shit! Where's the headphones at?
Oh yeah.
I literally before I came here, I watched Flacco's whole video about this song breakdown, and
It's not
I don't know
something-
about the things about him talking about Lil Baby or calling other rappers, snitches or whatever it is, but
Yeah.
he definitely for sure confirmed the fact that, he snitched. He literally said, like, I was tricked into doing something
Well-
that I didn't realize, and I'll do better next time.
I'll do better next time.
Yeah, there's no next time after that, right?
Damn.
His
Damn,
exact
Gunna.
statement was this though. Here. Let's pull it up. So his
Excuse me.
so his exact statements was. Let me pull it real
Not
quick.
next time. That's a bad look right there.
Basically, that's what he
My
said.
thing is, it's hard to get tricked, not unless it was wordplay. But to me, it was kind of put out that was his ticket out, was to say this is a gang.
Yeah.
When the correct, obviously, answer was this is a label. But go ahead, Flavor.
Listen, man. That boy ain't tell. Feel me, man?
Oh,
Listen, man.
my God.
That boy was tricked. Now his exact words were never gave no statements or agreed to take no stand. On whatever you niggas on, then trust me, I'ma stand on it. Lawyers and the DA did some sneaky shit I fell for. So essentially saying, listen,
But then say the P's and Q's part too.
yeah. Look, and on my P's and Q's, because this time I be prepared for it. Yeah, right. So pretty much saying, listen, dog. My lawyer told me one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I trusted my lawyer.
Okay.
We went to court. They started saying a whole bunch of shit. I'm already here. It's just
Okay.
me, my lawyer, prosecutor, DA, the judge.
Okay.
Nigga, bro, I'm discombobulated, nigga, right?
Right.
So I'm just
Right.
yes, man, right? But yo, if I was tricked into
Right.
doing this, cool. But next time, though, I'm on my P's and Q's. It won't happen next time.
It won't be a next time, but I do want to add this, and I want to add this to say, regardless if he did tell or not, or however a perspective sees it, why is that such evidence for this man to say this is a gang? When we have LLC, we have business license, we have all this shit that's going on. You see, we're a label. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why does it matter? Because he's a part of it that he says that could be his opinion. But we have paperwork that says this is a LLC. This is a company. You
I
understand what
see.
I'm
So
saying?
they could say
The gang,
that.
though,
It's a
right?
But
corporation.
also, it's incriminating because he was like a right-hand man to Young Thug, where they're gonna be like, he was very high up on the tier
But
list.
I get that, but just to say this is a gang as opposed to I was involved. I sat in on some killings. I sat in on some calls. Just to say the label's a gang. That is a lot to.
No,
to
but
But
also,
no, but they
you gotta-
they
I
asked
think-
them. They were like, "Has music from the label been used to fund drug sales and also gun purchases and
And what'd
stuff
he
like
say?
that?" He said yes.
Oh well, I mean that's telling.
Yeah.
Flacco, that's snitching.
Wait,
That's nobody's business. He's supposed to
of
say I don't know. You know what I mean?
And also, he has the case where him and Young Thug were directly in the car and a gun was found. So they asked him, they said, Sergio Kitchens, was the gun in the car yours? So it can only be him,
Right.
Young Thug, and he said no, it wasn't mine. So
Oh my
that's
god.
basically saying it's.
That case, but that case though, like been over with though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
He just proven a track record.
well, question though, right?
Yeah.
And if Thug already like took responsibility for that case already,
Yeah.
right?
But that was asked that same day in court. She asked him
No,
that.
right. Because it's again, that's already been like concluded, right?
Right.
Gunna ain't get charged for that gun,
Right.
right?
Who did?
Thug?
Right.
That's the whole point.
Because
he
Gunna
said it
said-
wasn't his.
Whose gun was it though?
It already like got concluded though. Like the case
Before-
was from,
before
like,
they were
3
locked
years
up?
ago.
See, here's my thing too, y'all. From a street background, everybody in the car has to claim their own gun.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of dry snitching if you say it ain't mine, but then you feel like because
It goes on the driver, right?
Well, it can, but I went to jail before where it was someone else's gun and he didn't claim it. But if I just shut my mouth, we got a DA reject and we was out in 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours, we were out. But people panic when they like, oh shit, I'm in jail. Oh shit, it ain't mine, man. Fuck that. You know what I mean? We're really. First of all, I'm not about to ride with nobody. On my show, Sellies, that's the main thing that we say. Hey, are you dirty? You got any guns or dope? And he says no.
Yeah.
So now if he don't claim his gun and I asked him, did he have it? He's a bitch for that. You know what I mean?
Now,
Would it be snitching then if you guys got arrested and you said none of that is mine, but then it goes on him? He's gonna be like, bro, you put it all on me, but you're like, bro, you never
dry
told
snitching.
me.
It's dry snitching, but technically it's not snitching, but it is dry snitching. So
you
from
didn't
a
even
street
know.
background, you're supposed to be like,
You can't even
this
do that.
ain't mine. I don't know whose it is.
Yeah.
You can't say, I could say shit. I don't know whose that is.
Yeah.
As opposed to that ain't mine. Shit, you better check the fingerprints because that ain't mine, baby.
Those are two different
And
things.
you looking over here, you better check. I seen a girl tell the cop said, I'll let you go. She said she got the dope in her weave. You know what I mean?
seen
You
that.
saw that?
Yeah,
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 it was
yeah.
crazy. Go
now,
ahead,
all
Flacco.
right. So line number 2, Josh. Let's go to the second line. Oh, also too, let me just first here, right? Let me no. Go to our post. Let me like just also too, right? Take my credit for this, right?
That was
Yo, listen. I was the first one to listen to the song, screenshot. Okay, he's saying this, and then post it. And then as soon as we posted it, everybody else got to post it. Now listen though, I did any nigga 10,000, right? To find any media outlet who posted these two shits before me.
What
All
about
right, Soulja Boy.
non-niggas? Is it just niggas or non-niggas?
No,
You mean everybody?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Cool,
Right?
cool. I was just curious.
Right? I did any media outlet. I'm talking about Daily Live, anybody who could show proof.
I don't think nobody is. I think
Yeah.
I think you hold.
And you got that from
you hold
listening
that.
to the
You got
song
that.
or from
Yes.
following Instagram accounts and Twitter
No.
accounts?
Immediately when I heard the song too, I knew
Yeah.
what it was too.
I was like, what are that post right now? Also, too, right now, listen. So,
I just didn't post it.
What
Yeah,
was
right?
the line? What was the line? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, right. Look, right. So look. So here, look. So now here. Look. To me, like this is like the most important line though in this song. Here, let me.
So
pull it real quick.
QCP did snitch before though. Is that
Oh,
true
here,
or not, or he
look,
didn't?
I don't
no,
know.
I'm
look,
confused
right,
on
here,
that.
right. So look. So like, and here's the line. We are not the same. Ain't my lane. I got my own column. Yeah, peeping shit. I'm seeing niggas fall back. You bitch ass niggas got me as the topic of the chat. You switched on me when you know you in business with a rat. And the boy that's like your brother and nobody speak on that. The city see it clearly. If I had to state a fact, you still fuck with a nigga that done got your partner whacked. Now let's break that down, right? Because he told on somebody in his line too. Now, first off, right? So Gunna has taken a course, and a bunch of people have taken the same route. It is an ironclad, foolproof way of turning the public against street niggas, right? Why? Because street niggas don't usually deal with logic and consistency. They're usually hypocritical and politics, meaning they gonna politic based on who they want to politic with, right? So, right. So when he say, hold up now, bro, like, Dirk, baby, like, y'all out here, like, speaking on me with, yo, like, there's people in y'all camps, nigga.
That's interesting.
Who done ratted, or, you know, at last to done rat, and y'all still doing business with them, right? But nobody speak on that, all right? So, we'll take on that, though, right? And him damn near say, hold up now, bro. How can you fix your mouth to speak on me, bro, when niggas in your camp is writing, and y'all don't speak on it.
Well, I guess because it's a fresh wound and it was so public. But absolutely right, though. Like, if they do have rats in the camp, then it needs to be addressed. And then who are you to
Peace
say
in public
something
too,
about
though.
me? Yeah, right. And who are you to say something about me when doing this, when Q shit or whoever else's could be extremely paperwork and this, that, and the third. What makes Gunner's look bad is this is a high-profile case, and he's on there making a mistake in front of everyone. You know what I mean? Like a simple mistake where they asking, is this a gang? And he says yes. It makes it look like that he was told before, all you got to say is this is a gang and you're going home.
Facts.
It makes it look like that.
And
so
not
if
only-
he was tricked, then I feel bad for him, but it's hard to believe.
Not only that, but when 6ix9ine was going through his whole case, Gunna was talking hella shit the whole time. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you're gonna be vulnerable to get attacked in the same way when you get put in the same shoes and you do the same thing that you'd said that you would never do, whatever.
Gunna
it is.
got too much money to be dumb though like that. How could somebody? That's like somebody coming up here as No Jumper a gang because there's people who are affiliated up here. Is No Jumper a gang?
No.
Okay then. So
YSL though was started and founded and started off as a gang though.
was it
Yeah, in 2011 it started off as a gang.
Young Slime? What?
Life.
Young Slime
Okay.
Life. It was a
See, I
street
wasn't
gang in
familiar with
Atlanta, and Young Thug and his homies and shit from they're from Zone 3.
Zone
they,
3?
Jonesboro. They had a
Before
little
rap.
click. They had a little click going on, and then it transcended into rap. So like when he
Shit.
grew up,
I didn't know
he
that.
just used that same name. So it's kind of like both, because a lot of
So it's the
not
hood.
everybody that's affiliated on the label side is
Okay.
affiliated with the street side. So that's
Okay.
why Gunna was easily quick to like, I don't know them niggas that's on the YSL street side of shit. I'm on the label, you know what I'm saying? So it was
okay.
kind of like, I don't really just know these guys that's doing all these crimes, and I'm booked
See,
for that shit.
Now that right there makes me think Gunner knew what he was doing. If he had the prior information to know that this was a gang, see, I didn't know that. Because my obvious thing is that this is a label.
Shit.
I'm never
I
going to
never
break
thought
from that
that.
if I'm Gunner.
Yeah.
I'm never going to break from that.
Shit. Hey, listen, bro. Listen, I knew from day one. Here, right? Look, Russell. Look, listen, Russell. Look, even if I didn't know that this started in 2011, if you just show me these niggas right here, thugging them niggas, right? Woo them niggas. If you show me the group of YSL members, and their lyrics, and how they out here moving, and
you would have believed it.
Of course, look, right here, right? Look right here, bro.
Maybe some
we see,
CB4 ass niggas out here too.
yeah, bro. Because we see, now
I'm
listen,
going to tell
right?
you my take. Well, go ahead.
Now look, because we've seen too much destruction and elimination of their ops, right?
Okay.
We seen, yo, like Thug Ghetto Line and 2 hours later somebody getting shot, right? So if I'm just a bystander, man, bro, that don't label it. It's a gang, right? Now, we're also too, right? Listen, Gunna took a page though out of 6ix9ine's book, right? And here's why real niggas would never win, right? Listen, right now, as we stand, bro, I'm team bitch ass niggas. You know why, right?
Damn.
Dog.
He just a beach ass nigga.
Yeah, right now, listen though. I'm team bitch. Why, bro? Because we up 400 right now, man. Fam, the real niggas had a chokehold on this Gunna situation. Gunna drop, now it's over with now, right? Why? Because these bitch ass real niggas and can't tell us shit no more. Y'all doing business with rats, right? So, ain't shit wrong with ratting if you're breaking bread with a rat. Now too, right? There's the next line though.
Okay.
Now this is where, listen, yo, if I'm 21 Savage, bro, I'm calling that lawyer right now, my nigga.
Yeah.
And yo, I'm getting ready for that RICO. You know why?
Right.
Oh my God, dude.
Look, break it down, right? So look, if
You talking about the G5 situation?
well here, right? So look at this, right? So look, if I'm somebody, right, who sees that there's a known quote unquote rat who's cooperating with a DA, who's known for just pinning shit together and making shit sound good, right? If you see Gunna insinuating that baby, you know, is still in the vicinity of 21 Savage after the rumors and the allegations that Sniper Gang had Marlo taken out, right? And he said right here, feel me, right?
Okay.
You still with that boy. You still with that boy after he got your partner whacked. Now, he's saying it as if it's definitive and if it's facts. We just thought that was rumor Sniper Gang got Marlo taken out, right? He's saying it as if it's facts. So if like I'm 21 Savage, bro, bro, listen, yo, I'm leaving this nigga alone.
I feel like you're looking so deeply into the lyrics that I feel like the average lawyer or whatever it is, or even like a crazy lawyer, is not gonna look at these lyrics and be like, "This is about the 21 Savage case."
Then how do you gauge also, like when you say bitch ass niggas and real niggas? See, there is an elite of street people who aren't gonna do that. Then you have your people who you know of who are street people who affiliate with the rats and do whatever they do. That's them.
Yeah.
They are separate. You know what I mean? Separate. Then another thing, I think without me knowing all the details about YSL, I looked at the homosexual behavior from Young Thug. So I saw the dresses. I saw him calling men lover and hubby. I saw that he said that he tattooed Birdman's name on his shit. That was soft to me. So not to say they wasn't pulling hits and all that, but it already looked soft batch to me because I wouldn't have took it serious. Now, if I was into it with him and I seen somebody get hit, I'm gonna take it serious. But for me to look from the outside looking in, I kind of looked at a lot of things as off-brand Crips and off-brand Bloods.
Those are guys though,
at
right?
one point. You know what I mean?
Wait though, right? Here, right? But like those are guys because, for example, right? When he says, "Yo, yo, listen, yo, I'm up in the dicks," right? Again, though, you think, "Oh, bro, that's some gay shit," but dicks is some
Extended clip.
poles, pipes. You feel me, right? So like, a lot of this shit seems gay.
Yeah, but let's talk about the things that are gay.
Yeah.
Like wrapping your arm around somebody else's, drinking the drink with him and saying, he's my lover, he's my hubby. Wearing blatant dresses and purses. Would you wear a dress and a purse?
No.
Why?
Well, he said he wore the dress to hide
Why?
to hide the stick.
That's bullshit. He's on the cover of
Most gangsters gay
an
though,
album
right?
with a full-on ball gown on. Like, you ain't hiding no
bro.
stick at the
Fam.
photo shoot.
Fam, bro.
You wouldn't wear a purse or a dress,
No,
right?
me no, right?
Of course not.
Wait, also
Most street niggas gay though. Most street niggas are gay though, right?
No.
What?
Wait, most who?
Most like there's
What
like
do you mean?
like real hard street niggas.
What do you mean are gay? You
Exactly,
mean
right?
you have your percentages of men who go to prison or who engage, but I think that's like if you look now back in gangster rap in the 90s, right? Everybody had this image, right?
Yeah.
Now you get it to now where people are being more honest, where dudes who would be acting like they were street are actually homosexuals. So I could never say that most street niggas is gay. That's a wrong statement right there.
Question for you, right?
But
Question
there
for you,
is
right?
a percentage of people who are that who are street people for sure.
Question for you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. Look, Russell, look. If I tell you
crazy.
right? No, listen though. If I tell you that there was a group of niggas, right?
Yeah.
Who love their partners?
Are these black men?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
cool,
right,
cool.
right. Yeah, look, right. So
Okay.
look. A group of black men, right?
Okay,
A group
okay.
of men in general.
Okay.
Who love they niggas and they partners more than they love they bitch. Who take care of they niggas and they partners more than they take care of their kids. Who spend 95% of the time with they niggas. Who tell niggas, oh, I love you, homie.
It
and then
depends
tell
on
the bitch they
what
love you.
age they're at, because once you're of age and you're a grown ass man, that changes. All that changes. But when you're young and you're an adolescent,
Yeah.
that's what it's about.
No, facts.
You had a best friend, so when you was kids, you wasn't thinking about the girl. You was thinking about me and my partner doing it. It had nothing to do with homosexuality,
But also,
or being weird. It just was like, now once you mature, it's
Yeah.
of course about your kids and your family, even if
They're
you
still doing it, though, big homie. They're
100%.
still doing it, though, big homie. Like, right? They're still doing it, though. Listen, right, bro.
Hey,
Look,
but
these
also-
rappers still doing it.
But also,
Some
a
are.
lot of people who have joined gangs have like I've seen like a lot of interviews and shit where I've seen the same thing being said a lot of times, which is like they don't have like a family structure at home.
Yeah.
They don't have that family vibe of like someone you love and care about. So you find it with other people you
That's
meet.
gay.
That's not
No,
gay. That's just
not
like
gay,
normal
bro.
human
It's
behavior.
camaraderie. It's
These- listen.
men sharpen men is still sharpen steel.
Fam, wait though. These whole ass niggas ain't never told they babies they love them. These
That's
whole
not
ass
true.
niggas ain't
That's
never
not
told
true.
they
Who? You have to
Mo-
break down individuals.
most of 'em.
That's wrong, bro. I'm from a hood.
What's the question,
I know
though?
multiple men who are telling their children that they love. I know multiple gang members who are great fathers, straight up, who didn't have a good father.
Not
That say
gang
you-
members, just street niggas in general.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Well, me, I affiliate more with the gang because I know, but street men, you got to take men. Like, for instance, I could take 10 gang members, I could take 10 regular men. I may have, out of these regular men, I may have 5 of the gang members who I'm really close with who I know going to stay down. Then 5 of these guys who aren't gang members is going to stay down. You remember 300? We said, how many of you up in here are soldiers? And they was like, I'm a carpenter, I'm this. He said, how many of y'all, when he asked the 300, how many of y'all, they was like, hoorah, all of us. So, but I think for you, the misconception is you've dealt with some people who have rubbed you wrong and have showed you that they're the antithesis of what being a street person is because they violated, because they're working with snitches, because they may not be telling their kids this, but that's really a fable, because the truth, that's not a fable for the individuals, but the rest that are, I'm telling you from firsthand, I know men who are loving who are great to their wives, who are there about their ladies first, then it's the homies. But when you grow up, it's about proving yourself, so you ain't thinking about, you gonna get to your girl later. It's about hanging out with the homies and figuring out if you're gonna kill something or not get killed. You know what I mean?
Question for you,
it's
right?
interesting. Yeah.
Question for you,
Yeah.
right? You're a real nigga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
I'm a
look at this,
man
though.
now. I'm a real
Oh,
man. But I'll be a real nigga too.
But you're real, right? Right now, look at this though. Real niggas hang with real niggas. Real niggas are in like proximity to other real niggas, right? So you don't know what them bitch ass niggas doing because you only hang with who? Real niggas, right?
It's an elite. Yeah.
Right?
It's circles within circles.
And that's my point, right?
Yeah.
I know what them bitch ass niggas doing, right?
Right.
Trust me, I know, right?
How you know?
And them whole ass bitch ass street niggas, right? And wait till there's real niggas and there's the bitch ass niggas. Those bitch ass niggas, right? Right? Or rapping in rap songs.
Right.
I can't feed no bitches French fries and chicken wings, nigga.
Right. Right.
But giving they partners 20,000.
Yeah, that's
Niggas is
different.
gay.
Well, hold up.
Bro.
Hold on. Throwing 50,000 in the strip club and not helping their family. Now, what's that? That's big tricking. But what I will say is that there is a lot of homosexuality going on in general, so I wouldn't base it on street or anti-street.
Yeah.
It's just individuals. Now, I think you've been dealing with people that you've seen a lot coming from where you came from, and you've seen like, damn, this is what real niggas do, but the person you're looking at ain't a real nigga no more. You know what I mean? Maybe he was once upon a time, and now it's about TV, podcasts, clubhouses, performing, anything else, and they're not being authentic to what they once believed in. Some people get soft when they get older, or some people change. So certain people was bitches from the gate, you know what I mean? Other people was hardcore and they went through some shit, and now they're like, man, I ain't with that no more. You know what I mean?
Question for you,
and
right?
those are the people I kind of look at kind of strange too, like, damn.
Yeah, better question, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that the majority of rap niggas, or quote unquote street rappers,
Yeah.
are they real niggas or bitch ass niggas?
Well, you got a lot of, I would say a lot of studio gangsters like back in the day. You have a lot of people because the persona to even get in. I remember before I did something, I was 13, 14, and I hadn't really jumped off the porch till I was 15. I jumped off the porch at 13, but when I started to do violent things with my homies was 15. 16, I got to the pinnacle of violence when I knew I was capable of things. So I was running around rapping. I was being a buster at 12, 13. I'll run up on you with the 9 because that's what our culture made it. So until I crossed over to do that, I was really talking some bullshit being a little kid. So most of us as men who haven't lived that life, we think that that's what we're saying. So I like to tell a young rapper right now, hey man, when you rap about your life. Tell me about what you did this morning. Tell me about your mom. Don't tell me about you gonna run up on somebody with a 9. You know what I mean? Because we're compassionate people. If I gotta run up on you with a 9, that means I better be killing for a reason. You know what I mean? Not just for stupidity. So I do believe a lot of the cats who are rappers are busters, are suckers. Then you have individuals who are the elite that are really real street guys.
But
I will agree with you on that.
That value is kind of gone though nowadays. I feel like
Yeah,
all
they
the
don't exist no more,
if you
homie.
look into like
No, they do.
If you look into all the like the local murders
G.
and
Perico's a
shit
real
like
one. Don't get it twisted.
You familiar with Boosie?
Yeah,
You
Lil
think
Boosie.
he a real one?
I mean, he went to jail for the murders and got out and everything else. I mean, shit.
That's what I
He
said.
got
He
shot
a
not
real one.
guilty,
We was
homie. He
arguing
ain't do it.
yesterday. He said this nigga.
Right?
He said Boosie not a real nigga.
Wait though.
Why not?
Again, right? 99.9% of, to me, street rappers are bitch ass niggas.
See, I can't agree with that because I know individuals
Who's
who
real
are.
to you?
Who's real to me?
Yeah.
G.
Name me
G.
like
Perico?
10 real. Well, all right. Those are our local niggas, right? Name me
local
10
niggas,
mainstream
they
niggas.
rappers, they
Yesterday
out.
you said Snoop. You said Pooh Shiesty was the only real street nigga. Now you added G Perico. So all right, Flacco, you know.
Wait.
You had this kind of same conversation yesterday.
You had the Trey D's. You had.
I don't know them niggas,
You had the homies Gangs in there from Linwood. You had Bloods from Inglewood. That was down Big Y, rest in peace.
Those street niggas,
It was
though.
real individuals.
said
who was
rappers. Yeah,
They're rappers.
No. All right, here, right? Name me
Nipsey.
10 rappers who's prominent that are real niggas.
You trying to change it you
Right
said
now.
Prominent.
Real niggas. What do you mean prominent? Like top tier? Like Future?
No.
and- Like what do you mean?
They're doing something right now. You feel me?
Doing
Right?
something right now.
Yeah.
I named a couple. So you mean like give me more of a proximity?
Like for example, if they drop right now, they can sell 15,000 copies first week.
Mozzie.
What?
There you go. That's one.
What?
Mozzie.
What's your evidence?
He just he has a huge fan base. I don't know his numbers. I don't know his
That's my point.
No, you're
If you
expecting.
can't tell me the evidence, this nigga.
Mozzie
You want
comes
some
off
Drake
as
tier,
an
like,
authentic-
rapper right
as
now.
an authentic guy.
Nah,
I
he's
don't know his background on the riding and the killing, but he comes
Exact-
off as a street guy. to me.
Wait. Right? Exactly my point. Right? Tell me 10 rappers that y'all can vouch for because y'all know their history. Yo, these niggas are some real deal
Rated X?
gangsters.
X-rated from Sacramento.
X-rated, he the homie, X-rated.
He spent
Did a lot of
24
time.
years in jail.
You got a lot of artists who are actually real and actually, but it's just then you got to think about
Name me
the
two
people.
so far, homie.
I did.
Yeah, so give me 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
10?
Bro.
I don't know 10.
That's my point.
See,
Point right
but,
here.
but I got to tell you because
Yeah.
that's personal. So I got to know them personally on the level. I know
Yeah.
G's my little bro. I rock with him. Nip was a little bro to me. I rock with Nip before he was. I knew him before he was a gang member. So I seen the growth and seen people change. I heard 50 say the other day about Pac. Pac, he was like, Pac was an actor who was passionate, right? But to me, I agree with what 50's saying, but also Pac shot them police in the ass. How many black men around here talking gangster shit have shot a police?
Chief Keef.
He shot a cop?
Nah, he shot at him.
Okay, shot at him. So which is great. So
Which is great.
I'm not promoting violence on the police and nothing like that, but I'm just saying as far as what they're saying. So mind you, I understand where you're going with it, but it has to be based down case by case. We got to look. Is Dirk a real one?
I have no evidence of that.
Right.
King
see,
Von?
See, how could you have evidence
Von's
then?
a real one?
Yeah, is King
Von's
Von?
dead.
But
Well,
he's
he
but
was
but
still
but
No,
real.
was he
in
real?
2023, who's currently alive? Who's a real?
Why you got
who's
all these-
a real gangster?
Give me some names, because
Listen, look.
All right, tell me who's fake. Name 10 fake rappers.
Huh?
Name 10 street niggas that you think are fake rappers.
But there's so many rappers you don't know about. That's the other thing, is like you don't know about all like a lot of other, like you only know about like higher tier rappers. I feel like there's a lot of people like X-rated he named. I'm sure you don't even know who that is. There's a bunch of other people that you probably don't even know that are the people that you're talking about.
Is Lil Baby a real one? Because you don't have the evidence to prove it.
Wait.
I'm not saying I know either way.
Yeah.
Talented.
Flacco, name the fake ones then. That's prominent.
Bro, 99.9% of them are fake, right?
Oh my
right?
God.
I can't name all of them. Now listen, right? So look, like Pooh Shiesty, we done seen it. on camera.
Is Gucci Man real or fake?
Yeah, Gucci.
Oh, that's a real one.
Is Waka Flocka?
I haven't seen no evidence.
To me, Waka Flocka got more heart than Gucci.
I haven't seen.
But he think only being a real
See,
nigga
that's
means
what
that
I
you have to murder somebody. That's
Nah,
why
nah,
he
no.
tripping.
No.
That's what you were saying yesterday.
No. I'm
What do you? That's what pressing the
saying,
line?
right. Wait though.
Okay.
You push your line,
Okay.
grab your own pistol.
Okay.
You ain't paying niggas to do shit for you, right?
Okay.
And put in your own work, right?
Okay.
So hence when you tell me that Boosie is a quote unquote real nigga,
Okay.
he got charged for paying the real gangsters to do his crimes.
Okay.
Right? So when I think about real gangsters, I'm talking about, yo, listen, like you got your own pistol, nigga, and pushing your own lines.
What
For
about
example,
John Gotti? If John Gotti killed on his own, but then he's a boss, so the boss ain't supposed to go out in the field
I
and do
said that
everything.
same thing
You know what I mean?
yesterday.
You're not
You
supposed to
can't
go out.
do that.
The boss can't do that. If Flacco right now
Sure.
becomes the Fortune 500 owner and you were slapping people up before, it's a liability for you to do that now. You know what I mean?
facts.
So you got to send somebody else. So Boosie may have been a killer or maybe not, but it may have been advantageous for him to be a boss.
Because he's at the head of the. He's the head of the shit.
Because if you look
I'm
at
a boss,
Von,
I'm against it.
look at Von and Pac. Von should not have been the one going over to do anything. Pac should not have been the one going to do
No,
anything.
I'll tell you if I do that.
You know what I mean?
Who? Sorry.
Von and Pac and anybody else that was involved with anything at their level should not have been the ones running to do anything. You know what I mean? Von should not have been the one going to put hands on nobody once he's made it to a certain level. Pac should not have been the one assaulting nobody. It should have been somebody else. And I saw Hussein Fatal said that. He said, I wish I was there because I would have been the one to do that instead of Pac. You know what I mean? So I'm saying is that I agree with you. I can't agree with the number. 99.99, that's just,
Yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
know about that.
I think even in
You know
this
what I mean? I can't
conversation,
agree.
like the past 10 minutes, you've already agreed on 6 people that you
Who?
said.
Who?
You said
Who's
He
6?
said Gucci Man.
Yeah,
He
Gucci
said
Man,
G Perico,
Boosie, Gypsy.
Nipsey,
Wait.
Nipsey.
Wait. Pause.
who's
What
the
I
other one? Who'd you say
Tell-
from New York?
was like, I don't
Gucci
know
Man,
G Rico like that.
Okay.
Who?
Nipsey.
Yeah.
No, bro, alive niggas, bro.
Gucci Man.
Bro, alive niggas, bro.
Gucci Man, Boosie,
Well, I'm
G
telling you
Perico.
about-
No, I ain't say Boosie. Don't hear hell no.
But
You did not say
what would you
Boosie.
want to see from G Perico? He's been to prison. He's been publicly shooting in his life.
Don't
We know
know
this
him, though.
because we from
Yeah,
the east
yeah,
side.
yeah.
So I'm vouching because I know
Yeah,
who
of
he
course,
is.
yeah.
So I can't say that for
They
other
said
people.
I agree, right? And
Right.
I don't know him to agree, right?
Yeah.
Right,
So
but
you don't agree with Nipsey?
no, bro, current rappers who's alive, bro.
Why does it have to be current rappers that are alive? You just saying
Because-
rappers in general. You just said rappers in general. Are fake.
Yes, rappers are alive.
I don't even know all the rappers out right now, so you got to break them down in a list.
Yeah, bro.
But I would agree with you and give you a stock, and then Remo, you go with that. I would say that a majority of a lot of people, because that's our culture, is to rap about violence, rap about bitches. I saw the dude Zerka the other day. I didn't know who he was. And Sharp go on the show, and he was like, they was talking to the underage girls. No disrespect to them because they didn't know, but he was like, "Hey, white bitch, hey, whoopty whoop." I think that's a persona. I don't think that you would be like that on your own. I don't know him, but I'm just looking at other people who I don't know to say. So I'm saying that to saying rap, it mirrors for someone to say, I'm rapping about a 9, I'll pull up on you. Is 21 Savage a real one? Is 21 Savage a real one? You don't have the evidence, right?
Yeah.
I don't either. I'm just asking.
Guess what though?
Yeah.
For this gun case, and he had no felonies.
Ain't nothing wrong with not having no felonies. Don't mean you ain't no killer
question,
because you ain't got no felonies.
Yeah, wait, right?
You just didn't get caught.
You ain't get caught.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't.
Speaking of Zerka though, right? Sorry.
But doesn't it take a real one to know a real one? So like you could be like your perception on who's a real one is not really going to be taken
Hey,
to
listen,
know.
man.
Damn.
You know.
So you saying he's not a real one?
Well, you
What
would
the-
self-admittedly say you're
What the-
like.
He said his bitch ass nigga team.
Yeah,
His
that's,
bitch ass-
there you go.
But though, but I'm a hip hop
Don't forget that,
historian.
Remo.
Right. Listen, like guys, like me, Trapper Ross, right? Like we are hip hop historians. We document the culture, right?
Okay.
So hence, if I'm documenting the history of this culture, I can tell you, listen,
About the cases of what you're dealing with, because a historian about what you know about, because there's a lot of things you have no clue about, because it predates you being here or anything else. Like even you said, well, they're not alive, they're not here.
of course.
So I feel you. But what you're saying is for the ones that you've come across, you've seen a lot of bitch ass nigga shit. Can I ask you this? Who have you seen the most bitch ass shit from that you've seen in person?
damn,
Good question.
ones that I've actually seen in person.
Yeah. Do some shit that you weren't impressed by. You like, damn, I thought he was a real nigga.
Now, here, right? Now look, I done seen. So Quadrado was the first one to really break my heart.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That was a dude where like before the fuck 63rd shit, before the Vaughn and NBA Youngboy, Jock, I thought Quando, bro, he is a
I didn't get that from him.
a real young turned up nigga.
Yeah.
And then the goofy shit started. I said, damn, bro.
So did your heart get broke for 6ix9ine?
No.
So did you know he was a bitch ass guy
And how you bitch ass nigga?
before? Did you know when you first saw him?
And how you a bitch ass nigga though?
Well, first of all, for one, if you're from a street background and the whole rainbow outfits and the homosexual behavior and the soft behavior in the videos and everything, that's soft batch. So like we don't sex play like coming from a man perspective, not even just street. So you like for instance, like y'all generation says no homo. My generation, I'm older than you, I don't say no homo. Because there's nothing I'm saying is gonna be homo. I don't give a fuck what I said. Here's a stick, here's that, here's whoopty whoop. I don't gotta say that. You know what I mean? I just don't believe. If I tell you, yo, them shoes is fly. Or, hey, bro, you looking sharp today. I don't have to say no homo. I don't. There's not. I'm secure with who I am. You know what I mean? Heterosexual, strong man. So what I'm saying is, were you disappointed with more people that you saw come through no jumper? You don't gotta say names.
Oh, no jumper. Oh, listen though. So look,
Unless Remo wants you to say
no,
names.
not right.
Drop the name.
No, right. No, here, right. So, and there was like one dude where I was kind of disappointed, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause they lied,
Yeah.
right? Like to my face, right? Because I asked him about paperwork.
Yeah.
So, yo, listen, I got this paperwork here, right?
Yeah.
Beforehand,
Yeah.
right? Because I had it by probably like 6 months before anybody else, right?
Okay.
I said, yo, is this shit true? Is this shit real?
Okay.
And bro told me, man, cat,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
5 to like 6 months later,
Okay.
right? Dudes from his hometown, like started posting it on TikTok. It made the blogs.
Wow.
Right now, to this day, I don't know
Okay.
if it's true or not.
Okay.
Who's this person?
But though, you feel me? Right? Who? Fuck no. Like, bro, what? Wait.
Classic.
Wait, pause. we're talking about real niggas, right? Or
Oh
dudes
my God.
who I thought was real niggas. Why the fuck would I be talking about a nigga like that in the conversation of real
I don't
niggas?
know who he is.
Then who are you talking about? I don't know who you talking about.
No, I'm talking about a real rapper who's really out here doing something and shake. I'm talking about niggas with motion. Niggas with motion.
So who hurt your heart that day? Who told you that?
I won't never say, right?
Okay.
Right, but
Write it down or some shit.
no, right, but though, right,
Right.
but though, I asked about the paperwork in front of Adam.
Okay.
You feel me? And got my witness. He said, "Man, this is cap, man. You feel me, man, bro? Man, that's some fan shit. Niggas is just nah. The homeboys from his hometown was posting it. Dude who he supposedly told on, was posting it, right? Bro, listen though, an actual handwritten, bro. I'm talking about handwritten, like actual, like document, right? From him to the judge, got pulled up, and I said, "Damn."
You was hurt. So look, one
That's a
question
deal,
for you,
man.
and then we can move to the next one. Your politics as a podcaster.
Sure.
Have you had to downplay your integrity when you knew somebody that came through here
Lying?
was a bitch ass motherfucker? I don't give a fuck. They was an artist, a writer, a manager, a show promoter. I don't give a fuck who they were. Were you disappointed that you've seen people who talking loud,
Yeah.
but you see like it's some barking going on and it ain't no biting?
I'm gonna say this though, right? So, like for example, right, like now, I don't care, right?
Right.
But like for example, like about 9 months ago, right?
Okay.
Yo, I said, man, listen up, bro. You feel me? Listen up, man. I try to call it, like for example, there was this nigga called Mr. Girl, right? Where he made this documentary where he said word for word, "I'm a rapist.
Wow.
And here's why I think I'm a rapist."
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Right?
I don't fuck with that.
Right?
Yeah.
He has admitted that he's been attracted to some 10-year-olds
Oh, he need his ass whooped. I'm not with none
based
of
on
that.
how they dress, right?
Yeah, I'm a dad. That's out.
I brought that up.
Yeah.
Niggas looking at me like I'm crazy for it, asking
Nah.
him about, yo,
No, you wasn't crazy for that.
right? Listen to right,
Yeah.
bro, listen though. I just simply asked him, "Are you a rapist?"
Yeah.
Because he
Are you
said,
a pedophile, rapist?
because
Yeah.
like he said in his video, "I'm a rapist," right?
Yeah.
And he let me like, "Oh, bro, how dare you?" So
Right,
right,
yeah.
right. So since then, it's like, hey man, you
Right.
feel me?
Right.
Hey, Dre, just for some context,
Do yo.
the dude in the videos did call himself a rapist and then explained an extremely complicated story that no sane person would say.
Wouldn't even understand.
Well, no sane person would even say like, "Oh, that was rape." It was a very gray
Listen
scenario.
though,
So Flacco's
He
framing
himself is saying,
no.
though-
Flacco's framing this in a way for you to feel a certain type of way without you knowing all of the information.
It is a heavy word to use, though.
Yes, and that's what
question
he's
though,
trying to do as a commentator. He's trying to make it look very big, and he's trying to have
Heavy.
an outside discussion on a very complicated
Wait,
situation.
But he did say he was attracted
though.
to young
Wait,
girls, though.
He
wait,
said that he did find the way that they were dressed and portrayed attractive, and for what he does in terms of stirring conversation, I understand the point he was trying to make. I don't agree with it, but I understand what he's trying
Because
to
he's
do.
expressing a little sickness with that, just in general.
That's
you know what I
cuties
mean?
though, right?
I just don't want you to frame this
Right,
completely
I-
What
wrong
though?
for him.
Yeah.
On Destiny stream.
Yeah.
And he says, they asked him, "Are you attracted to like 10-year-olds?" Some.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know how they dress?
That's
right?
crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
But right, if he himself is saying, yo, I'm a rapist.
Yeah.
I think I'm a rapist.
Yeah.
Based on this story.
Yeah.
It don't matter how you interpret the story,
Right.
how you interpret the story,
That's
right?
what he said.
Right?
Yeah.
Because again, when I heard the story, I thought, yo, that's some rapey shit to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn, that's Destiny's Boy, you said?
No, listen.
Not surprised.
No, listen though, like they're ops now, right?
Oh, okay. But
But
they were at
you-
one point holding hands.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right? So if he is saying that I'm this, that I'm a rapist, then how can anybody else like come to his defense?
What ethnicity is he?
White, of course.
Okay, so now, Josh, and y'all hear me out on this. Now, back when Eminem said he used the rape terminology, do y'all understand too, and do you agree that different artists, based on your ethnicity, it's not cool for a black man to say he's a rapist ever and get away with it? Eminem could get away with it.
Well,
Get
actually,
home,
no.
get home.
I would say you're wrong there because I listen to Gucci Mane all the time. Gucci Mane has a couple songs where like one of the lyrics is like back in Atlanta I'd rape I forgot, like he has a couple like lyrics
not
where he's
wrong,
basically
'cause
talking
it's
about
not
doing
cool.
that.
Yeah.
And it's just like it has this like weird thing where when you read back the lyrics verbatim just like that, you're like, whoa, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
In the middle of a fucking 3-minute song, you just hear it kind of
It fucks
it's
it
like
up.
it's like portraying a fucking scene. You understand what he's doing? He's trying to portray, like you're saying, it's like artistic, viewpoint where he's like trying to portray this
Interesting.
this situation or this song or whatever.
Only
it is,
time
right?
it should be used is when Pac said, "Who you calling rapist? You devils is so two-faced it." You know what I mean? That's the only time I think that a black man or any man should be using in music, white, black, Asian, I don't give a fuck what you are, using rape, not unless you're describing a story or something that's something happened. Because you got to think rape culture is it's indoctrinating to see certain things. I saw in a movie the other day where it was some rape shit going on, and then the characters, it was a show called Sky Rojo. It's a good show. And I think it's based out of Colombia or Mexico somewhere. And the rapist guys who were sex trafficking were made to look like cool at this moment in this episode.
Yeah.
But after they had raped a girl 2 minutes before, and the music is on, and now you're kind of liking them, like, oh, look at these brothers.
Yeah.
But that's making you psychologically okay with what they just did.
I feel
So it's
that.
right now, like Josh, for instance, you got kids, right? Okay, we got kids, right? Okay. Now, if a dude comes in here and says, I like little boys who are between 8 and 10, aren't you off top like, let me get my child and make sure my child is close to me?
Hey, listen.
You know what I mean? As opposed-
100%. But to something else that the same dude said,
Yeah.
if someone felt that way,
Yeah.
I would want them to tell me versus not tell me.
I feel that.
Like, you should keep
But
your
then
kids
after
away
you
from
tell me, are you hanging with me still? Because once you
No.
tell me you like little kids, get your ass up out of the podcast room. I'm out.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Straight up, me personally.
But
But I
Josh, though,
appreciate him being honest about that.
I do appreciate that too. I've seen a pedophile talk about it, and one of the biggest things I learned, this white dude with a long ponytail said he would prey on the kids that didn't have a mother or father at school, and then he would get their friends who didn't have any support. Soon as he said he saw a father, he was out. So us as fathers have to make ourselves present at all given goddamn times, because just your presence is like you being with your woman and somebody speaking to your woman with you there, it's a total different situation. So to wrap up just the bitch ass nigga things, I feel you on a lot of artists are faking. But there's a lot of real ass men out here who are artists as well, who don't have the visibility as everybody else who are real artists. But I agree with you. A lot of our artists who are on are fake. And then you got other ones who are just from the life. You know what I mean? And they just trying to find a way out. You know what I mean?
Wait,
All right, let's get back into what we was talking
Yeah.
about. So on the flip side of this, Gunna did say, he tweeted today underneath Academics post, he said that none of this was about Lil Baby. He said it's cap. So if this
rappers
line
is liars, man.
No,
Yeah.
all right. So if
Yeah,
he's
rappers
not,
liars.
if he's being truthful and he's not lying and he's dead ass saying that this is not about Lil Baby, then who else do you think he's talking about?
It's nobody else.
It's Meek Mill too, though.
Nah, come on, bro.
Nah, Meek Mill was
did
one
Lil
of the
Baby call him a snitch?
Nah, Lil Baby ain't really say nothing. He just
I thought
unfollowed him.
Lil Baby never said.
Nah, he unfollows him. Lil Durk called him a snitch and Boosie called him a snitch.
Okay, so Lil Baby, yeah, maybe he ain't talking about Lil Baby.
Yeah,
then.
feel me?
That's what
You know
he
what I
said.
mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
not from the A though, right?
Because
You don't have to be there from the A.
Because why I say this? If you hot right now, why would you want to make it hotter on yourself?
No, the line
you know what I'm
said-
saying? Like, why would you want to call out somebody who didn't call you out? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's like adding more heat to the pot. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, man. Well, what's the actual line?
Bad Lil Baby.
Because I'm sure, like he said in the city, right? Wait, let me see.
I mean, that line in the city, he could be talking about somebody else. But this right here, you flipped on me when
Talking
you
about
know you're in
Atlanta.
business with a rat and that boy that's like your brother, ain't nobody speak on that. What
Yeah.
if he's talking about? What if he's talking about Meek Mill and Rick Ross? And then he's talking about Desiree Perez.
But Meek Mill and Rick Ross
Perez
ain't been
ain't a
like
man,
brothers
though.
in a while.
Nah,
Yeah.
they back locked in.
Oh,
If you've been
okay,
seeing
okay.
recently, they've been hanging
Perez
out.
ain't a
Okay,
man
that's
though,
what's
because
up.
he said the boy like your brother, right?
He said you in business with a rat. And
Yeah.
that boy that's like your brother, saying like that boy that's like your brother could be a rat, a correctional officer. So like,
Who the man? Fair.
I'm just adding it up.
Listen,
He's
nah,
saying,
bruh.
he's saying it
If
wasn't
you
about Lil
think,
Baby.
Nah, he not talking about no Ross, bro. Like Ross never ratted though.
I mean, being a CEO is kind of
Nah,
like
bro.
being
We need actual
it's a play
statements,
on
bro. We need
words.
actual
I
statements.
hear what you're
of
saying,
facts,
but falsifying a persona could be charged, and nothing against Ross or nobody, but it could be looked at. We from LA, so Rick Ross being here is a form of falsifying a persona.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of that. Now, I'm not saying that's snitching.
Of
What I'm
course,
saying,
no.
but that's definitely don't come off as real nigga shit to take something else from somebody else. No disrespect to nobody for ever what they doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts, man.
But I will tell y'all this. In this game now, I was doing business with someone and he was a rat, right?
Mm-hmm.
He became a rat, right? And I found out. He got out for ratting and he's heavy in the film business and his people's heavy in the film business. So I got people that's like, yo, you need to do some business with him. And I'm like, yo, I saw him. He tried to say what's up and I kept walking based on the rat. Now, am I out there living this lifestyle right now where I'm worried about that? No, I'm not. Regardless of who I am and what I come from, I'm not frontlining and in the streets on that right now. I'm on some grown man shit. But I still feel uncomfortable linking up with this man.
Morally, you just
I
can't.
do. I feel like, well, what's gonna happen if we in Beverly Hills eating and somebody runs up and wants to pop him or get out? You're a rat. And I'm sitting with him and I know about that. So then you think about, well, if you go do a deal with Jimmy Iovine, if Jimmy Iovine told on someone, are you gonna not do the deal? It changes the game because that's difference in cultures. Yeah. So if Flacco is in charge now of this label and Flacco did not rat and Yuri did, but Yuri's a non-black guy, which one is it more? What if you ratted? It makes it more
Yuri
close
told
to home.
though, right? So
He told.
would you know,
but
Yuri?
it separates the culture. See that?
I would,
but that's why then Yuri could be like, well, we expect him to. He's a civilian. But you acting like you kind of down with the streets, and if you tell, then damn, we can't fuck with Flacco.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Interesting.
Different playing fields.
Yo,
Yeah.
you're a brave man though, Yuri. Right?
I've had to call the cops several times.
Yo, no.
Yeah, let me tell you about him.
But you called though, and
You're not white though, huh?
I'm Russian.
Yeah.
But basically that
Russian
falls
people
under
are
white.
white, yeah.
Привет.
Привет.
Как дела?
Хорошо. Damn, how'd you learn, dude? What the hell?
The dingy.
Dingy. Damn.
Look at him. He gonna say.
oh wait, speaking of beef though, you are now involved in a beef.
With who, Lush?
Yeah.
Whoa, you are.
Nah, Lush. I called Lush cringe the other day. And he ain't like that.
Yeah. Wait. Right. So right. So he is
Primo's
essentially
too cool to be
saying,
dealing with
right?
somebody.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
beefing
you I
with him.
know.
I'm chilling.
right. He's saying, bro, like we never had no beef. Like, why are you talking about me that way?
What's wrong? What did you say? Cringe?
Yeah.
What's so wrong about that?
I
If
don't
you
know.
felt like it was a cringe moment.
No, well, he extended past like cringe though, and really like
No, I mean, I said he was cringe, and I said that he was just, you know what I'm saying, just doing himself. I really was
Call
trying to
him
give
weird.
him advice, and I told him to get off the internet because that shit's not going away. He's one of those people that, like, the internet and shit be, like, getting to him too much and shit. So, like,
he
I
letting
was-
his feelings get affected by the
by
comments.
the comments and shit.
That's out.
So I was just like, yeah, I don't
That's
know.
out.
Like,
That's out.
you should, but you said he said that to you? Like, he hit you up?
No, the video, right? He was like, bro, like he's like, why is Remo talking about me? You feel me? Like that.
I mean, Lush has said something and done something in the past for me to really
felt like it
not
was
really fuck with
cringeworthy.
him. Not even that. He just know what he did.
Yeah.
But like he tried
To
to
his beef though, right?
But disregarding
No,
whether
it's
there's
not-
beef
it's
or
not
not,
That's why
beef.
you attack him because it's beef.
he's
no, there's no beef. I don't have beef with Lush. I'm not tripping on Lush like
Is
that.
But here's
is Lush Latino?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, like he's close to it, right? Like
He's Italian, I think.
Like Armenian, Italian,
Oh,
something
yeah.
Jewish, or something like that.
No, he's
right?
not Armenian. He's Italian, I think, or something like that.
And
But
what were you saying, Yuri?
fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, I was gonna say is I feel like Lush, he can't really. I'm not sure what Ramos said, but disregarding what Ramos said, like Lush is kind of like a public figure, whether he likes it or not. He's in the public
Well,
eye. There's gonna be people critiquing him, making videos about him, whether it's Remo or whoever it is.
I'm
and-
former coworkers though. That's a type of
You make
different.
videos like you made videos about me and Riley in like Vegas. So, like I didn't feel like oh man, gosh darn it,
wouldn't
Flacco, blah blah.
attack you, though.
I got a lot. No, but you didn't attack me. But
Yeah,
but
you
from
feel-
that video, I got a lot of people attacking me because it was all like
Yeah,
it was like a negative oversight, and a lot of people were like DMing me negative
No.
shit. But I didn't get
Video
upset
was
because
public already, right?
I understand I'm in the public world. It's either going to be you or some other random video
Yeah,
that's
of
going to
course,
do
though.
the same
No,
thing.
The question though, right? Like for example, like it'll be a whole lot different, right? If I say, man, yo, you know, like F you, die, right? Or post something that's like funny, lighthearted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I come on air and like go at you, then I feel like now it can't be like, like we were, I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
beef. You
That's
feel me?
true.
Right?
Depends on the context.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure.
So though, are y'all beefing now?
Nah, I'm not beefing with Lush.
So, all right, right?
I just said what I said.
Here, right? So then,
It's no beef. Like I don't hate.
are you like
Bush or
done
anything.
speaking about him though, or is it still?
I mean, if his name come up,
I'm
then
going
I
to-
will speak on it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not just not speaking on it. Like if his name come up and there's something I think is interesting, nigga, he was all on the Reddit and I seen a clip, so I just talked about that shit. You know what I'm saying? He said what he said. He said I'm dry and boring. That's how you feeling, gang. Like first of all, I ain't
shit.
I've never tried to be an on-camera personality. I just fell in this position. But you've
Right.
been chasing this shit forever, and look where you at with it. So like we beefing, I guess. But I'm not beefing. Like nigga, you be chasing that shit, and I've never been chasing it. I'm just fell in this position, and it is what it is. But like, nah, it's no beef for us.
Hey man, listen, man. All right,
You the one had beef with him. You called him out to a fade.
I know that is true.
Hey,
You did. I saw that.
Listen,
I
Hey,
said,
way
no,
more
no,
than
no,
me.
no,
If
no,
anything,
no.
y'all
Nah.
had real beef. I
Was
just
you
said
gonna
what I
take off
said.
on him if he got up? Was you gonna wrestle him or take off on him?
hey,
Do you plan it? I'm gonna hit him with the 1-2, the uppercut, or I'm gonna slam it. Do you plan it? You know what I mean?
Slam
listen,
him?
man. It's all love or lust right now. Feel me, man?
If Flacco
listen,
slams
man.
you,
No, we know it's all love,
Yeah,
but
cool.
I'm just curious because I did catch that. What were you gonna do if he said, "What's happening"?
Take off.
You was gonna take
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
You was gonna
yeah.
take
that
off on
part.
Yeah, yeah,
That
of course.
part.
You feel me?
That
but
part.
though, right? No, reason, like why, like I asked, right?
Right,
It's like, for example, right? Like, if it's not beef,
right,
then just don't,
right,
engage it. You feel me?
right.
But if it's beef, bro, listen, then come here and shit on that nigga every day of the week. You feel me?
Oh my
right?
God.
Right,
But though, if it's not beef and like you really don't have an issue with him like that,
right.
they just, you
Right.
feel me? You say,
Now, in retrospect, are you happy that he didn't get up? Are you happy that he didn't get up? That you was gonna come to fisticuffs and blows with him and become unprofessional with a coworker?
Either way though, bro, like I would have,
You was gonna.
it
whoop
would
him?
have went well in my favor.
You felt comfortable. You was gonna whoop him.
Yeah.
oh
All
my god.
Now, do you feel comfortable with other individuals who've come up here who have been street guys who acted like that by their persona?
Yeah, bro, listen, bro. When it comes to like street dudes, right?
Yeah.
Fam, bro, like outside of like them having like 400 niggas they could call up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like these niggas like not tough. You feel me? Like, right? Like,
You know what I think? I think you're really involved with the wrong batch of street guys.
Yeah.
Literally, no, I mean
Yeah,
that.
right,
I mean
yeah.
that all due respect because
Yeah.
you dealing with a lot of industry guys.
Of course.
Because trust me, niggas is real niggas, man, and they'll beat your ass and kill you.
Yeah,
I don't
of
mean
course.
just mean you.
Of course,
I mean
of course.
anybody. Like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. But it's so I think you've been dealing with the podcast world with so many dudes who are fraudulent and running their mouth so much, wanting attention. We dealing with a lot of grown men these days now who are fighting the fucking world to get attention.
Of course, of
And
course,
it's
of course.
embarrassing,
Yeah,
and you
of
can
course.
see it. So I think that you've been building your ideology up based off of these people.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
of
know what I
course.
mean?
Not like here, right? Here, right? So like,
Go to the county jail, right?
Of course.
And line up in the module and see how many niggas is faking.
oh,
real.
yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
no, right? Here, it's like when it comes to like actual like fist and fighting, right?
Yeah.
Like most street niggas, like most people won't really fear when it comes to fighting, cause like right, like now to shoot you, to kill you, to
Wait,
take it there, right?
They won't fair to fighting? What was it?
No, they won't like fear them or be like afraid
To fight.
to fight most street niggas. You
right.
feel me?
Yeah, of course.
But though niggas know these niggas can't take L's and they want to shoot a nigga or kill a nigga, right?
Yeah.
But just the fist fighting,
Yeah.
bro, like most civilians aren't scared of street niggas when it comes to fighting, bro. You feel me, right? 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 But though, like we know though, if I whoop his ass now and he's about to go ahead and grab 1,000 gang members,
Yeah.
you feel me, right? So we stay clear of that.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, and once again,
Yeah.
I go back to tell you, you've been dealing with different individuals because
Yeah,
I know it's just so many people that'll be like, man, let's line that shit up, man. Let me run him right quick.
Yeah, fact.
Win, lose, or draw. So there's so many individuals who don't even affiliate with. They're not watching No Jumper. They don't give a fuck.
Oh,
And
yeah,
some
of course,
are.
yeah, of course,
And some are. And
Of
some
course.
are. Or they're not watching whatever the fuck
Yeah.
podcast, anything.
Of course.
They're just street individuals who that's all they have is being
No,
street.
facts. Yeah, of
so
course.
they ain't got nothing else but they fist.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And
And
they
that's what they
name.
good at. And they name and they
Of
hood.
course,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So, but I feel what you're saying.
Of
There
course.
is. I've even had people that are close to me that'll be get into it, and first thing they'll yell out is the neighborhood.
Oh, man.
And I've had to tell people, don't do that when we're outside of the element, because you're giving up too much information and you're trying to intimidate, as opposed to just being a man. I've dealt with a lot of pro fighters and fighters, and the nerdiest motherfuckers that look like Yuri, no disrespect, beat your ass. You know what I mean? So it's just about being a man at that point. So I've struggled with the real nigga shit versus the man shit. You know what I mean? At times, because there's things I have to make decisions of being a man, and then I have to make decision of being a real nigga. So that's why I like to stay away from shit, so I don't got to cross myself up, you know, with the real nigga shit.
Yeah, bro. Nah, bro. Trust me, bro. Like, we for sure know, though, like, there's some real street niggas out there, right?
Man, what?
Of course there are. You feel me?
Yeah.
But, But, you know, like, there's a large portion of them who, like, bro, like the dweebiest of dweebs, right?
Yeah.
Won't really fear them because it's kind of like, bro, like, what's the most damage they can do with their fist?
Kill you. You can be killed. I've seen
some,
people killed.
Some, right?
Yeah.
But like a large portion of them, bro, like
I would take civilians who are fighters would be more prone to that. The average civilian, and no disrespect, I don't see Yuri coming up with some big old motherfuckers coming, hey, cuz or blood, what's up? And Yuri like, hey, I want to take them. You know what I mean? Not to say you're thinking like that, but it's just, it's an aspect like me. If all of us, let's say we all gangsters from the same gang, right? And we walk into a room full of fighters, and they punch and kick all day. You know, you're going to evaluate, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to take your fade, but you're like, man, they punch and kick all day. I'm smoking blunts, getting faded. But I came up in a time where staying down was everything and taking a fade was everything. So as long as you don't mark out, it don't matter if you lose. So my crew and my people, we gonna get down. Win, lose, or draw. So that's why when I see other people and I'm like, it's sad that you feel like that because you've been rubbed the wrong way. You're like, these street niggas are suckers because you're dealing with so many industry-ass individuals. You know what I mean?
Somebody gonna show them?
Yeah.
The rappers are suckers, though.
A lot of them are. And then there is real individuals who aren't. You know what I mean? Straight up. Who are some real cats.
Bro. When it comes to, you know, bro, like most rappers to me, bro, aren't really, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Most famous rappers.
Yes. Yeah. Facts. Right, like for example, like guys like who can sell like 15 to like 20,000 copies first week, bro. Yeah. Like they're not trying to, you feel me?
I mean, most people should have grown, you know what I mean? To where certain things you would have did when you were 15, you wouldn't do now.
You
know what I'm saying? So, you know, what's the next shit?
Yeah, Josh, what's next, man?
Boosie gets. Are we gonna talk about the Boosie thing? It kind of overlaps with the Gunna thing, I think, as well. But it's, Boosie gets asked if he would do a song with Gunna for $1 billion, and I guess he said, "I don't want to incriminate myself. I see about 3 Gunnas right now."
I see about 3 Gunnas. What?
I'm confused.
In New York City, you've seen looking at rats on the. You know how New
Oh
York
shit! Boosie off the chain.
I can't even hear.
Sounds a little quiet.
Cut up a little bit. That's a player right there next to him. That's a cold hairdo.
$1 billion. No, I ain't gonna even say it.
You said what?
I'm about to incriminate myself. I don't want to say it. But I'd do if they gave me $1 billion.
Of course.
I didn't even get to hear you. We're in the car.
Said I'll do it. Yeah.
I don't want to incriminate myself what I would do with $1 billion.
Okay.
I don't want to incriminate myself.
One more question.
What I would do to a rat if they gave me a rat to do business with $1 billion.
Big facts.
I don't want to incriminate myself.
He basically saying he'd take the billion and knock down the rat.
They got a lot of gunners in this sewer. We in New York City. I see about 3 gunners right now. One just went under the sewer.
Oh my goodness.
One just went under the sewer. Go find them. They all over here.
Wait, I got one more question. One more question.
They got one more. What you need?
All right, so Cardi B is cashing in her luxury cars because they're just collecting dust. Do you think rappers buy too many cars? Like, do you think that you have too many cars, or how can you avoid buying?
I sold all my cars. Damn near. Yeah.
Get out of here.
I've been to Las Vegas, Georgia. I sold all my cars.
Nah, come on, bro.
It is. It's a good question because it's basically saying, do you think that rappers are buying too many cars? So they're all depreciating. They all depreciate as soon as you leave the lot. You got 15 cars. When the fuck you gonna drive them all? So like he said, he sold all his cars. Imagine you get rid of Maybachs, Ferraris, and all that, and you got this money for your kids, for your life, or IRA. You know what I mean?
And
Whatever
the maintenance fees on a Maybach,
Big
you're probably spending like $2,000 a month just to keep it maintained and nice.
98% of rappers can't afford no Maybach. You feel me?
I don't know. 98% of which order of the successful rappers?
No, Rappers, period. Like,
Well, actually,
who's
no.
mainstream?
No, you're bringing up a good point.
Right.
Not just
I mean,
rappers, but
yeah.
Future, Boosie, all Ludacris, they all can afford it.
99% of the wealthy people you see on Instagram and shit cannot afford
No Maybach.
the cars that they're driving. Usually, it's like people are just living above their means. Like you should not be spending more than 50% of your yearly income on a car, and a lot of people are doing that and much worse. You know what I mean? People will get a yearly income and
the
spend
rappers-
80% on a car.
I respect Cardi for selling cars. You know what I
course,
mean?
of
Like
course,
she's at the top. You got bread. Why do you have all these cars? You know what I mean? I'd rather have some old schools. I'd rather have things that I'd rather get some Impalas, some old schools, and get a couple new cars that I'm gonna drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, look at
question though, right?
Seinfeld has how many? 50 Porsches? But go ahead.
Damn.
Yo, he's up. Oh, no.
But what the fuck he gonna do with all those Porsches?
Oh, listen, man. That white man got some money.
It don't matter. What the fuck's he gonna do with all them cars? He can't drive them all.
Well, like you're saying, like
But
you
go
said,
ahead, what you gonna say?
you would collect Impalas. He's collecting them because they're probably old. They're probably like fucking 50-year-old
Right,
Porsches
yeah,
and shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
You know.
I don't want 50 of them though. But
No, right? Do you think though that okay? So now y'all call Boosie a real nigga. Now, is insinuating that you would take $1 billion and knock off a rat on TMZ?
yeah, I
Is
mean,
that the real nigga shit to
first
do?
of all, it's
it-
so hypothetical. Nobody's ever gonna
Man,
give him $1
come
billion.
on, man.
Nobody's ever gonna give him $1 billion
Yeah.
for one. So he knows that off top.
Yeah,
so
look.
it's just a fantasy at that point. Who the fuck is gonna give anybody $1 billion? Who?
But on camera to TMZ while fighting a Gunna case, you say, "Oh, I can't tell you what I do." You know,
I would incriminate. I
Come
mean,
on,
they're going to
man.
rat. He's being entertaining. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like he's being light and he's being entertaining. Who's gonna give him $1 billion? Then what I got from that was, I ain't gonna tell you what I would do. I thought he was saying, "I get the $1 billion and I'll kill the rat."
Yeah.
Who gave whoever gave me the what's name? That's what I got from that.
No, facts though.
Yeah.
But even insinuating that though,
Well, I mean,
on TMZ is crazy.
it's his own self. He's not incriminating nobody else,
Yeah,
and he ain't incriminating himself.
like
He trolling.
And
like
also,
real
it's
niggas
like
though,
never
like,
gonna
who
happen.
actually do that won't say it.
I don't know about that. He's been a real nigga who's been involved with almost getting death penalty. Boosie.
And he didn't do it though. And he got found. I'm not guilty.
Snoop didn't do it, but Snoop almost got charged. You know,
And
murder
he
was the
got
case that
found
they
not
gave
guilty
him.
though, right?
Right, but I'm saying though, at that same token, I think it's okay for him to say, "Shit, if I got $1 billion, I don't even want to incriminate myself." He's saying, "I don't want to incriminate myself and say what I would do." So he's saying, "I don't want to incriminate," so he didn't answer.
Yeah,
But we know what he's talking about.
but that's what like real niggas do. Sorry, right?
Yeah.
Bro, right here, right. But we see like mad rappers, right?
Yeah,
Like go on these interviews and say,
Yeah.
and say, "Oh shit," them right?
yeah,
Damn, the boy who shot me.
yeah,
I ain't seen him in a minute.
yeah.
Where he at? Oh damn, what happened to him? Shit, listen, man, I ain't kill him. Shit,
Yeah.
right?
That's extra.
Insinuating you killed a nigga. Right?
That's
Saying,
extra.
You know.
That's playing
I'm
with
too
the
real
game.
to my business though, but shit, you know what happened to him, right? Niggas do this like that all the time, right?
Yeah.
So he's essentially trying to do that.
Not as bad.
TMZ,
but
man.
I see what you're saying. But not as bad though. Like that right there is different because that's general saying if someone gave you $1 billion to do something with Gunner, would you do it? Then he basically said, "Look, there's Gunners running around here."
Yeah,
so I wouldn't
good.
fuck with it. But he said for $1 billion, shit. You know what I'm saying?
do it,
could
though?
change. I think for $1 billion that I could do a lot. I think I would take the $1 billion and I would give up so much money for prison reform to help dead homies' children, to help foster care children, to help women who were abused. I would take that money and let people know out of this $1 billion, I'm spending $500 million on this. You feel me?
all right.
This is for all the people who got snitched on. I'm putting money in your account. This is what this came from for me to go do this. But I would rap about that on the song that I was doing. But so initially I wouldn't want to do it.
Hey, would you be 6ix9ine's entourage for
Never.
for $1 billion?
No, for one, 6ix9ine's brand doesn't match my brand on sexuality for one. So for one, I like to move with lions who are heterosexual. You know what I mean? Men sharpen
No.
men is still
Protect
sharp
them,
as
steel.
steel.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't like his get down.
For $1 billion.
Money doesn't mean anything
Shit,
at all. Money
shit,
don't mean
listen.
nothing. Okay, would you dress up like a woman with heels on, with lipstick, and hold a sexual a tool in your hand for $5 million in a movie? So for my show, Sellies, I would never do that. But if someone proposition you and say,
$5
yo,
million enough. The $5 million not enough.
okay, 10 million?
That's not enough for me, man.
Okay, well, feel me. It's just paper, right? It's paper. It ain't
$1
real.
billion though? Yeah, of course.
Is it? Is it? So you would dress up like the woman and
For $1 billion?
and act like you were getting somebody having sex with you?
For $1 billion?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it. See,
What-
are you
what
a
would I
father?
do
Are
for
you a
$1 billion?
father?
No.
Okay, so you got to think about things. For one, how your mother looks at you, how your kids look at you, and how you look at yourself is first.
Yeah.
So for me, like you ever seen, Josh, y'all ever seen Indecent Proposal with Demi Moore and Robert Redford back in the day? No. Woody Harrelson. It was an old school movie to where he said, I'm going to give you $1 million so I can sleep with your wife for one night.
Oh, that's not
And they talked about it, right? And then they were losing their home, losing all that. Robert Redford landed in a helicopter, picked up Demi Moore. Woody Harrelson was like, no, and he kept the money, but their whole marriage was destroyed after that.
Of
So
course.
now your girlfriend now,
Yeah.
if somebody came up to you and you're at Venice Beach and they say, look, I got $500,000
Nah, that's not enough.
so I can sleep with your woman.
That's
Okay, now why not? Because your manhood and because it's
No,
disrespectful to your woman.
100K. Listen, right?
Why
I
ain't
can make
500K
500K.
not enough? How long?
In like a year and a half,
Well, that sounds good.
right?
That
Wait,
sounds
so you're
good.
saying
Sound good, right?
a billion? You're saying $1 billion you would allow it?
What?
$1 billion you would allow someone to sleep with your girl?
And leave her afterwards, yeah, of course.
and bareback her and
Wow.
everything.
And then leave her afterwards, yeah.
You leave her?
Yeah, of course.
You dirty. You dirty.
That
I'm
means
taking the money, then leaving her afterwards.
You
What
have
the
a
fuck?
you have a price. You have a price then.
Yeah, of
You know how they
course.
say everybody have a price. I don't
I'll
believe
take the
in
cash
that.
and leave her. You
Wait,
feel me?
so you
and
can-
find a new girl.
That's kind of because that means you don't unconditionally love your girlfriend.
No.
That means that there's like a price to
There's
separate your
conditions.
love.
Whoa,
Yeah, there's
whoa, whoa, whoa.
conditions. That's almost like you selling off like a girlfriend, you know, like
Yuri, let me ask you-
especially a long-term
Yeah.
relationship. It's like they become like a family member, especially when
Yuri.
you guys get married and shit like that, right? It's like selling off a family member for $1 billion. Would you
Yeah.
sell like your brother, sister,
Yuri.
mom, dad for $1 billion too?
Yuri,
Thought
bro,
about
listen,
it.
Yuri. There's no such thing as unconditional love when it comes to boyfriend and girlfriends. It doesn't exist, my boy.
Really?
Listen, no bitch can love you like your mama, my nigga, right?
Depending on how your mama
No,
love you.
no.
Yeah.
No, wait, when I think about an unconditional, right?
Yeah.
Saying, yo, listen, if I'm mean to this bitch,
Yeah.
if I'm just a bad boyfriend to this bitch,
Yeah.
she's still gonna love me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's unconditional. Conditional is, yo, as long as I'm a good boyfriend and spouse to this bitch, she gonna love me, right?
Yeah.
My mom, I can be mean to my mom. I can be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I can be a killer, a murderer, a rapist.
You understand there's women out there like that though, right?
Mom's gonna love me always, right?
Some moms
It's
don't.
unconditional,
but yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So why
Not
the
every
fuck
mom
would I
feels
turn
that way.
down $1 billion for a situation that's always conditional?
You know how many relationships there are where women have like
Shit.
gone above and beyond to like hold their man down, even when he's done bad, gone to jail for many years, maybe did something that like cheated or whatever it is, and they
Yeah.
still are. There's so many like you're talking about from the perspective of a girl who's being unloyal. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is like, you know, not every girl's
Shooting
unloyal,
your-
just like every guy's not like a dog or whatever it is. You
Yeah.
know?
She doing your girl, right? One time, right? And watch how fast she leaves.
Of course, I would leave my
I
girl
mean,
if she
yeah,
cheated
of
on me
course.
too.
Yeah.
So hence, the love ain't conditional. So why the fuck would I turn down $1 billion?
Right.
Just because
For what? A
you
long-term partnership?
pause. Just because you leave someone doesn't mean the love is gone either.
That's true too.
That part.
Sometimes you understand that you can't be together in a relationship, but you still love a person. So you're using the term love pretty widely here.
What?
You can, dude, your mom's gonna love you, but she's gonna kick you out of the house if you're stealing.
That part. And she may
still love
disown
me,
you
though.
for being a rapist.
Your wife or partner can still love you, but kicks you out the house if you're no good for her.
You could be like a drug addict
What?
on the street making all the bad, worst decisions, and
Yeah.
your mom could be like, she's still gonna love you, but she's gonna
She's
be
not gonna let you
she's
live
gonna
in
be
her house.
heartbroken by your decisions. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
certain things I don't want to be loved
yeah.
like from my girl like my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain things. But I understand what you're
Bro.
saying about the unconditional love.
As soon as that bitch starts sucking some new dick, my nigga, she, bro,
it's
like she
over.
done with you. Yeah,
It's over, it's
yeah,
over, yeah.
right? So hence, it's always conditional. Meaning, right? For example, right? She may love me for like a month or two after we break up, but
Yeah.
as soon as some new dick goes like in between her fucking gap teeth,
Yeah.
the bitch is done with you, man.
Right.
but
You feel
also,
me? Yeah, come on now, that's
also
conditional.
like
Well, some of them aren't. Some of them will go suck a dick and then still get back
come
with
on
the
now.
guy and be like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw
But
a
$1
show
billion
like that
for
the
some
other day.
conditional love
okay,
is crazy.
obviously, you know, okay, what's the equivalent of like, you know, a partner cheating on another partner to something that could happen with a relative? Like, you know, what if you stole your parents' life savings? They're probably gonna disown you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, is that conditional love
Yeah,
too?
your
Then
mom ain't gonna rock with that. You didn't robbed her.
of her life savings that her took 30 years to save up.
She will always love me, bro.
Even
Hey,
if
Flacco.
bro,
So,
What if you're gay? and I'm not saying this to be
What?
funny, but
Yeah.
what about the parents that don't love their kids because of that.
No. Wait though, right?
Especially religious ones. Do you think that your
That
parents would
happens.
still love you if you were gay? Your mom?
Yes.
Do you think?
Now-
do you
now-
think all parents do?
No, right? But the mom probably say, listen, don't come around the kids at no family function, right?
Right.
But like me and you
Right.
can still have a relationship, but like don't come around no, you feel me, with no
You way too
functions,
big with them biker shorts
no
on.
household, you can't eat from no fork. You feel
Right,
me?
don't
Feel me,
do it.
right?
That sounds like a condition.
No,
Right.
no,
It does. That is a condition.
No.
So to bury it and I respect what you're saying, but the biggest thing is you like for instance when they came at Dave Chappelle and wanted him to put on a dress. My thing is I'm against a man doing things for money that is against who you are. Like I don't think it's right to see a black man in a dress, let alone a man in a dress. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I don't think it's right, me personally, to see a man with makeup on who's not gay. Who's not gay, who's not a transgender, who's not that, who's a heterosexual man, who's being made by an executive producer who is a freak that says, I want to pay such and such this much money. I want to pay Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie to fucking Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I want to break up a household. And I'm going to spend $1 billion on it. You know what I mean? So you got people who play chess like that.
Of course.
People who would say, well, let's see what Flacco would do. Would Flacco eat a piece of shit for $500,000? You know what I mean? Because there's
They ain't
a
money
talk
to me
show.
though, right? Like here, right? Here, bro, right? Look, here, right?
Miguel
So look,
Nunez
right?
has a show coming out like,
Yeah.
oh, what would you do for money or something? And somebody
of
I
course.
believe took a bite of shit for like $50K or $10K
Nah,
or something
bro,
crazy.
bro. That's crazy.
It was crazy.
Man, listen, right? So look.
God damn.
Everybody in this room, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like has access to like $500K if they truly wanted it.
Okay.
Right. Like for example, right?
Like 6 degrees of separation. Somebody has
No.
the money.
Here,
can
right?
make it?
No. Like for example, right? If you needed like $500K for like a life-saving procedure, right?
Yeah.
Yo, you can find like $500K through family, through friends, through work, blah blah, right?
Possibly,
Hell no.
maybe.
Bro, yo,
It's
Floss, I
hard.
feel like a
Within
lot
a
of the
year.
takes you give is like such from like your perspective, where it feels like you had such a loving family household that you can't imagine
honest,
another type of relationship.
Yeah, and
the
there
types
are-
of people you've dealt with, you can't imagine another type of person. Like I feel like it comes from a very niche view.
Right.
You're not like open minded enough to understand that there's other people that you haven't even met yet that live differently.
And you
know?
can have bills too, and you don't necessarily have to come up with that cash.
Some
on
people
the
can't
spot.
get 20 grand together for a
Exactly.
funeral.
Bro, no,
You know what I mean?
facts.
10 grand together, you know what I mean, to bury themselves.
No.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I had a
crazy.
couple of friends in high school where like I was 17, they were all we're all 17 and we're all like thinking about we have a couple months left of high school and shit. And I had a couple friends telling me like, dude, like I'm nervous because once high school ends, my parents told me they're kicking me out if I don't get a job or go to college. They're like, they're literally like, their parents are gonna give them the boot if they don't have shit figured out. My parents are like, Yuri, stay as long as you
Right,
want. You know what I mean? Blah blah. They're so loving and like
Question for you, Yuri.
supportive. I've had friends who like their parents love them, but they're like, we're not gonna even give you the opportunity to be a fuck up or a lazy, a lazy person or whatever.
Question though, right? Wait, right? So if you needed, let's say, like $1 million, right, to live, or you saying, Yuri, right, that you can't raise or get that within a year from family, from friends, from people who love you, or even from your own accord.
It's going to be a task, for sure. It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, right? You can
For
raise that
anybody.
money, my nigga, right?
I don't think so, bro. Like my sister, a long time ago, she had to get the surgery, and bro, like that surgery was like $500,000, and she had military insurance that took care of it.
Yeah.
If she had not had that insurance,
Wouldn't be
there's
here.
no way we could have got that surgery. No way, I'm
don't.
telling you.
Look, bro, you got millionaire friends, though.
Bro, they're like, okay, like if bro, there's even what, Adam, like go ask Adam, like, hey, I need $1 million, I need 500K
wait, the
for
black
surgery. You know
wait,
how
though.
you know how bro, millionaires have multiple people in their lives, and every person you know goes through shit. Every person you know has sick family members, has
Right.
has people passing away, have people
everybody's
that,
asking them for
Everyone's
it.
asking them for shit. It's like I'm not. That's
Wait, you couldn't get 20,000 from Blasey, 20,000 from Potler?
bro. That
20's different than $1 million.
Save your life. No. Wait, though. It right, for example, right? Yo, look, bro, listen, you could get like 20,000 from me.
Yeah.
you know a lot
You
of
feel
people
me?
won't.
Well, you be surprised, man.
You
Man,
don't-
when
hey,
shit
man,
hit the
hey,
fan, how
feel
hard
me?
it is to get some money, man, on
Yeah.
people and who
Josh,
really loves you.
Listen though, Josh can get 20,000. Pot Lord, Blasey, me, House Phone, AD. You feel me? Let's say
Right.
Pun, T. Bro, you could find. You feel me? Like $1 million in a year, my boy. You feel me?
What you saying from borrowing from people who have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
They ain't getting that shit back.
He went back though.
Like, I don't even think you getting $1 million, gang. I ain't
Who?
gonna hold you.
Yeah, bro. If I could,
No, wait, Paul. One.
Right.
All
One,
so
right,
who
one,
you
right, one,
reaching
right.
out to get your $1 million from? Your parents gonna cover how much, and then where you getting the rest from?
What?
$1 million if you
$1
need
million,
$1
right?
million
Cool, right?
now.
Look, right? Yeah, look, right? So one, I can probably cover 150 of it, probably, right? You feel me? Right? Bro, right? Family gonna cover it.
850
Yeah. Bro, listen.
850 left. All right.
What? Family gonna cover it for me.
Okay,
850,000.
Yeah, family gonna cover it for me.
So
You
y'all
got
balling
some
like
good
that?
family. You got some good family.
Y'all up like that?
What?
Y'all up like that? Your family got it like that? Just-
Bro, what though? Among parents, among uncles, among cousins, among brothers and
A
sisters.
whole lot of motherfuckers ain't showing
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Now, maybe in your family,
I mean,
you know what I mean,
hey,
but a
the
whole
fuck?
lot of people ain't showing up in people's families.
yeah,
You'd be
bro.
surprised.
I've had multiple things happen in my family, like past 10 years, where like uncles, cousins, you know what I mean, like people we know that like shit like was really happening and like we needed to get money together.
Yeah.
Bro, there's no way we're getting together
Nah.
500K, dude. Especially like how often people get sick and you know what I mean, like how many like people get older and shit. Like
Yeah.
what? Every 5 years you're gonna be asking every millionaire friend you know for money. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, that's
You'd be surprised-
unrealistic.
You're right. You'd be surprised, like if your mother was ill, right, and your father wasn't there, and your siblings were there, it was just you. You'd be surprised how many people will turn their back on loved ones because they're thinking about their own security.
Yeah.
So they're like, where the fuck am I gonna get this money back from? You know what I mean? So I understand what you're saying in theory, to where if you got people that love you like that
Yeah.
and friends, then it's easy if everybody's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody
You know
up.
what's crazy though, right? Bro,
Yeah.
like for example, right? Like in terms of like brothers and sisters and like cousins, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I can't name you no bum. You feel me, right? Like for
That's
example.
dope.
You have a well-off family,
dope.
dude.
No,
You guys are doing well for
no,
yourselves.
like-
What's y'all background? Y'all Jamaican, Nigerian?
Liberian, right?
Oh, Liberian.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like
Hey, they from the gold.
yeah,
country.
right, yeah, bro. Like for example, bro, my cousin John Jay, right?
Yeah.
Fam, growing up, like he was like a hard-headed kid.
Yeah.
And he just graduated with his doctorate. Like he's like a osteopath, right? Right? You're like the worst niggas is doing something, right? So like, so like,
Flacco.
I just don't,
Yeah, I feel you.
Yo,
I feel you.
Flacco, throughout my experience, like in schools of elementary, middle school, and high school here in LA, I would say 99.99% of the people I met, if their family couldn't afford like a random $1,000 bill. You know what I mean? That's literally
That's a fact.
everyone, bro.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
like, I
fact.
feel like the community you grew up with is like,
Different, totally different.
Yeah, completely
'Cause most
different
people
than-
don't have $1,000 to spare.
bro.
You know what I mean? Like majority of the
Yeah.
people, like we talk about rappers being suckers and all that. Let's talk real people don't have that, but your family could. You know what I mean? In your case.
So I have
In my
friends though
case-
who could conjure up $1,000 for you.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
But
Y'all
it's a
do,
short
right?
list though.
Yeah.
It's a short list.
Man, come on now. Wait, Paul, listen, right? If you needed, let's say this, right? Yo, bro, I am getting evicted tomorrow and I need $2,500.
Yeah.
You can't call up like your friends say, bro, hey, listen, 100 here, 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's a couple you can
Yeah,
call,
right?
If they're truly your
So
friends.
we all are very privileged, right?
Yeah.
Yes, well, that's what I'm trying to say is like we are privileged
Yeah,
because
of
of the
course.
people we know and like the career path we are in. But like I said, 99.9%
Of course, no,
of everyone
no,
can't
no,
afford the
yeah.
random $1,000 bill,
No,
much less
right.
getting hit up for like, hey guys,
I need $1 million.
I need a 500K, 20K, 15K, 10K, all that, bro. That's impossible.
No, right? My actual statement was the people in this room, though. You feel me? Right?
In this room, yeah, probably
Yeah,
more
feel me?
likely.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
But even then, a lot of people that you see that have this wealthy lifestyle a lot of people still like the more money you make, the more money you spend. A lot of people have businesses, all the employees, all this shit. Then a lot of people don't actually have cold hard cash sitting. You know what I mean? All their money is invested into things they're doing. You know what I mean? And also some people are just like I'm saying, live above their means. They'll actually get a nicer car, a better house, and next thing you know, all they got is $1,000 left at the end of the month, and they look like a millionaire. You know,
or got a Bentley and can't put the gas in it.
Exactly, shit like that.
Yeah, man, bro. Like, listen, right, bro. Look, right. So look. If let's say this, right, that like push come to shove, bro, you can liquidate and all your assets,
Bro.
right?
Right.
Who's gonna liquidate all their assets? Like people are gonna feel for you if you're going
No,
through some
I'm
family
saying you,
trauma.
like for example, right?
Okay.
If here, right? For example, if you needed, let's say this, 100,000 to live or die by, let's say, by next week.
Bruh.
I love you guys, but I'm not selling my car.
Yeah, exactly.
you guys.
It's over, bro.
But I'm not liquidating my house.
No.
Shit, I'm worried about 10.
Yourself, you can
goodbye,
liquidate though 100K for yourself, right?
For myself,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, right. And we all here though, like have access to liquidate, let's say, like 500,000,
But
right?
that's going to like
Yeah.
change the scope of like the
Your life,
trajectory of
yeah,
my
of course.
life for everything. So
Of course.
I'm probably not going to do that for
Yeah.
you guys.
Hey,
And that's real. It's
Real
like
shit.
It's like, well, my kids are gonna
That's
starve.
like-
We're gonna have to go
exactly,
move
like,
to
yeah,
where,
facts
like
though.
on the streets.
Exactly.
yeah, facts though. Listen, for me, bro, like, I told like most people, you know, like here, right? Listen, now do I just give money to people in here? I'll probably borrow. You feel me? And saying, yo, listen, you know, I need that $5,000 back. You feel me? You feel me?
God.
Right? I dies like, what's next, man? Wait, I'll be here. I'll be back too.
It's funny. Hey, Flacco, I had a friend right now asking me for help.
Oh no, like he says two.
So, Flacco, I just got a text right now live with somebody saying, yo, I need your help. I said, if it's financial, I can't help you.
Oh, smart man.
I can't, but I'm too caught up with my own things. I got projects, I got things going on. So I'm already, I don't know if it's life or death, but I'm already letting them know I can't do it.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
yo, cold nigga.
No, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Flacco's an interesting guy. You know what I mean? Flacco,
he really
Flacco
is.
said, look here, man. Well, I guarantee we can get $1 billion. We can get $1 million up here. Look, Yuri
He
kept
live-
it real.
bro.
Yuri said, shit.
100K
We
in
gonna
a
be some
week?
dead motherfuckers up in here.
I'm literally like, I would have to like be pleading on my knees, crying to everyone I know, like
That
desperately
part.
saying like,
That part.
I wanted to live,
Right.
And that's like, I don't know, that's
Right.
like kind of, you know, you're probably gonna do it to survive,
Right.
but that's a weird position to be
Right.
put in. Like that's embarrassing. That's kind of
Right.
fucked up or
And
whatever.
that
it is.
part right
and you put
there.
other people. I would feel so bad to put you in those shoes.
Yes.
Like, bro, I'm gonna die if you don't give this to
Oh
me.
my God.
I'm just putting that guilt on your
Oh,
shoulders.
That's, bad.
That's
Yeah,
fucked
that's
up.
Bad. See, but it's interesting because Flacco, and bless his heart, because he's such an interesting perspective. Where he's like 99.9 of the street niggas. Hold up, that's not right. And then what he said that was funny. He said, it is crazy.
He be saying a lot.
Crazy
He be
shit.
saying a lot.
Oh, he said he's bitch ass nigga.
Team bitch
so
ass
once
niggas.
you're already team bitch ass nigga, you have no right to. You can't even have a perspective on what real niggas do. And I wanted to tell him that too. I'm gonna tell him, but you can't even have a perspective once you're team bitch ass nigga.
Yeah,
Yuri ain't team bitch ass nigga. Josh, are you team bitch ass nigga? No, I know you not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
so
ain't
I don't
doing
even
that.
think he means it. I think for Flacco to come here, and I know he's being really chill about it, but to see a lot of people he thought
Yeah.
was something, and to even come through here, he's like, wow, disappointed. It's kind of like if you meet a favorite actor or something, like he's an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you see people that you think or something, but these are the industry people you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to go into the jungle where everybody's hungry. When you going where somebody hungry at, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Come on, let's move. Let's move forward.
This is like a long story here, but let's read this. So it says Uzi spoke to 032C magazine about their time in rehab, explaining how they initially doubted the effectiveness of the treatment, but it came out a way better person. And in quotations, it says from Uzi, I think, I'm lucky to have people in my life who truly care about me and my well-being, specifically Desi Perez, who helped me get into this program. They said, referring to the CEO, co-founder of Jay-Z's Rock Nation, I didn't want to do it, but I had to. And all I can say now that that was a great thing to do. Uzi also spoke about different techniques deployed in rehab and how they became close with other people who were seeking treatment. He said I spent several months in rehab. The first month and a half were hard, and after that it was easy because the people there became my family. They showed me so many different outlets, the way to cope with life. We did a lot of group talks and a lot of writing on whiteboards. I was so sure that it wasn't going to work, but surprisingly, it was pretty effective. And honestly, for my opinion, like I can't even imagine the lifestyle of like a celebrity or a performer like Uzi, where you're constantly traveling. You're constantly basically living this party lifestyle where when people are coming to your concerts, they're like lit. They're trying to have a great time. They're probably smoking, drinking, doing all this stuff. And imagine this was a part of your weekly schedule. It's like, I like to party and drink, but I like to do it on weekends. I can't imagine that just being a part of my weekly process. And also, like, every time I catch a flight, it kind of just gives me an excuse to, like, have a little drink on the flight and shit. And I feel like a lot of people do that too. Like, drinking and flying, it like kind of overlaps. Imagine you're always flying, bro. You're always on the road, always performing.
Lifestyle.
Bro, like, it's so impossible, I feel like, to be a performer and not be drinking and smoking and getting into drugs all the time, you know?
Only thing is, if you're set on, that's like if you're a pescatarian, then you don't matter where you travel at, you're not going to eat steak. So if you don't do coke, you're not going to all of a sudden start doing coke. So you got to already be into that or be getting introduced to that. So the big thing, he's saying that he spent 7 months in rehab, and is he
And
better
it
now?
worked for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
said
said
surprisingly it was pretty effective. So that's good news to hear, because a lot of people
7
go to
months.
rehab. Oh yeah, 7 months, and a
That's
lot of
a
people go to
minute.
rehab and actually end up right back on drugs. So
Right.
It seemed like he's actually happy with the results of it.
Yeah, that's what's up. That
But I
sounds
had
good
no
for
clue
him.
he
No,
was in
for sure.
rehab though.
But I see what you're saying though, because like I got a friend of mine who has a fly facility, and he has after hours and other things going on. So he's up late when he's normally. I'm a morning person. I get up early, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. I'm up.
Yeah.
Right. So that means I got to go to sleep by 11, 12. At worst case scenario, maybe 10. You know what I mean? Depends
Yeah.
on what I'm doing. I like to have that schedule. So he's running in after hours, so he's up and his liquor and like you said, so he's getting involved with a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Even if he's not doing cocaine and other hard drugs, he's drinking.
That's what I'm, like,
he's smoking.
it's gonna multiply the
Yeah.
things that you already do. Like if
Right.
you are, like, I'm not saying you're gonna get into like popping pills or whatever, but if
Right.
you already partake in a little
Yeah.
drinking or smoking or popping
Yeah.
pills, when you're on tour all day every day, next thing you know, you're popping
You
pills
work hard
5
and
times
playing
out
harder,
of the
right.
week.
Real talk.
And
You're
it's-
working hard, and in that situation, you're working hard and playing hard at the same time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There is no cut off and cut on thing. You know what I mean?
And also, like, at a certain point, like you're gonna feel like, bro, to be on stage, I need this energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it becomes a
Yeah.
codependency thing where it's like you wanna give people a good performance, and you do
Yeah.
it sober one time, and you realize like, I feel a
It's
little.
not as good, so you become reliant on that drug or whatever
Exactly.
you've been doing to give people that show. So it's like, the lifestyle could take a toll. I assume.
For real.
Well, I tell you this, I'm proud of whoever was on drugs and they go get, because that most people aren't gonna spend 7 months, you know what I mean, in a rehab. Most people gonna pop up for a little bit and be like, oh shit, I'm back.
I'm done.
Exactly.
I'm cold turkey, and then it didn't work and they back. So kudos or whatever it is, much respect to him to spend 7 months. That's
I
dedication.
wonder if it was like
He
an
wanted to change his
inpatient or
life.
outpatient rehab, because I had no clue he was in rehab.
It
for
got to
7
be
months.
an inpatient. It got to be because,
think
like,
so?
I think so. Because at home you got too much freedom. You know what I mean? So it got to be like a really nice ass.
Secluded area.
I
where
would
he
think
was-
so.
yeah,
That's
right.
really nice. Got good energy and people catering. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he said they became like a family in there, so I think it probably was in house. And no, yeah, kudos to him. I think like Uzi for sure. He's seen a lot of
Damn,
people.
what is all that? Damn. Uzi's an interesting guy. He comes off a little interesting.
He loves playing on the demonic Christianity play.
I'm not into that.
And I've brought this up before, where I feel like he's a really good example where he has that same thing, that cross. He has it tattooed on his tongue, an upside down cross.
Wow.
And I brought it up before, where, and it's kind of like a point of like people talk about this right now, where out of all religions, Christianity is the only one where you're kind of allowed to joke about it and play
mock
with
it.
it, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if I would do that to
Muslims, they gonna kill you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, or I will get canceled, much
Yeah.
less killed. But like, people are gonna be like, I play with the fucking Jewish culture.
It's over.
With. If I do tattoo something like that funny upside down on my tongue
Yeah.
or whatever, like
Yeah.
they're gonna say I'm anti-Semitic, all that
Yeah.
shit. But with Christianity, it has more leeway of being fucked with.
Yeah,
it's
it
kind of
does.
funny.
Like Jesus Christ was a rock star or whatever the other stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. So,
Interesting.
I don't know. But sorry, Christians out there, we could probably get offended
That's
by
a
this.
lot of attention that people be trying to get to themselves and doing stuff like that. I
But
feel.
yo, speaking of rehab and shit, can we just get to the Bam Margera thing, because
They
kind
try to
of
get
on
me
the
to
same
go
thing.
to rehab.
Bam Margera, I found he made an alternate Instagram account because his main one got taken over.
Okay.
I think by his managers or whatever it is, whoever runs it helps him run it. But he has
Okay.
made an alternate account called like Muddy Margera, and bro, he seems like he's like he's not
Unstable?
coked. I'm not gonna assume what he's on, but you can tell when a person's on something, and I feel like you kind of get that vibe. He like hates his family right now, but also. There is a
paranoid,
little
right?
bit of credibility to how he has hatred with the people trying to help him right now because his like sobriety manager, the lady who's like facilitating all his like sober living shit, she's that same lady that worked with the soft white underbelly dude who got that homeless lady killed, right?
Oh wow.
Adam interviewed her. I don't agree. I think that lady's insane, and I think her
Someone
method.
got the mark with the sharp came up with.
Yeah,
That came
exactly.
up-
So,
Mark,
so Mark was doing interviews with this homeless lady, right?
Okay.
And then she got in contact with Mark, like, let me get her into my program and help her get sober up.
Okay.
She's like sobered up, and I guess a year later she ended up passing away. And like apparently like her methods, this lady's methods, like are kind of like a little insane. Like she uses. It's like I've heard it's like a money ploy. Like she just like really does stupid bullshit and kind of forces them to sober up in unhealthy ways, and that's why that lady passed away.
Oh, wow.
And apparently she was working with Bam Margera as well. And so I don't know. I feel like that's why he probably has that little thing where he hates the people who are trying to help him right now.
A friend of mine, I agree with you. A friend of mine, Ray Love, man, he was working with Bam for a minute, so I would get a little bit of insight of what was going on. But one thing that had turned me off of Bam years ago was me and my brother Mac Maul from the Bay and his girl, was us three, went to a movie one time. I think it was Jackass. We walked out because they were drinking horse cum and there was something, we got up and left.
Excuse me?
We was out, yeah, on Jackass. And then Bam was at the top of one of those things. You know when you grab the hammer and hit the bing, and it goes all the way up to the top?
Oh.
Bam put a dildo on it and had his butt naked ass out open, right?
I remember
We
that.
was out, man, and the dildo went up and just missed his ass.
I seen that.
That right there was like, bam, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fucking with you now.
Horse cum and dildo
we
sound like a great
we like-
party, man.
Bro, they drunk horse cum. I don't know if it was Steve-O and them or whoever it was.
I remember
but-
that.
But
I
they
remember
drunk
that.
that shit. It was over. We got up and
It was
got
in
on.
a Jackass movie
It
like
was
back in the
Jackass
day.
movie,
It was with
like about
the
6, 7, 8 years
3
ago.
6 Mafia, right?
Yeah, 3 6 Mafia was there.
Oh, they
Was
there?
that real though? Like,
I think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think they like that shit. I think they was
But
tripping
They was
too.
there too. They was wild.
That ain't cool.
wait, so they jacked off the
That's
horse?
Jay was there.
Jackass.
No,
We called them
well,
the
farmers-
jack-offs.
Yeah.
Well, no, farmers collect the horses
Semen.
come so they
Yeah.
could like get other horses pregnant, and
Yeah.
so the Jackass crew just came in and was like, let me drink that.
And guzzled it.
Yeah,
So it was Steve-O who did it?
One,
I forgot. I think it might have been,
It probably was Steve-O.
might have been Bam's friend who passed away, or
Oh,
yeah, it
he
might have
was
been
a
Ryan
fool, the one
Dunn.
who would jump out the trunk and act like he was kidnapped and shit.
I
with
think
the thong
so.
on.
I
They
forgot
was
who
crazy,
did
them
it
dudes.
though, but yeah, that shit was insane.
How's that legal for TV?
I mean, bestiality is legal in probably how many states? You got a lot of
Word?
weirdos. Yeah, you got a lot of. It's legal to have sex with horses, sheeps, in all kind of states.
Wait. Hold again. I would never consider it, right? Because that's like just despicable. But bestiality.
Bestiality is legal in a lot of states.
I didn't know that.
Wait, Paul. So dudes can fuck animals in different states.
Yes, for sure.
I'm
it's
sure,
legal.
but I'm sure
Oh,
they
yeah.
have like other laws where like bestiality might be legal, but they'll still charge you with like some animal endangerment or something like that.
Wait.
But it's some
You
fucking
Google
some sheep and
which
horses
state,
that,
like,
that they're
bestiality
doing.
is
These
legal
people
in?
is crazy.
Well, there's an old classic Vice
Devils.
documentary. It's still on YouTube about this culture, and I forgot. I'm not gonna put on anyone, but I forgot where it was located. But there's a whole Vice documentary about how there's like a village where all the dudes there lose their virginity to the goats,
To the
and
sheeps and shit,
And they
yeah.
interviewed the dudes, and they interviewed the women too, and all the women are just laughing
you
about
got
it.
women get fucked by dogs and put peanut butter on their vaginas and get licked all the time. You got women who are into that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's all
Jesus
kind of. You can
Christ.
Google and look up women getting fucked by dogs, all kind of shit.
Okay, so except New Mexico and West Virginia have so New Mexico and West Virginia don't have rules around having sex with dogs, or I mean not dogs, all animals.
Okay, so New Mexico and what
West Virginia,
is the only one that doesn't have laws?
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want to do.
basically.
That's scary.
But like I said,
Yeah.
I'm sure they just haven't made a law specifically for that. But if you get reported for doing that to a dog, whatever it is, I'm sure they're still going to charge you for animal abuse or something like that. They're not going to have a law that says no having sex with the animal, but they're going to have a law that says you have traumatized this animal or fucked it up in some sort of way.
There's been some people I've heard about who's been caught having sex with dogs,
Jesus.
males. You know what I mean? Like doing weird shit. I mean, y'all gotta understand. I don't want to say Dakota. I would know that, but we think in this part of the country that white guys going to fuck sheeps is normal. You know what I mean? Like it comes off like that you see college kids that want to cow tip or go have sex with sheep.
Oh my god,
you know what I mean? And shit like
bro.
that. It is something
I've never heard of
that is heard about a lot. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Straight
Bro.
up.
Hey, but on this Bam Margera thing, I forgot about the little update. But he in this video, he basically said that he wants to get back in contact with his son, and his baby mama is not allowing the contact because he's going through this shit. He has escaped from rehab, all that shit. So obviously they're saying that he has to finish rehab before he gets back into contact with his son. And he basically made a warning to his wife, or old wife, baby mother, and also to his parents, saying, if I don't get in contact with my son, I'm going to overdose on the street with some homeless people. So he's saying, I'm basically going to kill myself if I don't get to.
Yeah,
be
that's a
back
bad
my
place
son's
to be in, man.
It's
a bad
fucked up
place.
because I feel for him, but then
Yeah.
also I feel for them too, where you wouldn't want to give a child to someone who's going through a crazy part in their life, but then also you wouldn't want them to hurt themselves either.
I'm afraid of suicidal people because I'm not afraid of like regular men that I could defend myself or do something with. But suicidal is like if you get to telling me I'm ready to kill myself, first of all, I'm gonna tell you, hey, bro, you got shit to live for. Don't do that. But if you're arguing me down, I gotta fall back off of you because if that's the case, you're dangerous to me. Because if you kill yourself, what the fuck you give about me?
Man, come on now,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, bro, like, and then also too is like we treat, like, for example, like us as Africans, like we treat death a little bit differently, right?
Yeah.
Like death to us is like a celebration.
Yeah.
Right? Right, like so like if you're saying, yo,
It can be.
Yeah.
It depends on the circumstance.
Yeah, right? So like if you're telling me, yo, oh man, bro, I'm trying to, like to self-delete myself so I can go see my ancestors,
Okay.
right? And see my grandmama, see my uncle, right? Right?
But suicide still ain't the way.
No, facts.
Yeah.
Right? But though, I'm not about to argue you down, you feel me?
Right. See, me on that page, I think it's cowardly on that page. And if I have a friend that's saying, I want to go to my ancestors and all that, well, what responsibilities do you have in this world? You know what I mean? Because it's kind of cowardly. Are you running from this human experience? You know what I'm saying? Are you not wanting to deal with the responsibilities? And respect to all those who have had pressure to commit themselves, and all respect. And anybody that's feeling like that, if you got something to live for, please contact the suicide hotline or contact a loved one, and don't do it to yourself. Now, if you're a rapist and you did something to kids and you hurt somebody, kill yourself.
Of course,
Straight up, knock yourself down. You know what I mean? And don't kill nobody else. Kill yourself.
Man, like for me it's like and there's definitely like a big cultural thing, right? Like for example, when I think about death, like I'm thinking about, damn, yo, I'm finna see, my brother, feel me, right? Like my grandma and grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Like, yo, like, it's a big family reunion.
That belief system does sound good. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
right?
Yeah.
But though, there's people who probably believe that death is this deep, empty void to where you are not conscious in this. You feel me?
Yeah.
I just don't really believe that, right?
Even if like a family member died, like a mom or dad, you still won't be sad. It's still a celebration to you.
Selfish shit, like for example, right? Like, I'm gonna miss having to call that family member, right?
Yeah, of course.
Cool, right? But that's like this is me being selfish.
Yeah,
But
I feel
I
that.
know, bro, nigga, like in 7 days, it's gonna be like, you feel me? Like partying with their great feel me, grandpa for eternity, nigga.
And I like that belief system. And I like what you said too, because a lot of people don't say that about being selfish, because I've lost loved ones that are really close to me, and I felt, damn, I don't get to talk to them.
Yeah.
I felt like it was more about me than it was about them.
Yeah,
So
sure.
those people lost their lives, and I need to feel for them as opposed to I can't call them anymore.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You know,
I feel
like
that.
you could be like, I lost granddad, I lost my sister, I can't call her no more, but she lost her life, or he lost his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now though, like the only sad part about it though is like I'm assuming though that my cousin, my mama, my grandmama, my grandpa,
Right.
that they were good people as well.
Okay.
And that me and them would be going to the same place.
Right.
Now, if they weren't such good people,
Right.
then we not see each other, right? Right?
Right.
They're in hell probably. You feel me? And I'm
Right.
probably,
So you do believe in
So you are a
eternal
Christian.
fire?
no.
So you do believe in that there is a place that we go to below hell and that heaven's above?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
Of course.
I
don't
think that. Yeah. And
of
do I
course.
believe in the Most High and something greater? Of course. And spirituality, yeah. But I don't think that we're in purgatory
believe in a heaven or
somewhere.
hell
I think
or
heaven and
any
hell
of
is
that.
two conditions on earth. And I think that we have to decide and choose. I don't think we go and burn. Oh, I think we get recycled back to the collective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, burn probably no, right? But though there are, like for example, right? I just don't think that after the shithole that Earth is, right?
Yeah.
That like in the afterlife that they're gonna put us back together, right?
Yeah.
There's obviously gonna be, all right, listen, and here's Earth, right? You prove your worth,
Yeah.
right? And and after you die, you either was a really good person who did some good things, and and you are ascending, or you were a piece of shit, right? Who ain't have no morals, ain't care for nobody, blah blah. You feel me? And you don't get to now live among the people who did everything right.
Right.
Or what if when you die, you just die?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothingness. Like, I feel like those stories like that are more about like your mentality while you're alive. You know what I mean? Because you can make a you can make a heaven of a hell or a hell of a heaven. You know what I mean? Like you can like be in a terrible situation, and still like mentally you could be like in the best place of your life if you want to be there.
Right.
Or you could be literally wealthy, successful, have everything you want, and be incredibly depressed and like be in the worst mental state of your life. You can be in a hell, but also be in a heaven. Or other way around too.
I agree.
Yeah.
And for instance, see your perspective on this shithole of Earth. Like that is a perspective where there's so much crime and so much fuck shit going on and all that. It does come off like that, but you can find you a piece of heaven where you somewhere off with your wife and your kids and your family and it's protected until somebody try to kick in your house and home invasion or something. But as far as that, if you protect it, so you could have a heaven where you feel like this world is beautiful.
Of course.
So it's all perspective. Like I heard Elon Musk say, like what's his name said, we're overpopulated. Bill Gates. Elon Musk said we're actually not. And when you take a drive from here to Arizona, from here to Vegas, you see all the land.
No, facts.
We just overcrowded in Los Angeles, New York, all the cities that we want to live in. But there's
you
so
go
much
down
fucking
south,
land.
There's so much land.
So much
fertile land, though, right?
It's ridiculous, huh?
Are those land actually fertile?
Yeah. Look at the
Well,
desert.
we don't care about fertility. We have
People are living in
transportation.
Arizona and Vegas.
But there's issues with like the amount of water right now too.
Yeah.
Getting water to all these people, and if you put more people further away from like these water sources, I don't know. Flacco brought up a good point.
Well, you got to think. Well, the Hoover Dam was created, right? So it's irrigated from the Colorado River and everything else. But you got to think Colorado runs all the way fucking to Mexico, through Arizona, through Nevada, through parts of California. You know what I mean? Which is great. But you got to think Bugsy Siegel and them went out to Vegas. Vegas is a desolate desert, like Phoenix. You know what I mean? And it's crazy as fuck that people will go live out there and be able to sustain.
Apparently, they only get 2% of Colorado's water too. 2?
Damn.
Los Angeles gets 26.
Right. Wow. So the Hoover Dam is that Colorado River water? So is that the whole 2%?
I don't
They got
know.
those turbines spitting in there for the energy too.
So
as well.
I just saw a video recently where there's the turbines. The water they collect is before the turbines. So Los Angeles is affected after the turbines. They're
okay.
before it. So even if the Colorado River runs dry for us, like we can't get any water, they'll still be getting water. And I saw this dude talk about how like they only get 2% and they don't even use that 2%. They still end up returning water because they don't even use the full 2.
Damn. All right. That's some game. I didn't know that.
Man, nah, yo, that's a fact, man.
What's next after Bam?
Prayers for Bam, bro.
Yeah, man. Don't do
What's
it,
next,
man.
Josh?
Don't do it, man.
This story is a sad one.
Like, what's that?
Oh wait, okay. I thought we were gonna
Does it say
talk
Pop?
about the other one. Okay.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
this
then
is good
Josh, I'll
news.
talk
Never
about
mind.
the-
This is great news. Tupac Shakur is set to receive a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame next week, guys. The chamber which administers the Walk of Fame expects Shakur's star to be among the most visited sites on the boulevard. That's facts. Filmmaker Alan Hughes, who made Dear Mama, is expected to participate in the ceremony. Shakur's sister,
Setua.
Set Shakur,
That's the fam.
will accept the award on behalf of the family.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all. Now I came in earlier and we was talking about it, Josh. I'm actually gonna be with Setua, and we're gonna just hold sis down. I'm close to the fam, and I actually will be there Wednesday. You know what I mean? To be able to witness that.
That's
and
fire.
and Setua is really solid, strong people. Like Pac's sister is a real one. You know what I mean? She's a real, has a lot of integrity.
Yeah.
Big heart, big spirit. And she embodies her mother and her brother. You know what I mean? She's, I think, the last one left. And Matulu was actually home to her father. Pac's stepfather, Matulu Shakur, has been home for a while. It'd be dope to see if he can get up here. But I'm actually going to be there. I'm really happy that Pac is finally getting this. It seems like a lot of rappers are getting it this time. I think
know,
Pac
right?
should have had his 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Why
But at
is,
the
like, this
point, it's a
important, though?
great. Why? Because it's just a form of being accepted. It's like getting a Grammy. Like, do we really care if you don't get a Grammy? But it's like acknowledgement to say this is the acknowledgement. Does it change it if Tupac is not who he is if he doesn't have a star? No. But it's the acknowledgement. You know what I mean? Don't.
Question for you, right?
I want to see Pac's name
Yeah.
on the Walk of Fame.
Here, so is it true though? Because I think I heard like you can just pay like $50,000.
Possibly.
No, you
And
have
get the star.
to pay the $50,000, but also you have to be accepted. It's like they have to be like, hey man, we're gonna give you a star. You have to pay the fees for the star, but you know this is an award that we're giving you.
Man, listen, bro. Listen, like if Pac ain't get this 15, 20 years ago, I just don't feel like the Hollywood Walk of Fame should even like still be something that like we get validated by, right?
Yeah, I don't think we get validated by it.
Shit. Listen, I seen Khaled shucking and jiving up in them folks' places.
That's Khaled. That's
right?
Khaled.
You
Yeah,
feel me?
that's
I'm talking about
Khaled.
man.
That's what he does.
Man, happy as hell, shucking man.
That's what he does.
Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss.
But
You
his
feel me?
bag goes up too as well. So
that's true.
look at 3 6 Mafia when they got the Oscar. Their bag went up because they're Oscar winning, Oscar nominated actors, Oscar or even a Grammy nominated get you a bigger bag.
Yeah.
For
than-
sponsors, for people that want to work with
everything.
you, I have a star on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
So many more people are gonna want to work with you for
And
sure.
I think for Pac, it's over. It's well overdue. For one, Pac is Pac. Pac was a superstar, a living legend superstar, let alone being gone. Regardless of what people think, if you want to compare flows to Biggie to whoever, Pac is a superstar. You know what I mean? And I think it's overdue. And I'm happy
sense,
that
though?
he's getting the star.
Yeah, that's
And I'll be there straight
Well,
up.
What's your hardest Pac line?
They asked me if I cried when the Pope died. I replied, no, they asked me if I cried when the Pope died. My reply, if they cried when we buried Malcolm X.
Now,
Look
I'm
at
gonna
this.
be
Look at
real,
this.
man.
Look at this. See this? When we buried Malcolm X. You feel me? That's one of the
I'm
hardest lines ever.
I'm gonna be real, man.
Yeah.
Like that line ain't it, man.
You crazy? For you it ain't.
Man, that line ain't it, man.
For you ain't.
Like
What's your line?
in terms of
You
like
asked me what's
metaphors
my
and similes,
favorite.
though.
Yeah,
Listen again.
Bro, you should pick up his poetry book,
Right?
with like the rose and the
Yeah,
cement
of
or whatever. it is.
course.
Layla
That shit
Steinberg.
has a bunch of
Layla
fire.
was involved with that. So
I'm
you asked me
talking
what was
about-
my
Layla's involved
favorite
with
line.
that. Yeah, right?
What's yours?
I don't have a Pac favorite line, bro.
You tripping. See, different generations. You know what that line means to me?
Yeah.
They asked me if I cried when the Pope died.
Yeah, of course.
My reply was if they cried when we buried Malcolm X. Do you know what he's saying with that? You get that? He's saying you have the nerve to
They
ask
killed
me.
Malcolm. Yeah.
You have the nerve to ask me about the Pope.
Yeah.
Did y'all cry when we buried Malcolm X? So don't even ask me the question. The question that's powerful. Is beyond the
I
level
got a
of
hard
powerful.
bar. Listen, to right?
I'm revolutionary though. Are you?
Me? Yeah, of course,
Okay,
right?
well,
Right.
that
But
mean of
with the
course.
right, with the right, but here, right? And
You say of course, but I want to say
Yeah, of
if
course.
the black folks right now say they just killed Lil Tootie and them on Burbank over here in the corner, black folks is uniting. Are you gonna get up off your ass?
Of
and go?
course.
Well, that's good.
wait though.
That's good.
Wait.
I'm going.
he's not.
Yeah.
Wait
see?
though, wait though, wait
so
though,
you're
wait
not
though,
a
wait though, wait
revolutionary
though.
then.
Wait though. I dare anybody to pull up the BLM rallies
Okay.
in Fargo.
was
I
out
was
there
outside
looting.
marching, my nigga, right?
Right.
But wait though, right? What?
Were you marching
Or looting.
Because there's a whole
Marching
lot of
up.
content
Yeah.
created.
No, right? No. Here, right? But this is like, for example, right? Like this is like why the conversation around Tupac
Yeah.
is so polarizing, right? Because
Yeah.
Pac had a great message in almost most of his songs, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about a profound message. But the complicity of the bars and the syllables piece up
All that's perspective.
was not there.
No, it's all perspective. Me and Big Tank went over this. A music super,
Yeah.
my big bro, music supervisor,
Yeah.
huge. He said like Biggie would be a P-O-P-P-A and Pac would be feel me. That's all perspective and how things hit you. It's how banana tastes to you is different how it tastes to me.
The bars piece up, though.
No, but you asked me.
It's objective.
What did you
Yeah.
ask me? You didn't ask me about syllables and everything. What did you
Yeah.
ask me?
Your favorite Pac line.
And I told you.
I
So then you debated that and
Yeah.
said, wait, hold up. No, that's my favorite Pac line. That's
me this, though.
powerful.
the hardest Pac line.
Hardest? That's one of the
But,
hardest.
I feel like you're trying to compare it to like nowadays standards of how people
I'm
rap.
talking about
People
this,
rap differently 20
Wait,
years
wait,
got
ago.
wait,
so
though.
many fucking
For the
fire-ass
history,
lines.
wait, for the history of rap though, bars have always been a pair of the syllables piece of meaning right.
Bars used to be different.
And
Like,
how shit rhymes, right? The double and triple entendres, right?
you're talking about like
You're
the
talking about hardest lines though. To
Yeah,
me,
you
like,
feel me? Yeah.
I'm telling you, but you didn't break down flows. Hardest flow. Then I give you my opinion on that.
Yeah.
From my perspective, the Malcolm X line.
Yeah.
But there's so many. You ever heard the song "Hold Your Head"?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you heard "Hold Your Head"
Yeah, of
by
course.
Pac.
Yeah, of course.
There's shit he says, make him understand me. Not to say my posse, everyone with his family. See, I lived a life for me where I've lost a lot of dead friends. They're tattooed on my body. You have any dead friends tattooed on you?
No.
Okay,
no,
so
no.
we have a different perspective of
Yeah.
what death is and how you deal with death. I have a different numbness to death because I've been to over 30 funerals, right?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know how many dead friends you've had since I've
Number
had
two or
dead
two,
friends since
but,
I
you
was
know,
13 and
yeah,
14,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So with that being said, the lifestyle of it, a thing a person can say for a person that's been through something different can hit us different. If your mom was an alcoholic and somebody's rapping about rehabilitation of being an alcoholic, that may be the hardest line to you because that's how it affected you.
Of course.
So there's certain things that Pac said to me that Biggie, I love everybody, that nobody's gonna be able to move me how Pac, if Pac would have said right now and he was alive, y'all get up, let's ride. Everybody meet me, I'm going. Another rapper could say that, I'm not going nowhere because I don't feel him. I don't feel it. I don't
You think that
feel
Pac
it.
would have survived though the era of the Me Too movement?
Me too?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Bro,
Of course. You mean
He would have
after
ate up his
case?
pastor. Yeah, yeah.
He didn't do anything,
I don't
though.
think so because you gotta think like certain people can say things about people. Pac ain't never raped nobody.
Yeah.
in the family,
Like straight up. So you gotta understand like who you calling rapists. You devils, like I said earlier, so two-faced. They want to see me trapped in chains.
What though? Right? Now listen though. When it comes syllable piece up though, right? That was like a slant rhyme. Like that wasn't even like a direct syllable piece up, right? So again, right, like we haven't like
You break it down syllables and bars. I
yeah,
got it.
right,
Okay.
right. Now, again, Pac was a great rapper. I love Pac. Pac is influential, but in terms of like holding Pac like up there with the top rappers of all time, we really can't do that because like Pac, in terms of like his lyricism,
You
and
can't
the,
do that.
The bars piece up wasn't there, right?
Yeah, I hear you. You can't do that. Who's your favorite of all time?
Oh, Drake, of course.
Drake? Drake.
A favorite though, right?
Yes, this is
Right,
Drake.
right,
And no knock, Drake is dope.
Drake hard,
but
though.
Drake hard as fuck. But see, Drake ain't gonna make me wanna ride for my people. Drake's not gonna make me wanna ride as a father, as a man, as a hood man, as a square, as a businessman. Pac is going to make me to this day want to get that fire up to get up and change my community. Drake's not gonna do that for me.
No,
And I'm not,
Yeah,
Drake
though.
dope as fuck, but he's not gonna do that. Pac has something else that was a fire, that was so passionate, and you may have missed it with your generation, you know what I mean?
He's a great activist though. Now, like in terms of great rappers of all
Phenomenal
time,
rapper. Pac's phenomenal
for
rapper.
example, right?
Phenomenal.
Look, right here. No, wait. Question, right?
Yeah.
So now, for example, right? Like, let's say sports, right?
Yeah.
When we think about the GOATs, right?
Yeah.
Or you know, like the greatest of like all time, right? People
Okay.
who are in.
Michael Jordan, Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
yeah, right. Here, look, right. So the people who are in those discussions, right, are folks who are the best at something. For
So
example,
Jordan and AI, right? So we know Jordan is number one, right?
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah, of course.
Where do you rate AI at?
like probably he's like a top 30 player. or
Interesting.
something, right.
Interesting.
Wait though, right? But Jordan is probably the best pure scorer.
Okay.
Bron probably the best, like most like well-rounded player, right?
What about Kobe?
I don't like put Kobe in like my like top 10, right? That's
crazy.
But with the right, but though sports though, GOAT means he's the best at something.
Not all the time
Pac
necessarily.
ain't the
I
best
feel like.
lyricist. Pac ain't the best songwriter. Pac ain't
I
the
don't
best
agree with
melodic
that.
nigga.
'Cause
So
the-
what is
I don't
Pac
agree
the
with
best
that.
at though?
No, but
I think at feeling, at passion, and at songwriting. You
Innov-
gotta understand, Brenda's got a
innovation,
baby.
too.
Look at Brenda's got a baby. Look
I
at Hold
feel-
Your Head. Make them understand me. Not to say my posse, everyone with me is family. You gotta understand there's certain things that he could say that for living that lifestyle. I see death around the corner. If you really a kid, 17, 18 years old, seeing death around the corner, nobody's talking to you like Pac. Drake couldn't do it. Biggie couldn't do it.
Jay-Z made us feel
Biggie said-
more than Pac, right?
Hell no. Wait, Jay-Z made us feel, not me. I was a Pac dude.
He's from North Dakota, so maybe for him.
Jay-Z was a...
I fuck with Jay-Z more than Pac.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But with that being said,
nah,
Jay-Z's business is on a whole different level. And Jay-Z's a lyricist, Jay-Z's dope. But me, I was definitely at that time, during those 90s, I'm with Pac over Jay any day. Any day.
That's a question for y'all, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, and start here, too, though. Is Pac better than Kendrick?
No.
You see, but here's the thing. That question for me is not going to land the same way it would land for other people because I'm not a huge Kendrick fan personally.
Is
Not
Pac
because his
objectively
skills
a better rapper
not
than
there,
Kendrick?
but just because I just don't listen to his music for whatever reason.
Okay, but just objectively,
Objectively,
what you heard, is Pac a better rapper than Kendrick?
I don't think so.
Would you rather have Kendrick or Tupac at your party?
Kendrick.
See, because you're from a
Oh
different
my
generation.
God.
I'm taking Pac.
yeah.
For
Why though?
sure. What? And I love Kendrick. Don't get it twisted. Like, this ain't nothing. Kendrick's phenomenal. Pac I believe Tupac. Certain emphasis. I'm not talking about no gangster shit, all that. I believe it. So a lot of people I don't believe. Like, you could have Drake talking about this bitch and that bitch or any. I don't believe Drake.
Why? He has
Because I'll tell you why.
Oh
I'll tell you
my
why.
God,
I'll
bro.
tell you why. Why I don't. He had mad hoes when? After he became famous?
Nah.
What do you mean,
He
nah?
was like what? Hey, wait though.
What do you mean? So he
got
was
a-
an
no,
actor
you're
playing
17
gay.
though.
He was playing gay on a show, right?
Yeah.
Right? He was in a
Yeah.
wheelchair, right?
Of
On a
course.
show playing
Yeah,
gay.
of course.
Who the fuck now the things that he could say now, he was never gonna be able to say from his fan base then to walk up, hey, you bitches come over here. Or saying something slick.
Nah, man.
And
That's
that was my
facts.
point about the Zerka guy. I don't know him. And he was like, hey, the white bitch over there, you don't know who child or who woman or who daughter you talking to. Talking about this white
Wait,
bitch.
speaking of Zerka though, bro, I seen a wild clip, and I feel like Zerka gotta explain this clip, yo.
Sneako shit.
No, right? So pretty much, and he was on Fresh and Fit last night,
Yeah.
like calling a black man all type of monkeys, gorillas, saying
Yeah, that's out. I don't
Right.
even know him like that. I
Saying,
just heard
like,
about him recently.
right? Like how like he's like unevolved. He's a war
Who was he talking about?
about Preach,
Preach. I don't
Yeah.
know Preach.
Abba and Preach.
Preacher Abba.
What's the name?
Yeah,
The dude from
They got a
from the
YouTube
show?
channel.
yeah.
Called the Fresh and Fit?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
So
though,
he's the Middle Eastern brother or kind of look,
Yeah.
he's a brother though?
yeah,
Nah,
no,
Abba
no,
and
no.
Preach got their own YouTube channel, but they were talking about them on the Fresh and Fit.
Yeah,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Right? And so, you know, I see some very concerning shit that, again, I fuck with Zerka, but saying the N-word, calling black men all time monkeys, you feel me? Like, I'm like, bro, let's have,
That'll
you
have
feel
you
me?
get your ass kicked
Right.
in the community we from, for sure.
That's out.
That's definitely ridiculous. At this time of time, you gotta understand too. People can say things that are so offensive.
Yeah.
If I have a Chinese friend, if I have a Russian friend, then there's certain things I need to refrain from even speaking as a man. Let alone just because you're in the room. Not unless I just hate Russians.
Just like a mutual respect for,
It is what
a
it is.
friend or just even an acquaintance.
So,
you know?
so you gotta understand this shock value. People do a lot of things on this internet and these podcasts without repercussions. People, I'm gonna be honest. I used to think that about you before I met you. When you first came around, I was like, Flacco need to get his ass whooped
Yeah, of course.
because
Yeah.
I didn't understand you yet.
Of course.
So I felt like you were just saying stupid shit
Yeah.
just to be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Niggas is what you want. I understand you differently now.
Yeah, of
So
course.
now I look at it. I appreciate your perspective, even
Yeah.
if I don't agree with it.
Of course.
So a guy like Zerka, I don't know him yet, but saying shit like that without knowing the context, it don't
You
matter what
trolling,
the
right?
context
Yeah.
is. Trolling ain't
Of course,
it.
yeah.
Trolling, like you got a nation of millions of us that we ain't flying with none of that, because what is he, Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
We ain't thinking about disrespecting the Middle
Nah,
Eastern
nah,
folks.
nah.
That as a man. So as a man, you come do that. I tell people to do this. Come to the black community where it's a bunch of gorillas and monkeys who you talking about, who you referring at, and get that off there.
Yeah.
Get that off there. Come to some area where men are at, who is with that, and say the monkey shit then and there. And after you get dealt with, will you say it again?
Yeah.
Will you say it again? Do you
Thing
think
is
you
too,
think
though,
you
right?
would say it again?
Nah. So my thing is this, right? Like, I'm just trying to have the convo of, bro, like, is this just some troll shit, or do you truly like believe
It ain't
that
never
you can
troll.
Say,
It's never trolling. Once a man lets something come out his mouth, you could be trolling somebody and being trolling, but once you speak about a group of people, a ethnicity, a race, a nationality of people, I think all blacks or Russians or whites or this, that, and the third, you have committed a fraud of ignorance upon yourself, and you've made yourself look bad because now who are you discluding from this?
Yeah.
Are you speaking specifically about this man? And nothing. If you want to break down monkeys, a lot of other ethnicities, nationalities look more like monkeys than black men do. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen the comparisons with the lips. Monkeys have little skinny ass lips.
Yeah.
Monkeys, only thing you can say is that if there's a melanin thing within people, so it's easy to want to call black men monkeys, but black men don't really look like monkeys. I mean, you gotta. I don't know. Depend on whose face you looking at. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Depend on whose face you looking at. But I know them lips. Them lips ain't matching no black man. I know. You know what I'm saying? Monkeys got these skinny ass bony lips. Zerka, that's without me knowing the context. That's like some get your ass kicked type shit. You know what I mean?
You said it towards like one person though. So like maybe it's just towards that person, or right? Like, but I just feel uncomfortable that like you as a Middle Eastern man, bro, like shouldn't be, you know. Even using like those type of racial, right, like, you know, like for example, right, like, and he has beef with Preach, right? Mm-hmm. But even though you got beef, right, like, you shouldn't use racial slurs and appetite towards that, right? Like, right. So I'm just at least trying to say, all right, bro, like, let's have the conversation of like, what is this, like? Are you truly hateful, right? Because if you are, cool, right? But just let me know so I can, I keep my distance.
He kind of telling you, but this the thing. Podcasters, rappers, actors, everybody need to be held accountable.
Yeah, of course.
There is a repercussion for things, whether it's karmatic, whether it's physical, whether it's energy, whether you're getting shunned, whatever, regardless of what it is. I don't even understand. Is Zerka a podcaster?
A Twitch streamer, yeah.
A Twitch streamer. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think I heard Twitch, they be getting their money. A lot of people, once they get money, they feel more outspoken because they're not going to be in a lot of areas where most people are. So they're going to be able to talk a lot of shit to say things like, bro, you got to understand, a lot of people feel like that if they're looking at you and you may say something they don't like, how many people are really going to be able to get up on you unless they catch you out in traffic? You know what I mean? So let alone, that's imagine you saying, fuck all white men. Anybody look like Adam, these devil cracker motherfuckers, I want to kill them. Now, that's not appropriate to be saying, you know what I mean, with a person you work with, let alone with somebody talking about a whole race of people. He needs to be checked for that and corrected by whoever it is. And if you are a person, I couldn't sit next to you and you sitting up. That's like if somebody was sitting up here, fuck these Russian motherfuckers. And I'm like, wait, hold up. You know what I mean? Hold up. I ain't really with all that. What they do to you. You know what I mean? Like what they do to you. Did they hurt you? Did they do something to you? So Zerka needs to be held accountable for regardless of whatever he said and what he did do, talking about black men in 2023 looking like monkeys.
When you see that,
like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not
did Joe Rogan do that?
Yeah.
And Joe comes off such a cool
dude. This was worse though. No, listen, Joe Rogan shit was worse.
He said he went to see Planet of the Apes and he looked around and it was Planet of the Apes.
Yes. He had said something about that, like an explanation. I forgot what the explanation was.
Well, you got to understand, and it sounded like some bullshit. But that's the thing. Now, how would it make us feel if we heard a black man say it? It definitely feels different, even if you don't agree with it. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, Yuri, like we know this, and y'all know, Remo, you know this, bro. You know this. If I come to you and say, hey, what's up, bro? You like, hey, what's up, bro? I say, hey, what up, my nigga? Or if you say, huh? And I say, what up, nigga? That nigga sounds racist. And I don't like to be called nigga. That's fighting damn near. Like the tone in it changes, and that's what I don't like about other people saying, hey, what up, my nigga? Who aren't from our culture, because you can cut it off like a light switch. So if the KKK come and want to kill some black folks, or if Lil Johnny got killed by a white cop right now, the same one saying, hey, what up, my nigga? Are you going to ride with us right now? So that's why henceforth when Pac says, they asked me if I cried when the Pope died, my reply was, if you cried when we bailed Malcolm X. Hell no, I didn't cry when the Pope died. Fuck no. You know what I mean? Straight up. So with that being said, you know what I mean?
I'm just
it's interesting. So where do we leave off on Pac?
It was.
Okay.
We went from Pac getting a star to you saying he's not a great rapper.
Yeah, you was tripping. Pac's phenomenal rapper. Rest in peace, Pac. We love you. Congratulations to the family.
Yeah, man.
And it's going down. And go check out Dear Mama 2. It's dope. Big Eddie
Shout
Spaghetti,
out
Ray
to
Love. What
Tupac,
up?
man. Again, folks love to say I hate Pac. Nah, bro, I love Pac. I love Kendrick. I just wouldn't put them, on like,
Why do people say they hate Pac? Why?
No.
Because I
They
don't experience that.
Say that I hate Pac.
Oh, saying that you do, but you don't.
Yeah, no, right? You feel me?
What's your favorite Pac song?
I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't want to fuck. Oh my God, it's something we all adore.
That
the
was
one
dope.
thing worth dying for.
Now, can I go back to something
Sure.
that said me and my girlfriend, which your beloved Jay-Z, we love Jay-Z too.
Yeah.
Jay-Z flipped it, right? It was Beyonce's idea. When I first heard that in 96, right? I bought 2 albums that year. It was Machiavelli and it was Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, right? 2 great projects, right? When me and my girlfriend, all I need in this life is sin. That beat and the way Pac was rapping, Pac doesn't get enough credit for flows and shit that he did do that were phenomenal. You got to understand, and certain times people are too rappy and too going where you can't even catch what's going on.
Yeah.
Certain times when you are making less syllables and less things, then it does work. But on Me and My Girlfriend, the way he was rapping, now it's time for war. Never see me. That pattern, I had never heard him rap like before. Me personally.
Check it out though, right? So like, for example, right? So like, it becomes like less impressive, right? In 2023 because like you have like 20 rappers now who, like a flow masters now, right?
But you have to give he's the innovator. You know what I mean? Like he's the person who made the innovation.
Energy don't change.
No. Like for example, right? It's kind of like how, for example, right? Like Karl Malone, right? Let's say in 1980, right?
Yeah.
Yo, this is something we never seen before, right?
Yeah.
Then like in 2023, like
Right.
like Brown, like
feel
KD, like
I
Victor
feel you.
Wembanyama. Now like Karl Malone,
Right.
don't look like a physical freak no more because now you have like some evolved motherfuckers,
I hear
right?
you.
So Pac was ahead of his time in terms of flows and like melodies, right? But right now, like you have at least like 20 niggas who could put Pac in the dirt.
Well, I don't know about that, but here's what I will say is look at Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Right? Look at
Yeah,
Jordan.
yeah,
How you
quick.
talking about Jordan? Look at 2023 and you still talking about Jordan. We still talking about how great Jordan was. So there's certain things, if you hear Hit 'Em Up, I'm driving fast, I'm lit, nothing that Kendrick or Drake can make me feel like that. So when I hear, motherfucker, I hit 'em up, I'm whoop, I see Death Row, I'm feeling a way because it's nostalgic. So it's making me, when you go somewhere as a kid, when you go back to North Dakota, Philly, wherever the fuck you was at as a little kid, and you there's certain nostalgic that's gonna make you feel how LA ain't gonna make you feel.
Yeah.
It's gonna bring something back. So Pac will never lose those things, especially if you lived during that time. I lived during that time. I was old enough to experience that time, be around Tupac. I was even on a song with me, Tupac, and Nipsey that got Nip on, called International, on a Pac album after Pac passed away. It's
word?
Tupac featuring me and Nipsey Hussle called International.
Oh, really? Oh,
Produced by
shit.
LT Hutton. So I'm really deep up in it. I'm in the Pac book. I know a little bit about it, so I'm a little bit more invested in it.
How do you
but
feel
I'm not
about
biased.
people like Wack saying that Pac was fake?
Well, I think that different people could be insecure with their self. I don't know about Wack. I'd have to break that down, talk about, but different people could be insecure with something they feel and look at something else. Because when you compare yourself to somebody else, I feel like, especially if you wasn't around them, especially somebody who's not here, that's like a basketball player comparing herself to Kobe. Well, Kobe was whoop-de-whoop, this, that, and the third, and he's not here. You know what I mean? So the original question was how to feel about him saying Pac wasn't real.
I believe it was Wack who said it, but it was a lot of, it's multiple people who,
Motherfuckers also said,
Once I said, too, Pac shot them police in the ass. I like to ask Wack or anybody.
But he didn't know they were police when he shot them.
I don't give a fuck he shot these white men in the ass. You know what I mean? Straight up. A lot of us ain't shot no white men. A lot of us is shot people that look just like us.
Yeah.
We shot somebody. We basically shot ourselves. Somebody that walk like us, talk like us, dress like us. We got that syndrome where we serial killers killing ourselves. So for Pac, I understand if Wack was a gang member, if I was a gang member, if different people were gang members, we have a different perspective on that gangster life. So once Pac did start kicking it with the Looters Park mobs, he did started to affiliate. When he was with Thug Life, he was rocking more with the Rips, with the Crips. You know what I mean? Then when he got with Pac, with Suge, and they
Knight,
bailed him
right?
I talked to Suge the other day. Me and Big U was on the line, but
Oh,
just
word?
talking about just the other day.
Shit, okay.
But the interesting thing about it is that I think that if you compare Pac to a gang member, then you could say, well, no, Pac wasn't real as a gang member, or he wasn't living a gang member life, but did he started to affiliate with gang members and start to affiliate? Because, for instance, if you catch Flacco, if you moved to my hood in the East Side, South Central, right? And you just came from North Dakota, right? And everybody like, man, you seen dude Flacco? Like, hey, let's put him on the set. Like, man, he too old for that. All of a sudden, you like, nigga, I want to be from the set. And you start riding and whooping ass and gunning and killing.
Yeah.
We about to respect you now.
No, facts.
You done came out and did it.
But that's the same thing like 6ix9ine did, but he just snitched.
I don't think 6ix9ine was doing any of that.
He putting hits out on people. He putting money up for shit.
But I still think he was a hoe the whole time.
I mean,
I think he got put
but
in a
if he
position
didn't
of power.
snitch and he didn't fall in this situation, then that's the same thing. Like he got with these niggas and started putting in work just so he.
But
be
I don't
around
think he
these
put
niggas.
in work. You know, that's the
I mean,
difference.
paying for motherfuckers to get out of bail, paying for hits and shit.
Yeah,
That's kind of
but
like putting in a little bit of work.
I still don't see him being like this man who was like, I see him
But
being a
we see him
character.
fight on camera though.
You know what I mean? Huh?
I mean, he's having.
Nah, he got
squabbles,
whooped
like-
on camera. He
still
got
fought,
whooped.
though.
I was with I met the homies who they got to at the airport with.
Yeah,
like straight up. Like we talked about, and they not gang members either.
Yeah.
And they from like
At least
Texas
he
or
fought,
Atlanta
though,
somewhere.
right?
But going back to what you said, like if Wax said that or somebody else said that, everybody's entitled to their own perspective. And like I said, a gang member's perspective is different on rappers and other people who haven't lived a gang life. So I understand one perspective of what he could be saying. The other end, if you didn't run with Pac and you didn't know Pac and know what he did every day and every time, you can't judge if he was real or not. What are we saying is real? What are we saying is real? Because what are we saying is real? Is real meaning that you wasn't a gang member? You know what I'm saying? Or is real? Because I take Pac as being very real. Regardless if he was an actor before or anything else, Pac came up under Black Panthers. He had a different instillment. We came up under pimps and hoes and gangsters and crackheads and all kind of other shit. Not all of us.
I think what a lot of people saying, it was a lot of showmanship with what Pac was doing.
I believe that. You got to think like after Juice, Pac went up. We was mad at Pac
And he
and
was
Juice
stuck
when he
in
played
character
Bishop.
after that.
I believe so, but I think that once you're there, you got to play now. You got to play ball. You out here
Do
now.
you think though? Wait,
But
I
that's
think-
still
I
like
think
the
Pac was
6ix9ine
putting his-
approach of how 6ix9ine got in position and he just started trying to play ball, but it
I
went
think
left
it's
and he ended
totally
up
different
snitching.
because I think for one, 6ix9ine being a Mexican young man / Puerto Rican, first of all, you're not from the black community first and foremost. Now, I got Puerto Rican brothers from New York who's solid, and I look at them as brothers. But I look at 6ix9ine was always a gimmick from the gate. I didn't see Pac as a gimmick. I saw Pac as growing and evolving into something else, into a man.
Have you ever seen
That
that,
man
video
was
of him when he
25.
was on stage with Humpty Dumpty like dancing and shit back in
Of
the
course
day?
I did. I knew Shock G, rest in peace, of course. He was a dude on the side. He
backup
got on.
dancer and shit.
Yeah, for sure. But that don't make me think that still Pac wasn't down. That don't make me think that if me and you right now was with Pac and we walked to the store, all of us, and somebody jumped on Yuri, Pac about to get down.
of course.
He about to get out. He's about to fight.
Damn.
He's gonna fight. Tupac is gonna. I was around Tupac. Tupac is gonna fight. So what's not real? You know what I mean?
6ix9ine got in a fight when he was at the airport.
I still can't. He got whooped on, but still. But I see what you're saying.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying 6ix9ine
yeah.
real, but I'm just trying
Yeah,
to show
no,
the
you making
comparisons of like
perspectives, yeah.
joining after the benefit for your
Yes,
career. It's
yes.
like something the same thing. That's what they're calling
What the
Pac out
difference
for.
is too, Pac did from certain Ludus Park mob members that would say Pac was from our hood, right? They claim, but Pac wasn't publicly out saying, I'm a blood, I'm a Crip. He wasn't. He wasn't never doing that. Pac never did. I see Bloods and Crips running up the hill, looking for a better way. South Central LA, I can't cry because it's home now. I'm just a nigga on his own now, living life thug style. Certain shit he said that I saw he was turning into. He wasn't privy to be around certain people. He came up out of the Bay first when he came from the East Coast. He went to the jungles in Marin City. Then he transferred over to Oakland. Then he came down to LA. So that's like if you're hanging out with friends at a young age and then you get into a different crowd, now you're starting to do different activities. I understand what you're saying, putting them together, but I just don't take, I take Pac as a leader and I take
He was a
6ix9ine
more
as a
stand-up
follower.
nigga than what,
I take 6ix9ine as a
6ix9ine,
follower. I
but-
take Pac as a leader. Pac was a
But it was
leader.
kind of like the same approach.
Better question
Pac
though.
was a leader who got with other niggas who was hood that he had to learn to follow to get in, but I take him as a leader. I take even Suge at times was looking at Pac like, what's
Sure.
up? You know what I mean? Like, what we doing? But go ahead.
All right,
Do
I
you
wanna get
think
into the
though?
last topic though?
Yeah.
Wait, here, right?
Yeah, last thing.
So do you think though that going from Black Panther
Yeah.
to a gang member is going up or going down?
Of course, that would be going down, not unless
So
you came into it.
yeah.
I'm not saying Pac, in my knowledge, was a full-on gang member, but I'm saying
Yeah.
he was around gang members. But of course, I think it's what you do as a gang member. Now, are we talking about a gang member who is just causing destruction and fucking up? Or are we talking about a gang member who's
In
getting
general,
his
though.
community together? Are
In
we talking
general,
about
though,
that?
right?
But
No,
Black
what's your
Panthers
life?
were dying at that point. It was like kind of
Yeah.
dissolving.
So the Crips started.
Yeah, it's
so
like
the Crips came about
you go from one
68,
family to
69.
another. type
In
thing.
general,
Yes.
right? Like going from a Black Panther to a gang member, is not something to be applauded and praised.
See, it depends because you're not a gang member. So it depends on what kind of gang member you are. Now, if you're talking about a scumbag gang member who's just causing destruction, hurting people and all that, there's different gang members. There's different gang members, my brother. Everybody ain't the same. You got gang members who are for their community. Yeah, Pac
So
was
he was
of the
causing,
culture.
you know,
Pac was of the culture. Black Panthers had to become violent. You know what I mean?
against white folks, though, right?
Facts.
But Pac was violent towards other black men.
I ain't never heard him shoot nobody but them white boys.
No, but like, it's on camera though that he attacked the black
that
man.
with Orlando. That he did that. And that's right there being too loyal to a situation.
Okay.
Being loyal, Pac feeling like these are my homies. Let me show and put forth that I'm down for this. And that was a mistake. Straight up, that was a mistake. So what I will say is, see, gang members are different than what everybody, one gang member ain't the same. It's what gang members do. Right now, Crips and Bloods is the biggest shit in the country. Everybody wanna be. Then you got real niggas everywhere. New York, the South, Tennessee, Chattanooga, everywhere killing everything. But you got a lot of wannabes. Because my biggest thing when I went to New York back in the day, and me and my brother True Life used to be on this, is that why don't New York do their own gangs? I don't want to see the Big Apple with an LA logo on it. I don't. Me personally, now it's what it is. But back years ago, when I was going in the 90s, first to New York, to Lower East Side, to Smith Projects, that was my hood, that we bridged it from the East Side, South Central, Lower East Side, Manhattan. I wasn't happy seeing people wanting to be gang members when they was from New York. I feel like New York is it. You New York. I want to go to New York and fuck with New York shit. I don't want to come here and see off-brand California shit. At the time, that's what I didn't want to see. You know what I mean?
No, facts, man. All right, man, what's next, Josh?
Yeah.
What's the subject that's next?
Hola, Abigail.
It's a sad story. So
Morada.
Miss Jackie O, who's DC Young Fly's longtime partner, and
Oh,
DC
that's
Young
sad.
Fly's from Wild and Out. He's also like
Yeah.
a comedian. So she has apparently passed away suddenly and unexpectedly. The exact cause of Jackie's ultimate death has not been disclosed, but there are reports suggesting that it may have been related to complications arising from a cosmetic surgery that she went to go do in the United States, in Miami, I think. Ms. Jackie O's real name was Jacqueline Smith, and she and DC met in 2015. And the same year, he made his premiere on MTV's hit show Wild and Out. Although Jackie and DC never married, they remained a couple and had 3 children together. Daughters Nova, Nala, and their son Prince, who's just born last year.
Let me tell y'all, I
It's
saw this,
heartbreaking.
man. I saw DC, and my heart goes out to him.
Yeah.
I saw DC. I rock with DC. I like him. I saw him with his girl and his whole family praying together. Him giving his family money. It give me a chill about that. That hurts your heart right there because he's made it to a degree, and he has the woman that he loves, and he's got these children. He's got a beautiful family. That's fucking horrible, and it makes you afraid about these fucking surgeries. Kanye's mom, different people, and just, man, my heart go out to DC Young Fly, man. Rest in peace to his wife. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's super fucked up. But like you're saying, it's that's literally still considered one of the most dangerous surgeries you can get, and you know, it's a risk that I feel
What
like
is the surgery?
Well, we don't know yet.
we
BBL
don't know
stuff,
yet.
or-
But anything. Well, here's the thing. Anything. People think that going getting put in under is like such a chill.
ain't cool.
It's every time you're rolling the dice. I know that they have I forgot the names for them, but it's like specific doctors that are there to oversee the whole process. I know they have those doctors and they do a really good job at it, and like the likelihood of it happening is, you know, not super high, but every time you get put under, you have the possibility of potentially dying. And when I went to go get my 4 wisdom teeth removed recently, I did not want to do it. I was super scared of the idea of getting my 4 wisdom teeth removed all at once, and I really was like thinking, I was like, do I want to get put under for this? And I was thinking, like, do I want to risk my life just for these 4 teeth? I was like, nah.
Even anesthetic can take 2 out at one time.
Yeah, I was like, even if the chances are like super low, incredibly low of me dying, I was like, just the chances of death compared to just 4 teeth, I was like, I'll deal with the pain.
I'm
I
with
was
you
like,
on
fuck
that.
it.
I'm not with getting put under for nothing. I'm not with
Yeah,
it at
nah,
all.
man.
This
Unless
type
you-
of
unless
shit
you
is
have to.
heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you
like-
have to, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Well, like, so the piece of shit doctor like took down in her photo from his Instagram as soon as this happened.
Wow.
So bro, niggas is foul. Now I think
Dentist?
though,
You said dentist?
No. Here, so she was pictured with a Miami surgeon.
Okay.
She apparently had a mommy makeover, right?
Okay.
Now it's unclear why she died, right?
Okay.
Because she was responding back to comments after the surgery as well.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah, right. So like we don't know how she died, right? But though the piece of shit surgeon like
Took her
took
picture
down,
down.
from like in his like
Because it's bad promo.
Oh wow,
That's-
yeah. And he actually should have been putting up something to say, yo,
Yeah.
you know. But
My
he's
condolences.
yeah. That shit right there, man. I just could only even can't. It's hard to even imagine with DC and his children and
Bro,
what they're going through.
that's
That's
heartbreaking.
a heartbreaking situation. That's fucked up.
Especially since they just had another kid about a year ago. It's like a brand
Damn.
newborn baby that, you know.
Man, I was so touched by seeing him with his family praying. He was passing out money and he had his girl. It was beautiful. I said, he did it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did it right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad, man. Like to think about a surgery. Fuck a surgery.
And
You know what I mean? Like, fuck,
and dude,
man.
just coming from like a guy in a relationship where it's like I love, you know, like my girlfriend like crazy, and just the idea of like losing someone that you formed that connection with and had children with, like, bro, like that's so heartbreaking. Like,
Damn,
She told
man.
you, right? Listen though, if she told you, babe, I just want to get a BBL. You feel me?
I ain't with it.
What's your take on that?
no, and she knows that because she's wanted, like, you know, to do small little cosmetic things, like, oh, like what if
She's a
in the
beautiful
future
girl,
we could
too.
do this or that. And I always tell Riley, like, no, it's 100% no. It's like, no, it's not worth it. I'm not cool with it.
DC got a great spirit, man. He's very intelligent. I saw him speaking to the dude, Reverend Peterson or whatever.
Oh, just
it's
like
one of the
Peterson?
best interviews ever. And Peterson's so funny, but to see DC handle himself, well, DC is well spoken and spiritual, and I rock with him, man.
Bro,
What's crazy, right? It's like, for example, right? Like Peterson, like for example, right? Like I'd just be wanting to be like that honest, like during,
Yeah.
like during, like you know, like during interviews, right?
Yeah.
But like he has mastered this thing where like he can just be mean to different guests,
Amazing.
and they will keep, and they just keep
Coming back.
Yeah.
That's what
But,
he says,
right,
too.
but though-
Amazing.
If we do it, oh, they're not right. Like,
But
yeah.
he's being a comedian. He's a known comedian.
Hell
And-
nah.
and
Well,
you gotta understand,
what?
it's his poker
talking about
face,
DC
too.
Young Fly, right?
No, this is Peterson.
No, he's talking about
okay,
the
sorry,
other dude,
sorry.
the older guy who's
Oh,
like,
okay.
he's kind of looked at like an Uncle Ruckus type guy.
Yeah.
Like
I
he's
see, I see.
hilarious. His content is amazing. But the thing is, you know what I think about it? It's his persona, it's how he holds himself, it's how he sits there real chill. You're more animated than him. He's very chill. He'll sit there. Amazing.
Yeah.
And he's humoring you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, he'll be
Amazing.
playing you. Yeah, it's
Yeah, man.
hilarious.
Dude,
Nah, man. Right.
Damn,
you know what's
man.
heartbreaking as well is Germ left a comment, and Germ, I think just about a year or two ago, lost his girlfriend. Germ, he's a
Damn.
rapper. But yeah, he recently had just lost his girlfriend as well, so it's super fucked up. I'm sure
Damn, man.
he understands
Damn,
more
bro.
of how this probably feels.
No, what's even like crazier to even like think about, right? Is that most men would dream about having a girl like Jackie, right?
Yeah.
But she still like felt like you know
Yeah.
she needed work done.
She probably had kids, and I bet you it wasn't DC.
Nah,
I
hell
bet you it
no.
wasn't DC saying nothing about it. That's women feeling like, you know, I got the money, we fly, let me getting back to what I'm doing, but it's not worth it because you see so many women out here doing it. It seems like it's worth it.
Exactly.
Like having a
or
baby.
it's like it's chill. It's not a big deal.
It's not
You
a
have
big
like
deal.
weeks of intense bruising. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's a crazy surgery, and also. It's like it's a thing that I try to talk about whenever the conversation gets brought up, because at this point it's almost like a coming of age thing that girls see. It's almost like becoming like that, where girls are literally in high school thinking, I can't wait till I get old enough to do that thing.
yeah.
When it should not be a coming of
real.
age
Nah,
thing where
it's
girls should
super
not be.
normalized now.
It's very normalized, and girls are like feeling they all almost need to do it in a way where. No, it's a very specific, you know, form of beauty. And honestly, it's like for anyone, if you really want to find true love, find someone that loves you for who you are, not, you know, an adjustment of like, you know, what you want to be or whatever it is. But also guys don't have the same thing women do with the beauty standard. Like a guy can roll out of bed and not comb his hair and feel fine throughout the day. A girl has like a way more intense beauty standard where she will be, you know, called ugly or whatever it is, and it's like they have like a way higher
think
like
she's ugly
stress
herself.
rate. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that affects their, you know, their self-esteem and shit. So I feel like the stress level women get from self-perception is way stronger than what a guy's goes through.
And I'll
for
tell
sure.
you this too, to add to that is like, I got a text yesterday from my daughter, right? From my 11-year-old, and I put, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. And she put, okay. And then she put, I have 2 daughters, and she put, and 2 sons. She put 2 rainbows and said, it's Pride Month. And I couldn't help, no disrespect to nobody else, but I put, so what? I put, when I talk to you, we're going to speak about pride in general, black pride, pride, so-called pride.
Yeah.
Because whatever this school is pushing on my child to be 11, I'm not okay with
You're,
it. Did y'all
you're a
hear
good
about
dad to do that.
Yeah, and for instance, Target lost $10 billion in a couple days for making a lesbian shirt.
that.
Parents ain't having it. I've been in Target
probably
before and
should.
seen two heavyset Caucasian women.
Yeah.
And we've agreed on something where we looked at a backpack and was like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a little too rainbowy out. Now that's sad.
It's super
you done
weird.
took the rainbow now into where we're in Target. I'm like, I don't know about that. And the moms are like, yeah, I'm not with that.
Hey.
So that proves that parents
How's it weird,
ain't
though?
having it. They lost $10 billion.
It's literally, it's most people. Like, literally, there's probably 1% of people out there that are happy and cool with that.
Yeah.
Literally, most
How's that
people
weird, though?
are not cool
What do you
with
mean
that
BLM
that's
shit.
shirts in
weird?
Target.
Huh?
There's BLM shirts in Target.
No,
And-
here's
but
the thing:
still,
is
but
like when you
It's
include.
different still.
Why? Sorry.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
One is sexual to my child.
Yes.
Why is my child being? See, my daughter didn't say nothing about Black History Month. They ain't told her nothing about that, but she's being educated on pride. You
Bruh.
feel me? That ain't okay. So you got to understand.
How's that sexual, though?
It is because pride.
It's just them existing.
Lesbian,
No, it's not.
lesbian to a child, right? Why am I talking about what you do sexually or heterosexually? Because what,
Flacco.
You don't though. We just say, yo, listen, like these people here
No,
exist.
no, that's not true.
No, it's
That's not
pushing
true
the
at all.
agenda
It goes
of-
way beyond that. And-
It's us talking about the BBLs. What we're talking about here, making
no,
it okay.
go to any look up Pride event at schools, and how many clips are you going to see of like blatant fucking
the shirt
cross dressing
does it
with
though,
like
right?
fishnets
That
on
part, twerking.
and weird dancing
Yeah,
and
it's
on
weird.
like
It's
and
real.
sexualized
Probably
music.
weird, but the shirt, listen, right, look though.
But the shirt
listen,
represents
right,
that.
look though. Like we agree on the haram and degenerate behavior from that community, but we have to be very consistent, right?
Mm-hmm.
BLM has done some really destructive shit.
Yeah.
Done scam black, right?
That
Right,
specific
so-
nonprofit organization,
Yeah,
BLM, yes.
George Soros.
But,
Yeah.
but the whole message behind BLM is like
Sure.
it doesn't have the same stigma that
What?
the rainbow
Right.
does. You know what I mean? Which the rainbow, immediately you think of it, you think of sexual things. You know what I
you
mean? You
do.
think of like people cross dressing
dumb,
for
though.
what? For
See, but
sexual
no,
reasons.
see, but you're not a father
It's-
yet.
yeah.
You're not a father.
What
When you're
the-
a father,
Yeah.
you're gonna be concerned about who's educating your child
But it's
on what.
LGBTQIA, right?
What's
It's a
IA?
shirt that's right. IA is like interpersonal sex, then it's like asexual, right?
Okay.
But though,
Not
right?
yet.
But though, like again, like that shirt having that rainbow on it just stands for this is these group here, right?
Flacco,
Who's
here's
saying that? You're saying that.
But Flacco,
No, the
you,
shirts-
no,
shirts
hold
like
on. You think
have
it,
a rainbow on it?
L
no,
for
that's not true.
lesbian. It
You-
said L for
exactly.
lesbian.
You think it's just the rainbow. No, they're including. I've seen bathing suits that
Yeah.
are meant to tuck in the children's section.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Also, not only that, like you're saying, they have.
crazy, man.
Look out for basic internet propaganda. A dude literally took that from one section store to the other. This has been
But also no, the other thing is like the whole it's completely taken over the children's section in some videos. There's places in San Francisco where people walk through the store and that's like the only option. And they're just like, "Bro, can I have anything that's not rainbow?" You know what I mean? Like at a certain point.
Right.
And like you're saying, you send your kids to school and then they come home saying they're juiced on fucking Pride Month and
Pride
no
Month.
40
What the
new
fuck?
getenders. You're like, "Bro, there's no
Black
reason you should be
History
knowing
Month.
about this."
I'd
What's up,
rather
bro?
hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'd rather hear that. No, let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Flacco. If you have a child, imagine yourself having a daughter, right? And you're about to go jet skiing with your wife and your kids, or your girl and your mom and kids, right? You got your kids. Now you have two bathing suit options for your daughter.
Yeah.
One is a bikini top, like a lot of little kids wear it, with the panty top,
Yeah.
bottoms in the top that look like what's name, and one is shorts and a shirt. Which one are you choosing for your daughter?
Shorts and a shirt
Okay, why?
because I don't want my daughter bare naked ass out there.
Fucking right. So
Yeah.
so basically what he's saying is that message
Yeah.
is giving us the imagery of your ass being bare naked out.
But why though?
Because that is what is being perpetuated. Everything is sexual.
Yeah.
It is. No, but like
The
for
rainbow
instance-
flag for sure in that community for sure overlaps very heavily with cross-dressing,
Yeah.
with sexual things. People
It does,
dressing in
Josh. It
certain
counts
ways
everything.
bro. It overlaps very heavily.
And,
Unfortunately,
It does.
yes, it does.
I heard
Right.
I heard a drag queen man say, he said, hey, kids being indoctrinated with us dancing and LGBT, he said, there's a lot of drugs and sex that goes on in our community. That has nothing to do with children. I was so impressed that this drag queen said that. I almost reposted it, but I didn't want to because he was dressed in the drag. But I loved what he said, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got to understand, when you have a child, right? Our public school system is already, one of my daughters in private school, one is in public school, right? I can see the big difference already with what's going on on. Now we have satanic classes, Josh, that are coming up now. You know about this, right? In public schools in different states right now,
satanic classes?
There's satanic classes now
they're allowing,
that
like,
are coming. I
groups.
saw it. Like, it's real. This ain't propaganda. So now, but you got to understand, you're
now
like,
that though, I don't agree with, right?
Why not?
We
Practice
should keep
of- that's practice of-
religion outside of school.
so we should keep sex outside of school. And the
We do, though.
propaganda, no, we don't. Not because, for instance, now, you don't know this, I can tell. Certain schools in America now have penis and vagina books talking about my wet vagina and my hard penis to a 5th grader, to a 4th grader.
There's a couple of books.
Y'all did that though. No, wait. We all We all had the sex ed
but
in
we
6th
can't
grade.
have
Yeah.
books
We had
in here talking about hard dicks
Exactly.
and vaginas and all that. We can't.
I
We
know-
see actual videos though.
No, that's
no,
different,
no,
Josh.
yeah.
Josh, you didn't have a fucking book that you can go check out of your library.
You guys are
We did though, bro.
no. You guys
That's
are
different.
You guys are bringing
that's
up
medical.
exactly.
We're talking about stories that are written that are saying, "Yeah, I got hard," and he grabbed. The man was reading it the other day, and it's so filth. And the
Bro.
people were like, "We don't need to hear that anymore."
He's
He said
speaking- he's
and the
speaking
dad
facts.
Said, why?
I've seen that same book.
And the dad said, "Why? How come you don't want me to read it?" He said, "That's filth." He said, "This is what you got in our children's schools right now. Once you become a father and you're blessed to become a father,
Yeah.
you'll feel different about anyone educating your child on anything that ain't what you've signed up for. If
Exactly.
you're getting math, science, and this, that, and the third. And Josh, I feel you. We did get taught certain things, but not to the level of how graphic it is now. Certain things are what? Are biology, right? Right? So you have a penis, you have a vagina, right? Now we have children now with the propaganda that's saying, I identify as a boy when they're a girl. I identify as a girl when I'm a boy, or vice versa. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now these ideas are being perpetuated through school now.
100%
To where
they
it's
are.
okay. Now you can get charged in certain states. I'm sure you can look this up. That says if you don't allow your child, now they don't have to tell you if your child at school says, I'm a little boy, I came to school
Yep.
with a penis, I'm a girl. The
Yep.
teacher don't got to tell you that your child
Yep.
is identifying as that. Now you got to think, what's the overall plan of this? What's the
The overall
plan?
issue with this is that your child doesn't feel comfortable talking to you openly.
No.
I don't think
The
that's what
overall
it is
issue is the
because my
teacher.
child-
Because this
the teacher's trying to
honestly,
manipulate
no,
a
because
fucking
Yuri-
kid.
no.
That's what's going on.
Jerry, we could have a conversation
Yeah.
about this, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to Yuri just like subjugate this. You don't have kids in school. You don't see what they're being.
you know, Dre
You don't
and
see what
Josh
they're
has a
being
conversation,
shown.
right?
No, just because I don't have
there is
kids-
no indoctrination. There's no
Maybe
agenda
luckily-
that you're trying
thank
to
God
perpetuate.
Thank God in your
son's
school. Yeah,
there
thank God in
isn't.
your school.
But in other schools, there actually
public
is.
school.
Yeah, in a public
there's a lot of
school.
public schools that do that.
There-
And
You're
there
going to
are.
have to
book-
show some information for that because you're just
There's
speaking.
so much information.
What's the
on
actual
this.
number though?
Where?
There's tons of
No,
information.
there really is. If you look it up.
Please provide these.
No, this
instances.
whole
I'll find
argument
them
of
for
like,
you.
hey, bring
What
bring-
facts?
provide the
Bring
information.
facts.
We can
a
send.
lot
Leak
of facts.
10%,
It
20%
is.
of schools, 30%.
No, no.
What's
Bro,
the
can
number?
you give us
That
some
book-
examples
Yeah,
of
what
what
you-
That
You're
book
saying.
that he's
Yeah.
talking about was
It's
included
real.
in the scholastic system, like as a
Yeah.
public book that was available to damn near all schools.
Yeah.
And there's like people already suing school, like certain schools, because
Yes.
this book is talking about like homosexual shit,
Yes.
dude. That like literally fucking like fifth graders can
the
read.
birds and the bees conversation, Josh, would you rather the school have it or you have it with your son?
I think that every parent should be comfortable having that conversation before the school does, but the school is there to do it so they're not walking around amongst their peers confused and uneducated about what the fuck is going on.
Uneducated about their biology of who they are, right?
And everything else that's going around that they're surrounded by. They're
They
not
should
living
not
in
be
the- it's-
educated in trans or
Yeah,
gay
you
shit
shouldn't be.
at
You
all.
shouldn't be, bro.
So
There's
you should-
no
that's-
benefit
All
in
that
that.
should be oppressed, and these confusing
Not
feelings
oppressed,
that these
no.
people
How's
who
that
are
oppressed?
trans do feel should not.
Oh,
feel
one,
not oppressed.
oh,
It's
1%
our
of people you're
children.
gonna run into your life.
Yeah.
Oh, let me talk.
Dude,
Let's teach them
but
about
you're the-
Russian
okay,
oppression.
so
Let's teach them
it's
about
teaching
fucking
them
Indian
about-
oppression.
It's
Let's teach them
teaching
about all oppressions.
No, wait. Let me speak. You're teaching them about something that speaks to them. This thing doesn't speak to the other 99% of the kids. So why the fuck are you so worried about it?
Well, how does it speak
you
to
think
them?
that because
You-
you're convinced
No.
that this is brainwashing these 99%. It's not.
It is. It
It's
is.
not.
It is. There's
It's
going
not.
to.
There's no facts provided.
There's
for
a
this.
100.
Well, here's the
You
thing.
know
You
where the
can't provide any facts.
Yo,
to say
Josh,
these
you know where
kids
the
are being
facts lie?
brainwashed.
You know where the facts lie? 20 years from now, when we see
our
a
school
giant
system is
influx,
being
Okay, so
brainwashed.
when we see a giant influx of kids
You
who
know?
are like, I fucked up my whole life because this teacher who put me down this philosophical path, and now I don't have a penis.
Okay, Yuri, when
We're
you
gonna
come
see that
back from
20
your
years from
time,
now.
when you come back from your time machine, please let me know how all that played
Well,
out.
Josh,
for you.
Josh-
because you're not speaking any facts.
Well,
now.
Josh,
you're
real
speaking
quick-
about
I
a
am.
hypothetical
I
future.
haven't said anything
Right.
that's not
Well,
correct.
Josh, real
You
quick.
haven't said anything factual.
Yes, I have. Everything
you
I said is
haven't.
factual.
He has,
they
but
are
we don't have it in
indoctrinating
black and
kids.
white
Not a single
right now.
fact.
But Josh, just let me ask you this. Now, how do you feel like for instance, like me feeling like, okay, my daughter right? And we've talked about things, but her to say it's Pride Month. What does it matter if it's Pride Month? She said nothing about Black History Month.
You should have that conversation with her.
Okay, but she said something about Pride Month, not Black History Month. Now, I'm not saying I'm tripping off Black
because
History
it
Month.
is Pride Month right now.
Yeah.
Black History Month was like back in February,
But
right?
she didn't say nothing about it, though.
Well, that's
But that's on you and her to have that conversation.
Is it on me? But or is it on the school?
Do you think the school didn't mention it?
No, I don't think so. But here's the thing.
that's a
I don't
conversation
think
you
so.
should have with her.
I get that. But what I'm saying is that what she did say was she was excited about it's Pride Month. So something's being pushed more than Black History Month.
Dude, I was excited about Black History Month.
Hold on. In your son's school, do you think Black History Month was being
I know it was. I
celebrated?
know that they had to do a Martin Luther King Jr. speech leading up to it. They had to do a bunch of stuff in February where they learned all about these things. Yes.
So
this
for
was
instance,
taught
so
in
for
the
instance,
school.
now indoctrinating, right? They indoctrinated our children with that, right? Right.
I don't think public schools are indoctrinating any child.
They are. But
But
our
here's
whole
the thing.
school system is.
I
The
don't believe that.
teachers
Our whole
are.
school system is.
I don't. Not in public schools. I don't.
Josh, you
believe
know
that's
why,
their
Josh?
agenda.
Josh,
100%.
Josh, what are they teaching our kids to go do?
They're
Wait.
going to teach them what has been voted on by the school boards, which are voted on in positions. So you're, again, in a public school system where the public is dictating what the education policies are, and it's no teacher's indoctrination or sole,
So you don't think there's
ideology
someone-
being taught in
Right.
a public school
Josh,
system.
you know how I can prove the indoctrination shit is look at the perspectives of people who leave colleges in California and New York, right? 80% is gonna leave like a libertarian fucking like a liberal Democrat who just like has all these types of views because they had all these teachers who were just fucking pushing it in your head
So
like
are
every day.
colleges and universities public schools? Or are they private institutions?
Okay, but here's the thing: is it depends
what
on the
you're paying
teacher,
for
dude.
seem like private.
Some are though,
What
right?
you're paying for. Real
No,
quick though.
Penn State
Even
public.
state schools, you're going to have to pay tuition.
Yeah.
Real quick though. So Josh, I
And
feel
you're
like
choosing to be taught by these people. at this
Public
point.
teachers are not
that's true.
like
So
some
you gotta think-
saint, non-political
so you gotta think
saints
like Josh, if
No,
you
but they have bosses they need to answer to, so they can't be.
who have the same agenda.
right.
Okay, they can't be because these are elected positions. dude.
What and
Elected
all-
positions that guess what
That
is
change
elected.
constantly, so they're doing their best to keep everything in the middle to keep everything happy.
So also what
This
I
is
what
not
I
one
wanna say
person
too,
in power who has stayed in power. This is a constantly evolving position.
Right.
So
That's governed. That's
so
governed
let me
by.
ask you this though. So let me
our
ask you this right
society.
quick. So
No.
reason why I say indoctrinating certain things like for instance, when our American society came about, there was one person who was creating that. When our school system came about, the Rockefellers and all the people came up with our diet, with what we were going to learn, be taught with our educational system is based to get us to where?
Which that diet was incorrect completely.
Totally incorrect. Now here's the thing. Like we're not being taught about nature like in school most of the time, right? Like we're inside these classrooms. We're not outside, right? For one, right? We're being taught a certain degree of math, a certain degree of reading, just enough to get you to be in the workforce, right? So like for instance, like is your child in the public or private?
public schools.
Okay, so do you think there is a difference in the privates and the public?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so with that being said, would you rather your child be in a public or a private?
Public.
You would. Why?
This is my choice.
Why is that?
Because I think that the people they meet in a public school setting is going to shape them more than the people they will meet in a private school setting.
Why? Like when
Because diversity matters.
Like, for instance,
Because diversity matters.
yeah, and I feel you on that. Like for instance, one of my daughters goes to public. I feel like the quality of people in my other daughter's school, the kids are better. I feel like a lot of these other kids who are good kids too, but a lot of other ones who are pieces of shit already because they have no
But again,
structure at home.
these are our kids, and this is our projection. We haven't seen the type of people they are going to end up being.
Well, no, I agree, but you can also still see a level of behavior in certain kids when you're hearing from your children about little Danny and little Bobby are badass kids, bullying, whooping ass all the time. Then over here at this school, they're not, and they're being conditioned. It's smaller
Right,
classrooms.
but now your kid who's seen what a person like that is like knows now what the repercussions are and what the situation is, and they're better handled to
still
handle
like
that
that too.
situation
Yeah.
than they are in the private school.
Or
where they
they'll be
never see
influenced
it.
in a bad way.
Yeah.
I've seen tons of people in
Hey,
my
that's
school.
where your home matters. That's where other influences matter too.
yeah. So for instance,
But you can't put that all in the school.
So for instance, so it doesn't bother. I'm gathering it doesn't bother you if your son told you, "Hey, it's Pride Month."
I don't give a fuck.
Right, I feel it. Now, would you give a fuck if your son said, "I identify as a girl"?
that's a conversation that we would have to have.
But would you
I'd
give
be
a fuck?
willing to
Would you
have
be
that
with it or
conversation.
against it?
Dude, no matter what my son does, I give a fuck.
I feel that, but I'm saying, would you be
Would you
against
support
it
it?
or support it?
If it was true to him, absolutely.
I feel that's a great
Shit, okay.
that's a great mentality as a father. Me, I'm gonna think that my child isn't old enough to understand what's going on.
I
yet.
know they're not.
You know what I mean?
But I'm not going to let them make any I'm not going to let them make a decision that's going to impact them the rest of their life. But I'm going to be there for a conversation.
But guess what?
I get the conversation, but if your son says, "Yo, I want to wear a dress tomorrow, Dad. Please let me wear a dress," are you gonna let him?
Yes.
That I'm not doing that.
But not telling
But I
those-
feel you. I understand your perspective. I'm not mad at you for that. That I don't want to say that's liberal, but that's an open-minded way to be. That's okay. Now I'm not mad at that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Personally.
A dress too far though, man. Right? Like for example, right? Like we all know like by now though that like they have
My son
gender
has any ability
dysphoria,
to
right?
wear what he wants, and
Yeah.
you see what he wears.
Of course. Yeah.
And that's because we do have an open line of communication.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
A dress is crazy
So,
though.
so
My
does
dad
my
would,
kids.
my dad would never let that slide.
My 8-year-old who goes to the public school, she wears a uniform every. Outside of that, baggy clothes, big shirts. That I let her do that. Sometimes I don't agree with it. I'm like, look at this big ass shirt, but I'm letting her get hers off. But if my daughter was to tell me, "Yo, Dad, I identify as a boy. Why do you? Her name's Mia Moore. Why do you identify as a boy? Because you're not a boy. You are a female."
Hey, but Josh,
So I want to ask her.
that's
So
a
why?
conversation.
So all this propaganda that's going on, this iPads, the YouTubes, the video games, we didn't have that as kids the same. So there is so much information that's being given to our children and fed that ain't coming from us. You know what I mean? That is kind of sculpting our child's mentality. You know what I mean? But I feel you're open.
Right,
I
but
like
just
where you're
because it's harder doesn't mean that you shouldn't still do the job necessary to be in your kid's life.
True.
Making sure they know how to filter and know how to take in that information.
but also like you just said that if Teddy or I mean your son like brought up that conversation to you, right? You said that you'd be like, yeah, I don't think you're old enough to make that decision. Guess what? In Canada, it's much worse. But in California, your son can go to the teacher and be like, my dad doesn't understand me. I'm a fucking girl. And they're going to set your
you can go to
son
jail
on the
too, they're
path.
saying.
Yeah, and you can go in jail for disagreeing. In Canada, you can.
Yeah.
And they'll say your children on the path to change their genders behind your back because you think that they're not old enough to make the decision, which is a correct choice. But that's where things are heading.
Josh-
And you're telling me there's no indoctrination or
Dude,
pushing
it
of this
is.
agenda?
Is there a
Is
hard
not.
right
You're
or
telling
wrong?
me it's heading in this direction.
They're letting
It's
teachers
not there.
lie. They're letting teachers tell the kids to lie to their parents.
Yes,
that's literally
that's
what's
burn.
going on.
That is being said.
That's
In
indoctrination.
California,
That
too.
is crazy
Josh, is
indoctrination.
there a hard right
I
or
think
wrong?
okay, you're using the trans conversation. If there was a child who's before all this was the big topic at school who felt uncomfortable, who had showed signs of abuse at home or whatever, and the teacher asked them to talk about things that they weren't going to talk about at home,
Right.
what's the difference there?
It's
for
a
the,
huge
it's for the
difference.
well-being of
It's a
the
huge
child.
difference.
When I was in,
That's a huge difference.
that the teacher's identifying, correct?
Yeah.
but it's
You guys have shown no proof of an indoctrination of the teachers or a
Well,
a
our whole school
policy or
system
anything
is.
that is showing that the teachers do not have
I
the
can- if-
child's well-being in mind
Josh,
when they're making
they
these
don't.
calls.
You're gonna
They
hate
don't
me
have
for
our
you're gonna
kids-
hate me for this,
they
but
don't have
I
our
can
kids
send you
well-being.
tons of videos and links
Please
of
do.
literally of people who are now like 18,
I would
19, 20,
love
and they're like,
facts
I fuck with Josh.
to
Josh, is there a
support
hard
your
right or wrong?
statement.
Is there a hard right or wrong?
Oh, yeah,
meaning,
yeah, yeah.
meaning, is there a hard right to where, like, for instance, obviously, if your son, if you had a weapon in the house and you didn't educate your son to grab it, he grabbed the gun, you're gonna be like, no, put the gun down, right?
Yes.
So that's a hard right or wrong, right?
Yeah.
That's a wrong,
Yes.
right? So as a father, for me, a hard right or wrong is for my child to be saying, I identify as this. Your son is a male, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know.
As far as
Man, what the hell you mean? Is he a
I mean,
male?
what the hell you mean?
He
kid's a
identifies as
boy,
a male.
bro.
He's
Yeah,
a boy. Like
yeah.
as
We're
far
gonna
as
let the-
he's
we're gonna let the
concerned,
teachers
yeah,
decide.
he's a boy.
Okay, so
But there's no confusion here. There's
okay,
no arguments
I get
being
that.
made.
What I'm saying though, but if your son was to come home and say, "I'm a girl now,"
Damn, that's a big conversation we need to start.
me
to
and my
have.
teacher have agreed that I'm a boy and I'm a girl. I
Dude,
identify
the
as that.
teachers say a lot of things that I don't agree with that I have to then explain to my son, hey, your teacher is going to tell you X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
We don't agree with that.
right.
And you have to understand that they believe these things for these reasons.
So you wouldn't be
But
upset
that's not
at
what
your
we
teacher.
do.
You wouldn't be upset at the teacher.
I don't agree with a lot of things my
Would you
son's
be
teacher
upset
has
at the
said to him
teacher-
and promoted. And yeah.
Would you be upset at the teacher to say, "You're a little girl"?
Well, is
To your
that what
son?
my son wanted?
If the idea could be put in your son's head to make something okay. For
Again,
instance,
and if
like,
I don't
look,
have
bro,
that
look, bro,
relationship with
if
my
we're all
son-
in a strip club, right, and you see titties out, right, in a female strip club, titties is out, right, everywhere. As soon as you go outside, that's not normal. So you'll have a girl who's a stripper in the strip club. When she walks outside, you like, hey, look at them titties. She's covered up now because it's not okay. So it's made to be okay to see all this naked vagina and pussy, vagina and breast everywhere. But when you go outside, it's not normal. So in that circle, in this building, that's normal. So within, things can be fostered in our schools to make it seem like it's normal. Because you have an adult saying it's okay that you can be a little boy if you're a girl. You know what I mean? That's the part that I'm saying is not okay. That's the indoctrinating.
I don't
You know what I
disagree
mean?
with you, but I just don't think that this is happening at the rate that you guys are.
It is.
thinking
It definitely
and
is.
Are afraid of. This fear is like fear mongering.
It's
School
not
by
fear-mongering.
school. No, school by school is going down because I see the fathers and the mothers getting up speaking at these town halls who are reading these books, and you see the people's face like, ooh, don't read that. It's different than the biology book you got. This is a penis, this is that. I get that. But when you get to talking about wetness and the hard dick and the butt and my ass, talking about penetration in the butt, come on, bro.
There's literally
Come on, my
there's
guy.
literally a mom
Come
suing
on,
LAUSD
come
right now
on, my
because
guy, like
they
that.
already
Oh,
put her
crazy.
daughter
I
on the
love
hormones
Josh's
and all that shit.
openness though, and I applaud you as a father because I know you and your son are gonna have a great relationship in that. And I have an openness with my children as well. But there's certain things that if have you chose to tell your son, here's what's gonna happen when you have sex? Have
My
you?
son has no interest in knowing what happens.
Thank you. So is it the school's place to tell him that?
Having that conversation yet.
Is it the school? Exactly.
He's in 3rd grade.
Exactly.
Parents have
How
a
old
hard-
is he?
No one's trying to teach him that in school.
But
Yes,
how old
they
is
are.
he?
No, dude, you
My
don't have
daughter's
kids in
eight.
school. There's no one teaching my son about any of this. in
Not
his
yet.
curriculum.
I also
California, but
I
it's
also
coming.
have never done heroin, but I know heroin's bad.
Listen, though,
so-
right?
It's coming. But
feel
Josh,
like,
I fuck with your openness.
Okay.
But and I do agree with
He's
you
liberal, though, so.
on a lot of other things. I get it.
Yeah, they do
but
that.
I just understand what the play is. It's like emasculating men. Like, you know what I mean? Like for instance, like trying to get a man in a dress. Like when Dave Chappelle said, the guy kept coming to me saying it wasn't written in the script. He said, you see in the interview when he says the producer came, the director came, everybody asked me and they said, yo, and he said, what's funny about that? So I do believe that the powers that be, there's some weird fuck who's sitting up there on top of the leadership of the school system and saying, you know what? Let's add some fucking freak shit up in here and let's indoctrinate these kids. And that is going on. Obviously not at your son's school yet. You know what I mean? But this is
Yeah, it's
California.
crazy.
It's coming. Straight up. But anyway, enough about that. Josh, I appreciate you.
It's all good,
Let's
guys.
pick this up later.
We can always have the
Listen,
conversation.
let's
pick this
Let's
up.
call it a
Cheer
wrap.
Yo, Josh.
Clear,
Yo,
I fuck with you.
listen though. If we'll talk afterwards. Just, yeah.
All right. That was No Jumper News. It was a long one today. We'll be back on Monday. Peace out.